Relax. You guys, we're going a million miles an hour.
Play themselves. It's quite a feud with one, maybe. And now we see the swing from Timmy as NRG look for money. It's 1-1-50 to close it out here with the Craver. Timmy put on someone to show here at game number 5. Timmy.
After 3 days of clutch revives, calculated rotates, and heart-pounding aggro, only the fiercest remain. This is not just a lobby. This is the ALGS New Orleans Open Grand Finals. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Championship Sunday. And now, it's time to welcome our stunning and magnificent ALGS New Orleans Open 3-tier trophy. The trophy will be presented by the awesome, graceful Vicky, Kitty, and Lace.
Trophy. ये लाएंगे हम लोग, ये लाएंगे हम लोग.
The trophy is comprised of 3
और फिर इसको gaming house
columns
से match
that
चुरा
once
लेंगे.
assembled complete this fantastic memento.
3 पार्ट से तीनों पार्ट मिलके एकदम वाव बनेंगे. वाव. माइक लो है, चुप. तू लो है. तीसरा पार्ट भी आ गया. चलो अभी इन लोग इसको ज्वाइन करेंगे और फिर एक मस्त ट्रॉफी बनेगी. ओ हो ओ हो. 3 वॉच पार्टी हुई, तीनों एक पार्ट लेके जाएंगे. मैं, सिड और रशद. Good morning guys. Hello, hi. Welcome to the stream. Let's go. ये देखो स्टैंडिंग ओवेशन हो रही है ट्रॉफी के लिए.
Situational awareness, split-second decisions, and pinpoint aim separate champions
Oh,
from
the caps! I want the
fallen.
cap.
With only 20 teams left from the 140 plus that started here on day 1, it's all to play for. Will we see magpie compilations of frags from a top team, or will an underdog team rise to the occasion and steal the show?
See you,
Apex
Siddharth.
family,
Sleep
it's time
well.
to introduce
उठो,
the 20
चैन से
teams
सोना
for
है.
the grand
जाओ.
finals.
Apex Legends Global Series Open के चैंपियन बनी हम. फिर उसके बाद हम क्वालिफाई हो गए मिड सीजन प्लेऑफ्स में.
It's time
कौन
to
चल के आ रहा है?
introduce Green
Should I wear my
Stego.
earphones? ग्रीन स्टेगो. ए अपनी टीम भी ऐसे चल के आएगी गाइस.
Next up, it's
ये रहे
9
9
Lives
Lives.
Esports. Give it up for Team Envy.
ये रही टीम एनवी.
They've come out of nowhere. They're doing the
Twerkaholics.
thing. It's the Twerkaholics. Next up, it's Virtus Pro.
What is pro? से अपने जर्सी नहीं। अरे यार जर्सी छोड़ो यार, अपने बंदे खेल रहे हैं। नाम है हमारा उधर पूरा S8UL Esports। देखो जर्सी पहुंच नहीं होती ना, पहुंच जाती है। अब जब सब भगवान के हाथ में जब एक बार चले जाता है ना, फिर अब वो भगवान ही देखेगी। ठीक है, ओके, इतना स्ट्रेस ना लो।
Advancing to the stage, it's VK Gaming.
जर्सी हो ना हो, ट्रॉफी तो हमारी ही होगी। ठीक है,
Next up,
S8UL बोलेगा या सोल, मेरे को तो लग रहा है S8 पे ही रुक जाएगा।
And
Thank
a big
you,
round of
Chris.
applause for Team Alliance.
Alliance. कितने मैचेस? No limit to the match.
Next up, it's Team Furia. Give it up for Team Babo.
टीम बाबो का हुडी चुराने गए। कलर अच्छा लगा मेरे को।
Next up, it's Shopify Rebellion.
No Yash, no, I don't think so, no.
Next up, it's Alkasia.
Alkhazia. ये देखो इन लोग भी कैजुअल टी-शर्ट्स में ही आए हैं। भाई ये शॉर्ट्स पहन के आया है।
Next up, it's the Twisted Mind.
ये शॉर्ट्स पहन के आया है।
Next team, it's time for S8.
S8 पे रुके टीम S8UL. They were matching
All right,
colors.
guys, give it up. Big round of applause for 100 Thieves.
100 Thieves के लिए cheer देखो भाई, पूरे सब 100 Thieves फैन दे रहे हैं।
Next up, it's Team Falcons.
S8 पे रुक गए। कोई नहीं, एक वीडियो बनाऊंगी मैं हाउ टू प्रोनाउंस S8UL। सब लोग मैचिंग
Guys, I want
पहन
you
के
to
आए।
raise the roof. Lift the top of this building because it's time for NRG.
चले गए राजी, चल के फास्ट चले गए उन लोग।
Last but not least, it's Team Cat.
Oh, look at them in their matching caps. Pookie Gamers. Hello Arshad, thank you for the membership.
This is it, people. Legends, it's time. The drops are prepped.
Hi,
The
it's for
teams
Soul
are
8
locked
for
in,
8 bit.
and the
S8UL का उन लोग
P2020s
S8
are fully
कर दिए।
loaded. And to kick things off, it's time
NRG
to
और
hand it
100
back
Thieves के लिए
to the
support तो
masterful
था भाई।
Apex sages
Cheers.
on the desk as we get this one
कौन सा
started
बंदा था
for
वो कल ट्वीट
Championship
किया था
Sunday.
कि S8UL के जीतने पे वो अकेला खड़े होकर
Reinhard
चिल्लाया
Sama,
था।
thank you so much, my
तुम देख रहे थे
friend.
उसको
The man who can do it
crowd
all with the microphone here as we get the stage set for Championship Sunday. There's not a
जब
better Sunday
मैच जीते
in all
बढ़िया
of
सा रिएक्शन
esports.
देना। आज सुबह से
I'm so
10,000
excited
जगह
to
पे
be here,
विनिंग
guys. This
मोमेंट्स
is
में
one of
आपकी
those
क्लिप्स
moments
देख
where
ली।
you kind of just got to soak it up,
क्या
take
बात
it in.
कर
The
रहे हो?
crowd has been live
क्या
and
बात
well.
कर
We've
रहे हो?
seen
Fuck.
players,
और
you know,
farming करनी
they've missed
पड़ेगी
a few
मुझे थोड़ी
steps.
यार।
They've gotten like so excited to get to their booths that sometimes they didn't even wait for their cues
आवाज
to
कैसे
walk
रखूं मैं अगर हम
in. The
जीते तो?
fans have been.
Oh my God,
the
guys,
energy
we
was out of there
won.
before we
Gee,
even
no,
said
I hate
anything,
hearing
but
this
you know
voice.
that's kind of the fun of what this championship deserves, and there is so
क्या
much
कैसे
more
करते
to play.
थे?
My name is Rene, guys.
कैसे
Let's
कैसे आवाज
introduce you
रखूं?
to the
High
panel
pitched,
that's going
low
to be joining
pitched.
us for Sunday, and also we'll see some new faces in here as well. We've got Glitter Explosion, we got Jamerson, we've got Dia. Guys, Lauren, you know, I always kind of
कैसा
leave this
कैसा
question to
रखूं मैं
you. I
आवाज?
mean, there is just something special about Sundays in
तुम लोग
Apex
clips
Legends.
निकालने वाले तो
I'm
मेरे को
certain
थोड़ा
that this is going to be
थोड़ा सा,
no
you know,
different
I'll
once
have like
it's all said
effort.
and done.
100%. And the energy
सिड ने कैम ही गिरा दिया
starts
था।
hours before we even get to that
सिड ने
opening
कैम
ceremony.
गिराया
And the
नहीं,
fans are
उसका
showing
कैम
up. There
खुशी
are
से
meet and
गिर
greets
गया।
happening. We literally got to see, I think you might have seen it on stream too, people sprinting in to try and get into the front row so they could see everything as it was happening here today. I mean, this many teams, the energy is just that much better.
I mean, it's one of those things, guys. We just saw him come out, Jamerson. If you look at the teams in this lobby and we
हमारे
take
boys
a
ने
kind
at
of even
least
just an eagle's eye view on the
टीम
participating
डॉगशिट नहीं है क्या
teams,
टीम एलियन?
there's so many stories to talk
Literal
about. It's hard to
aliens.
pick one.
Yeah, we started the week with over 140 teams,
Literal
and somehow,
aliens.
over the course of 3 days, we whittled it
Dog
down
shit,
to
bro.
our
Literal
final 20.
aliens.
But
मैं भी
all of these
बोलूँगी.
names are such familiar names
अपने
for
copy
match
games
point
में किसी को
finals
मार के.
across all the regions. The only thing I would say is that we have almost a lack of representation from EMEA.
Yeah.
Of course, NA, or excuse me, the Americas region showing up big with 100 Thieves. And
उनको शायद लग रहा है कि S8UL किसी चीज़ का short form है.
squads, but
Yeah.
I love the fact that we're getting so much APAC South representation this time around.
And the other thing too, Dia, is just as much about all the teams that we didn't expect
Fucking
to be here,
idiots.
like
Literal
Twerkaholics, maybe the
aliens.
biggest name coming
मैं भी
in from
बोल
the
गया
Challenger circuit, not in Pro League, but yet making a finals lobby. Those stories have taken over the Open as well.
And it's been really nice to see those,
Exo
especially
को बोला
because
था ना?
it's the first time with the ALGS Open that we're getting to experience stories like this on land. Twerkaholics, like you said, really jumping out ahead of the crowd. I'd throw Cat in here as well as being a big surprise team for me.
Yeah.
Especially
I
how
predicted what did I
dominantly they
predict
were
in
able
them?
to go through the lobbies and actually make it to Championship Sunday.
You guys all brought up great points here, but let's see what they're all playing
Reese,
for as
मुझे
well. Because
उतना ही पता
when
है
we
जितना
get to
तुमको पता
Sunday,
है.
it doesn't just mean that you have a chance to hoist that trophy, or at least all 3 of you will be able to hoist a separate part of that trophy. Beautiful design, by the way. Respawn and Apex Legends
S8 पे
for
रुक
that.
जाएगा.
But
Yeah, I just
look
knew it.
at the money at the
Do
top.
they think
Lauren,
it's like short for something?
$300,000 to our
Like
winner.
UL का कुछ तो full form है और उनको
Life-changing
पता नहीं
money
तो
out of this
शायद से
$1 million
बोल नहीं
prize
रहे
pool.
हो.
Absolutely. You might think, you know, just because it's a
4:30
an air
तक
quote
देखूंगा मैं
open,
match.
there
I
might be
told you to
something a
sleep
little
all
bit
day
less
and
here with
wake
the
up
prize.
at this time.
Absolutely not $1 million.
Yeah.
Why don't you listen to me? For I did
Every
listen to
single
me now.
Apex
उसी
Legends
life
plan,
अब तक
okay?
कहाँ से कहाँ he would be sitting
we
in
watch
rainbows.
not
eating
only
flowers right
does
now.
the money change the
But
lives
no.
of these players, but it's that recognition,
Never takes my
the
advice.
status that comes along with it. Like you're talking about the trophy, like it is all of the glory wrapped up in one that everyone is really striving for.
Yeah, the beautiful thing
Office
is
है
when you
भैया
say
कल.
open, you look at
कितना
that
है तेरा
cash,
एक दिन
I'm
का
saying
rate
open
बता मेरे
tab.
को.
Okay.
मैं दूंगी तेरे
Come
को.
on, man. Whoever
कितना?
wins this, I need to know
5,000?
what you're eating later
1,000?
because I'm getting involved.
2,000?
All right, you know, guys, it's always fun. Let's talk
क्या चाहिए
about
तेरे
these
को?
teams. I would say which
I
one of
should
you
rest
wants to
without
start,
doing
but
it.
because I'm the host,
Rest
I get to
MC,
start.
no?
I'm just going to start talking about teams that I care about. The first one, it's NRG. I feel like this team didn't get their proper, highlight in the crowd, but that you could hear them murmuring, getting excited even when the name is mentioned. This squad to me is special because again, I
कितने दिन
think
का है
this is a
finals
team
आज?
of amazing players, yet also in many ways have not fit in with squads prior, even to the coach
अरे एक दिन का rate
Hansick,
मतलब
where he was
office
trying
में
to
उसका
find a new
price
home up
कितना
until
है?
this open,
Like,
and you could see
मतलब
where
जैसे
he's now found a spot.
like
Gilbertson
उसकी
was in that
salary,
same journey,
like
trying to
suppose
find a new
like
place to work.
अगर
Had played
उसको
with Timmy
30 दिन का
before,
30,000
and
मिल
then
रहा है तो
you
एक
end up
दिन का
seeing Yanya,
1,000
who
हुआ
takes the
समझ
risk
रहे हो?
of leaving Liquid Alienware to try to get a new story written about him, which was, we're so close, we dropped
You're
big
taking it
games,
wrong.
but we can't quite finish it. This is the team now that somehow has put it all together. And for me, the biggest thing is Timmy. I think it's his leadership and his ability, whether it's Yanya and Gilderson's giving him more leeway to just trust himself and actually make
कल
decisions.
12 रिजल्ट है 1
And the
बजे. अरे देखो
consistency of
मल्टी
how they're
नॉलेज
following
स्ट्रीम
up
देखो अभी
those
पूरी
decisions
रात ठीक है.
feels like there's
सुबह
nobody
सोने जाओ
saying,
1 बजे
"Hey, I wanna
रिजल्ट
do
मिस
this
कर दो
instead.
शाम को उठ के
Maybe we
देखो
should
आराम
think
से.
about that." They're trusting each other, and they're three
Don't
of the
give
most
in to the
mechanically
FOMO.
gifted players that exist in our league. I mean,
Don't
even just
give in
looking
to
at
the
pop-offs
FOMO.
there, Timmy with his Red Bull sleeve constantly, the hugs, the excitement. You can see why NRG is an exciting team to mention. And there's also another team in here that got a big standing ovation when they were walking through, and that's, of course, 100 Thieves. I mean, this is a team that many people think out of the 4 teams here
50
that kind
points
of maybe
पूरे
lead
होने
the way in
चाहिए.
terms of
उसके बाद जो
championship
गेम
contenders,
होगा
could take it all.
उसमें
Stop
जीतना
the
है.
Papa
उसके
Jen.
बाद
He
जितने
came
गेम्स
as
होंगे
high as
उनमें
he
से
does
एक
before on
जीतना
these
है.
Sundays.
45
He said, "This is the
पॉइंट
best I've felt
49
since
पॉइंट
London."
ये
That's
सब
a
नहीं
real good
होता है.
sign, because remember, they took home that trophy. Hal came and he made one of the best plays that allowed them to lift that championship. Could this be an iteration as well for kind of Verholz to get back on that mount? Jim
बहुत
Burton
गंदा
fighting his
decision था
own
Friday तेरा.
kind of battle, very similar
बोलती
to
मैं
Timmy and
तेरे
them
खुद
saying,
के decision बताए मत.
Falcons,
मेरी
it's not
सुन
that they didn't want
सब
me, but
मेरी
maybe they
सुनो.
felt they were better without me. I get a chance
छुट्टी
to
लेने के
prove
पैसे
that.
मिल
And
रहे
the
तो हम भी
ultimate
लाइन में
person
हैं.
to
अभिषेक
prove
आप
I am hopefully
आपका
better
जो
without
जॉब है
those who
ना
thought they were better without me
वो मैं
is
अफोर्ड नहीं
phony,
कर पाऊंगी.
because he has been in this journey of
You
winning
why
a
you
split
lack earning
championship
people के लिए
and
non
then
eligible
getting
है
kicked
ये.
from a team. How do you do that? There's so much of this story that is unwritten for these guys, and so much opportunity to
You are
tell
late.
a different tale. Or
क्या
at
चालू हो
least
गया?
swap out the endings, right? It's like a script
Who is
gets put
WhatsApping
in
me
and
at this
before
time?
it hits final production, you change the last few pages so to something that you wrote, and that's what I think these guys have the opportunity to do. Not only that, they put up some of the biggest games we've seen, over 109 points in some of their group stages. Not as many of these teams have been played of their games have been played on main stage as someone else like NRG. So this is an exciting one. I don't know if it'll ultimately mean that they lift the championship, but they're certainly one of the teams that you have to keep an eye on. I will let one of you guys talk in a minute, but you're giving me great eye contact. I feel very listened to. The other person and the other team
बात कर लिए guys मैंने
is a story I've been
Apex वालों से. अब से वो हमारा नाम सही से pronounce करेंगे.
That's Twisted Minds. I mentioned Hotsick trying to find his own way after getting a new team. This is the team that he landed on, but none other than Albrelelli is the person that I think has made the biggest statement in this open. To me, his story coming from this greatness, this start that you wanted, lifting that first
Hello, Mr. Charking. Hello, beautiful ladies and
thank
you,
Scotty.
Hello, hi.
Has ultimately ended up with this roster right
How
here.
is he आगे when I'm literally clicking on live? I'm right here. Listen, कौन आगे कौन पीछे ये मैटर नहीं करता है. मैटर करता है कि मैं देख रही हूँ लाइव पे क्लिक करके, तो अभी मेरे को जो दिख रहा है वो दिख रहा है, और अब से वो S8UL बोलेंगे, S8 नहीं.
Third, they are in top 5s 4 out of 6 of these games. And how can you not think a team is going to be successful when they keep putting themselves in situations?
Hey Jaish, if you have family support, then of course yes.
Ultimately, in match point, that's
2x नहीं है ये. Hello.
This could be the Twisted Mind story today. In fact, that's kind of
this is Face It, buddy. I'm watching on Face It, so I can get both POVs.
I'm betting on a little magic this Sunday. And of
Start
course,
कब होगा? 3 बजे.
We got a lot of teams in North America, but maybe the one that has flown the highest, or at least had the highest expectations. Wow, thanks Zero. Thanks.
Oh, Sanyam.
What are we doing here?
S8UL.
They're not even in their chairs.
S8UL for the win.
But at the end of the day, let's focus on Waltzy then. And I think the idea around Waltzy being a part of this lineup, as Alan Zero come back, is that this is that third that replaced Jin Burton, that they felt we needed to somehow change the mojo. It was the old Dark Zero that got this influx of how
कितने दिन का नहीं हेलो ये हेल गॉड यही है फाइनल्स. आज है एक दिन का ये फाइनल्स. आज तो फुल इग्नोर हो रहा हो. बिल्कुल नहीं रोहन, तुम इग्नोर नहीं हो रहे हो. झूठ मत बोलो. जो झूठ बोलेगा ना उसका 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 सोच के बताती हूँ बाद में. फेस इट पर पेड है नहीं भाई, फ्री है. पहले 2 गेम 25 पॉइंट निकाल ले. पहला एक गेम में 25 पॉइंट फ्री है. पिछले कल हम लोग ने पहला गेम 27 पॉइंट्स का किया था. आज भी हम वही करेंगे. 2 गेम में 50 पॉइंट करके फिर तीसरा गेम जीत के खत्म कर देंगे. कॉन्फिडेंस तो ऐसा.
I love it. I love it. And what I did notice, though, is that there was a theme there with a lot of the squads that you were picking right, and a lot of them are those heavy hitters out of America. The teams that, honestly, anybody could make a very strong argument for taking this whole thing home at the end.
एक चैट नहीं पड़ा. क्या बात कर रहे हो? अब भी 2 चैट पड़ी थी. झूठ बोलते रहो. मुझे पसंद नहीं आता
stars coming out of here because
जिमित मुझे एपेक्स वाले से मैसेज आया था कि अब से वो सही से प्रोनाउंस करेंगे हमारी टीम का नाम.
Starting with Twerkaholics, everyone's been talking about them. Their performances are absolutely unmatched. We've got a tweet here from Jake Lucky. We got a free agent Apex team called Twerkaholics competing for $1 million ALGS title tomorrow. And this is why I love esports. A nice reminder that they are in fact a free agent team. So if there are orgs paying attention, make sure you're keeping your eyes on this squad. I mean, we've been talking about them all weekend specifically because of their playstyle. Jamerson did a whole hot take about it.
Yeah.
The type of play
तुमको कुकिंग करना आता है. रोज स्ट्रीम पे कुक करती हो, तुमको दिखता नहीं क्या? Hi Simple, hello. Yes Ankit, for sure. Final format, please explain. I came late. Okay, so टीम को बनानी है 50 पॉइंट. एक बार टीम की 50 पॉइंट बन गई, उसके नेक्स्ट गेम ऑनवर्ड्स कोई भी गेम उनको एक गेम जीतना है. And they'll be champs. They'll be the winners.
Floating was one of those players, also up there in the kill leader race, and that's for the entire event. Okay, that means that they did the winners bracket.
What's our situation? We are going on stage now.
They're still up there with the likes of Falcons.
We are on stage. We are going to sit.
Matches. So
matches have not started
right
yet.
Are such an X factor, a randomness that I think has really surprised and shocked even a lot of our stable squads because they didn't know how to handle them along the way, and they have deserved every second of recognition for what they've brought to the table. But I said rising stars out of America, that it's not just Twerkaholics, because I also want to talk about 9 Lives, another team that has kind of been a really nice surprise to follow throughout the tournament. They ended up dropping.
Yes, it's a fun format for sure.
So they still made it pretty far in the competition. And when that drop down did happen, it was literally by 1 point. And we see this happen all the times in ALGS competitions. That 1 point is always such a curse, but that just means that they were still in the contention
50 के बाद एक मैच जीतना है, yes. कितने बजे चालू होगा मैच? अभी 10 मिनट में चालू होगा. अभी सारी टीम्स के बारे में इन लोग एक-एक थोड़ा-थोड़ा कुछ बोलने वाले हैं. थंबनेल में तुम हो, लास्ट टाइम इतने लंबे बाल रखे थे, तब से तुम्हारे बालों का कमबैक. एक्सक्यूज मी, लिटरली 1 महीना हुआ है मेरे बाल काट के. लास्ट टाइम मैं से बोल रही हूँ जैसे कि तुम्हारे पिछले जन्म में किए थे मैंने अपने बाल लंबे.
We can't be underestimating them because we know what they can do.
I think that's the theme too. There's a lot of teams that you expect coming into this. We did a line of a bunch of great fans and attendees coming and talking with us, and they said a lot of the same teams that they expected to win, but there's
जीतने के बाद ट्रॉफी किधर जाएगा?
that don't have as many eyes
मैच
on the
चालू
camera,
होने
so
दे.
they need to
जीतने
be
के बाद
highlighted
ट्रॉफी
'cause they're
किधर
just as
जाएगा?
good
मेरे
threats.
घर पे आएगा
Haven't made it all the
ट्रॉफी.
way to Sunday.
Yeah, I
मैं
mean,
लूंगी
when it
ट्रॉफी.
comes to these
I just
bigger
want to
lands,
touch it.
unfortunately, you know, we always have so many teams. It's hard to highlight any specific one, right? This time around,
One
our
like
job's
is equal to
even
1
that
point
much
for the
harder.
team. Yeah, you guys
140
better
plus
start
teams,
liking this
and now we
stream.
whittled down to 20.
And
But
subscribing
these are
अगर नहीं
teams
किया है
that we
अब
do
तक
have
तो.
to talk about coming out from the APAC
पूरी
South
chat
region.
टूटने आती है, and
APAC
we
South
love
has
it.
already
I don't
produced
know
so much
why
talent,
I
and
am
it
this
continues
way.
to produce, I would say, championship caliber teams that are just right there on the
बचपन
cusp
से ही
of
कलेशी
making it
औरत हूँ
over the
मैं.
edge and securing a spot in the top echelon. And one team I want to talk about is Green Stego. We've been seeing the Green
Anki,
Stego
listen, बोलो
stock
simple
on
जी.
the rise. And
CS
by
को
no
छोड़ के यहाँ क्या
surprise
कर रहे हो?
whatsoever,
Thumbs up पी लो
because
मैच
of
स्टार्ट
how
होने के पहले.
consistent they
क्यों?
are, whether they go by MKers, whether
Thunder
they go
taste
by
करता
Iron
है.
Blood or Tom Young Kung.
How did S8UL approach
Throughout
this
the last
lineup?
year, they have been showing up to every single
We
land,
called them.
making it very close, at least in the top 25 when it comes to the to
कब
the
से
end of
शुरू
the
किया
day. But
Apex
this
खेलना?
time around, Green
मैं
Stego,
तो जब
with a
launch हुआ था तब से खेल
phenomenal
रही हूँ.
run throughout the winners bracket, they find themselves here. and they
सुनो,
did it in
अपने
a
बारे में
fantastic
बोल
fashion. One thing I
रहे
want
हैं.
to say about it is that a lot of times teams, when they get into these lobbies, get thrown for the loop when teams try different kinds of play styles. We saw that they were in that winners bracket with, of course, having to deal with Twerkaholics, consistently running into them. But while other teams fell to the wayside, they were able to deal with that adversity
Green Stego के बारे
and
में
play their
बात कर
own
रहे हैं.
game afterwards. So they're honestly shaping up to be a stronger and stronger team every single time we see them. But on the other side of the tape, while one of our APAC South teams did extremely well of adjusting to newer playstyles, again, by Twerkaholics really coming in aggressive in this lobby.
हाँ,
On the
wooden
other side
frame,
of the
I hope
tape, we
मेरे
have
भी
to talk
नाम
about
का हो.
BK Gaming, another
कल
team
सुबह मैं
that has been
बोलूँगी.
extremely consistent across our
Send
lands for the
करवाने
last
मुझे भी
year,
fast
right?
करने.
Whether it was at Split 2 in Germany where they finished off 8th, or at Champs where they finished 9th. This was a team that was always kind of
मेरे लिए
silently
भी भेजा होगा
successful
ना,
that
जो
we
गोल्डी
didn't
वाई की
talk
स्ट्रीम
about
पे
until the
भेजा था
final.
वो
They were like,
फ्रेम.
huh, VK Gaming's in the top 9, top 5, wherever they are in the course of the tournament, because they are extremely good
अंकित
at
सर्वर
playing
का
out their
कोई
game plan,
I
which is we're
personally
gonna
don't
utilize
feel like
Valkyrie,
इसमें
we're
इतना
gonna
कुछ
get
इशू
center
होता
zone,
है.
we're gonna
मैं
cut
तो
off
खुद
teams
यहाँ पे
and get into a very
सिंगापुर का
strong
सर्वर
position.
होते हुए भी
We'll
40
go
पिंग
ahead
60
and
पिंग
translate
होते हुए भी
that
मैं
into
फ्रैंकफर्ट जाके
really
खेलती हूँ
strong placement
150 पिंग
points
वाला.
and really strong
मेरे को इसमें
consistency
इतना कुछ
across it,
नहीं
right?
लगता, मतलब
If
for
they,
a
if they
casual
don't end
person
up top
like
7
me.
in the lobby, something went extremely wrong, and we got to see a little bit of that yesterday.
माफी ने
when
लिया
they
था
were
आपके नाम
knocked
का
down
था
into
गिफ्ट.
the lower
हाँ मेरे
bracket.
नाम का है.
We saw when we started off on World's Edge,
माफी ने लिया
they
था मतलब?
had cut them off in priority in the first 2 games. We saw a lot of scrapping around there, but once they got their footing, we saw the Green Stego that we're used to across the lands. They're able to utilize that Valve once again, get center zone positions, really be able to fight teams off and secure those top 5 finishes. They are one of the
Hello
strongest
अंकिता,
teams
कैसे
coming
हो
out
आप?
from
I
APAC
met you at
South
college. I
in
was season
terms
2 and said कि आप real life में और
converting
क्यों?
a
Thank
lot
you
of those
बलजीत, thank
cross-map,
you, thank you.
cross-map
मतलब है आपका
rotations
है ना?
that we see even
Yay!
here, the highest level teams really struggle when we get those cross-map pulls. But Green Stego still have that consistency across the board.
APAC South has to be looked at. All these regions bringing in some clear representation. If not as many as North America, definitely as impactful. Dia, talking about APAC, we were just in Japan a few months ago. Championships feels like a long time ago, yet it feels very recent, but that region always comes to play and always finds a way to make it a championship Sunday and represent.
Yeah, I was just thinking about this, Jamerson, while listening to you talk about APAC South and even Glitter. Well, you were talking about some of the underdog teams from North America, because APAC North has given us 2 underdog teams, but in very different ways. Normally, when we get to Championship Sunday, you'd be hearing me talk about Riddle. You'd be hearing me talk about Fnatic.
True.
Neither of those teams are here. Instead, we've got 2 two teams. The first one, GHS Boom, coming out of APAC North. And this is a really exciting team, much like the other APAC North representative that I'll get to talk about in a little while, because they've never been to LAN before. And in their own region are coming out flying from the Pro League, doing extremely well. While they had some highlight performances in the early rounds, GHS Boom actually encountered a bit of trouble, dropping down to the elimination rounds during the course of the ALGS Open. And when I spoke to them, just leading into yesterday, I learned that a big part of that was in trying to take their zone style that was working very well and turn it into something a little bit more aggressive that could yield them points in the early rounds.
I'm also going to start playing
But
Ash,
the really
bro.
important thing for GHS
कब
is going
तक
to be
Bloodhound
taking
खेलूंगी?
this aggression that
सबसे
they've
high
now
stats
learned
मेरे
to
Bloodhound में
harness
ही है.
and pull it back again.
Bloodhound
because
फिर
we just
Lifeline फिर
picked up
Mirage.
a very high caliber lobby. I mean, Championship
I'm gonna
Sunday
start
is as
playing
tough as it
Ash.
gets. So will GHS Boom, they know how to finish games.
And
they
have
know
some
how to play
awareness
through
of
the
my
mid-game.
utilities.
A big question mark around this team is going to be how they balance those
Goblin
things, because
Beast
it is a
team में
constant
एक-एक करके
journey
जा
for them
रहे हैं.
throughout the course
बोलेंगे.
of this entire ALGS Open.
नहीं
Now, the
Helgod,
other
मैं
APAC
तो
North
contact
team
में नहीं हूँ
that
उनके.
you're likely expecting to hear me talk about, because there are only two
The
of
good
them
hoodie
after all,
team.
is Babo.
Babo!
They've been weirdly quiet. I mean, I know we get really excited hearing about Babo, because...
Just saying Babo, I get excited.
What's the name?
Yeah.
exactly. So, they've been a really consistent team. They have not been the most exciting team. Babo, in contrast to GHS Boom, took the zone style that has been working for them in the challenger circuit.
Babo!
And turned that into a
Babo!
fantastic performance in the ALGS Open. Their zone style hasn't really changed at all. They haven't pushed the aggression, and yet they managed to make it in through the winner's bracket. They're a quiet team. They don't make a lot of noise, and yet Babo have really impressed me.
कितना map होगा सारा, कितना भी हो सकता है पेसर, I don't
made
know.
it all the way through the winners run, and now are sitting here in
Mirage,
what is
Crypto and
arguably
Caustic
a lobby
made.
where zone play and good
Mirage
zone
is
play could
really
be
good for a
rewarded
lot
the
of
most.
maps.
It's a
Even in
team we would
Olympus,
never
I
would've
felt
seen
like it
coming
was a
out of Challenger
very
circuit. Never been at
good
LAN
for
before,
Mirage wala
and yet
map.
they made a finals their
Even
first
these,
time
I
flying out
feel
to an
these
international event.
Mirage
Pretty
is good on
impressive.
all
It's
maps.
really impressive.
And I'm gonna
some of
start
these teams
some
you highlighted,
Ash
you've been
also.
watching,
And
the only
keep
thing
some
that kinda went in
awareness
their
of
way
our
was a team called Twerkaholics who would end up destroying any idea of
utilities.
zone play whatsoever.
Max अब तक
when they
9
showed
maps
up.
तक
And
गया
so
है.
all these plans went haywire. They're in
आज
this
देखते
lobby
कितने
as
maps
well.
तक
So
जाता है.
that's just adding to the chaos of what's about to play. But speaking of two representatives, keeping track of APAC North is pretty easy. Unfortunately, for a big region, ALGS usually, keeping track of EMEA is
3 बजे चालू होगा guys, 2
Yeah, we're
minute
gonna
और
talk about
बाकी
it, okay?
है.
Yeah.
So we're going to highlight the only two EMEA teams that have now made it into our match point finals. And I want to start by pulling up a tweet here from Hackus, because he talked about it, okay? Only two EMEA teams in the finals of this open LAN, which is crazy, because from having the best performance of all of the regions in Japan, straight into this, which is now the
thank
worst
you,
one.
Nitin.
That's definitely a turning of the tide, to say
Alter
the least.
खेलो.
Definitely unfortunate, but you know, Hackus notes that he still doesn't have an ALGS
Alter
trophy,
अच्छी
and
है,
I think it
but
is
मेरे पास
about
unlock नहीं है.
time
I have
to
Ash, so I'm
acquire
gonna
one.
start with
So,
Ash.
I love that we're still getting Alliance in here, the confidence out of a team that is Alliance. And they have made a really strong winners bracket run, but we weren't seeing, and we saw this on day one when we were in our early group stage, we were seeing these insane high kill performances out of Alliance. They were going in, specifically slaying out, knowing that they were just trying to get to the next stage of the competition. As things progressed on, they slowed down a little bit when it comes to that aggression, which we were seeing consistently out of the likes of, like you mentioned, the Twerkaholics in the lobbies, and it was still working for them. One of the things that Alliance probably will struggle with is the fact that we're now at match point, and for the first time ever, we've got all 4 of these maps involved in match point. They are still wildly strong on our classics of World's Edge and Stormpoint, starting to struggle a little bit with the new ones, E-District and Broken Moon. So we'll see if they're maybe able to pick up their play when it comes to those, or really work around them in the flow of maps for match point finals. So, I mean, but a squad like this, like you said, they've already got a win under their belts when it comes to a trophy, just not an ALGS one, and you know they're going to be fighting for it, especially if they can get into a groove where you have Effect slaying out. But you also mentioned them. We're talking about rising stars, and it's crazy the dichotomy that we got out of EMEA for these two teams, because you get the established squad and Alliance, and then you get Cat for the other team, who we just saw, the last squad walking in on our team walkouts. This is kind of a cool story for me.
Yeah,
because this
official
is a
stream,
relatively
Bhushan.
fresh roster, Taxington, Adam, and Calamitous. And I want to talk about them a little bit here because if there's only 2 teams that make it through from the region, this has got to be saying something about the squad. So now they were one of those teams. We watched them last night. They came through from Elim finals, and they had just barely made their way in. They were that 10th place squad, and they were 1 point above Team Orchid. So that's how close our elimination finals were. They are one of those teams that's managed to have their best map, BE District, a newer squad, better on the newer maps. Their worst one is World's Edge. And we talked about this at the very beginning of the Pro League split. When we were introducing these new maps, are the less established squads going to really
इन लोग भी टी-शर्ट्स में आए हैं, हमारी टीम भी टी-शर्ट्स में आई है, बट हमारी टीम ने सारे मैचिंग कलर्स पहने हैं, at least, so we have that.
In the competition that already have Stormpoint and World's Edge nailed down. It seems like that's what is working for Cat right now. And of course, one little quick note, Taxington did talk to Zephyr and tell him on day 1 that they were absolutely making it into Matchpoint Finals, and now they're here.
नितिन
Wow.
यही महीने
I mean, we have set the stage more than this is a stage, because this is a relaxed stage right here. We have set a whole second stage for you guys to understand the stakes here and the teams around. Thank you, everybody, for all that amazing analysis. And also for you guys, now you're prepped, ready to go. Who do you think is going to take this? If you're in the crowd, let us know. If you are at Twitch chat or watching on YouTube chat, let us know as well, because we obviously come to play with our ideas. So far, our talent predictions have been pretty one-sided, I will say, in favor of, me right here, which has been...
That's messed up.
It's been rare. It's been, I'm taking it as it comes, but we've all set up for ours here for this one. I mean, I don't know. I think we're going to show you what they look like in a second.
नहीं डॉक्टर अंकित सब लोग जर्सी में नहीं है, बहुत लोग टी-शर्ट्स में आए हैं. एक बंदा शॉर्ट्स पहन के आया है.
I went with NRG, and I know some people in the crowd are definitely going to be on board with
Oh,
that.
bye.
Okay, you went Twisted. I love it.
I went Twisted Minds. Yeah. I think it's going to be interesting. I mean, NRG, I think that's 100 Thieves, guys. I get Dia. I see you going for that. A lot of people going for 100 Thieves. They were up there. Jamerson, what did you grab?
Yeah, I ended up going for, well, after my rants last night, Workaholic.
Workaholic
for my pick. Yeah.
Seriously, wow, that would be amazing if that team could win LAN.
Honestly,
think about that life-changing situation that would happen.
For any team to come in from CC to make it this far, make it through the winners bracket as well, I just kind of want to have faith in that one, and especially because their playstyle has been so much fun.
Match हो गया
Being
क्या?
able to see them run through teams like NRG and Furia at times in the winners bracket is absolutely absurd. So how can you not cheer for that?
Yeah, I mean, look at the representation too. Green Stego, Genome going with APAC South, Graceful with Alliance, keeping with Amia. You've got Twisted Minds with Ben as well. Wow, it's trying to...
Exclamation for match, nice.
He's trying to take second place. And then Falcons from competitive Apex. You guys have done a great job keeping up with us. You're beating almost every single talent member except me. So will this be the day? If Falcon, we'll see, guys. It's going to be fun. Also, if you're watching, remember that you can collect Twitch drops.
किसी को भी फॉर्मेट जानना हो तो exclamation format कर सकते हैं अभी आप.
Today, you're not only going to get the blue napkin hollow spray, you'll get all of them. So you'll get the Red Zone Pathfinder, the Hotline Volt skin, the incoming sticker. Every 30 minutes, you're going to be getting a new Twitch drop. So if you haven't gotten them, you've been here hanging out at the venue, open up your phone, use some of the Wi-Fi, throw that laptop on, call your mom, say, Mom, just go to twitch.tv/playapex and just leave it there. That would be amazing, because you guys will have these very special things to remember this moment by. The ALGS Open has been a unique format that has put us into a position to have history be made. There are teams that aren't even in Pro League playing for their share of $1 million right now. And there are teams that have created the almost narrative of Apex Legends esports for years, having a chance to prove whether they're going to continue creating that narrative or maybe if their time is up. All of that on the line here on Championship Sunday, and it's time to get it going. So there's none other than 2 of my favorite guys and favorite casters to kick off the action and get the energy hype in the building. Let me hear a crowd for your 2 go-to guys. It's Onset and Gasket.
Too kind. Thank you very much, New Orleans. We're going to need that energy as these games start to drip by, but what an occasion this is. We all know how special a Sunday feels here, and this one in New Orleans, even when we arrived at the venue, queues around the building, everybody's cheering, everyone's smiling, and they haven't even got inside yet, but now we're here. Matchpoint Finals has arrived, Dan.
And the best part, we have LAN champions on the stage, 10 of them to be precise, and then we also have about half the lobby who've never really got to this position before, may have never got to this position before if it wasn't for the ALGS Open.
Well, let's look at the map rotation. We'll explain how this is going to work today. It's going to be a challenge in our match point finals. We are starting match number 1 on Broken Moon. Then we change over to Storm Point, then to World's Edge, then to E District, and then we reverse that order. So we'll go back to E District, then to World's Edge, then if needed, Storm Point and Broken Moon, and etc, etc,
and then
etc.
it keeps going.
Keeps going back and forth.
Then you go to Broken Moon again, and it all repeats. So basically, the only time we'll ever see one map played twice in a row will be E District and Broken Moon. And of course, it gets very interesting when you get to the kind of 7-8, the more average placement where things finish usually in a match point.
Let's
finals.
go, Broken Moon सबसे पहले.
For Broken Moon, this is where the results of the elimination bracket and the winners
Terraformer
bracket
land
were
कर रहे हैं हम लोग.
so
Terraformer का
important.
यहाँ
This
पर
is
ये.
what Broken Moon will look like.
And this is so interesting.
हमारे
to see
आजू-बाजू में है
because the first
Falcons
time
and
we've had
100
4
Thieves
maps
and
in match point
Furia.
finals that meant if you were in that top 10,
Wow.
you were guaranteed at least one good POI on one of these maps. And you can see our top 2 teams, Twisted Mind and NRG, both prioritized Broken Moon here. So we have to focus on NRG for this one. They can put down some maybe big points in match number 1.
So many amazing
सही है
stories, so
सही
many
है.
players who are
चैट
looking
देखो
just to
एपेक्स
end
लेजेंड्स
those
का.
stories on
वाईटी
our
पे नहीं देख रही
highlight
मैं
today.
इधर हूँ.
Every
ये रहे अपने टीम गाइस. शार्की.
to get
Oh.
the action underway here.
Let's go. You see the crowd? You hear the crowd? You hear the cheering happening for the crowd?
It's where we started all.
There's no
Woo!
Sunday like a match point final Sunday, and as
I
I've already
am
alluded to,
currently
NRG, certainly the team
also
to watch
opening
when it
Twitch
comes
in
to
the
Broken
background
Moon.
because I
Not
want the
just because
drops.
of their drop position, but they have the best average points on this map throughout the entire tournament as well. They average about 11.7 points per
Afters कोई भी किसी भी place पे नहीं है. Brand new fresh start है.
Well, one team who would have rested very well last night after the insane elimination bracket run that they went on is Team Falcons. Waltzy, 0. Dropping down very, very early by their own standards, but they made the miracle run. They are
लूट रही है
here in
अपनी
our
team,
match point
okay?
finals, and they will be a threat when it comes to who picks that championship up.
Worth noting that Falcons have actually had a lot of success on Broken Moon as well. There was questions, would Storm Point be where all of their points were coming from? But no, they said actually Broken Moon we're going to find success by just sheer amount of kills and aggression. But this is where we're going to be heading up towards the core, and we've had a couple of core finishes already this tournament. It gets very busy.
We are
up here on
in
the
the
north.
zone
They don't
as you
want a
can
zone that is
see.
for Twisted Minds, and it's a good zone that they managed to almost convert yesterday as well when we did see a very similar zone. And speaking to a lot of people who were coming through this morning, a lot of people.
सब लोग ऑलरेडी स्पॉन होते हैं पीनट बटर. कोई फ्लाइट में से लैंड होके मतलब पूरा फ्लाइट पाथ फॉलो करके किधर लैंड करना है वैसा नहीं होता है. वो स्पॉन ही होते हैं उन लोग अपने ड्रॉप पे.
You can see Envy were moving very fast from spaceport. They had a ring console, and they're arguably going to get one of the strongest buildings on that northwest side as well. So Envy and Twisted Minds, 2 of the favorites
क्या हो गया?
already, purely based off of priority.
How to get
position.
drops? You have to connect
So
your
check in
EA
with
account to your
9
Twitch,
Live, who actually, you
and
heard
then
the
watch
devs talk about
the
it.
Twitch
Broken Moon
stream.
has been very
You can
kind
leave
to
that
them as
stream
well.
on in the background
They've
while
been
you're
a
watching
fun
my
victory so
stream.
far.
Ooh!
And maybe they could
Twerkaholics versus 9 Lives already.
And Vayne is left on his own, and the Twerkaholics have 2 down. Vayne
Bruh,
is
push कर करके खेल रहे भाई लोग. पीछा कर रहे हैं इसका.
Well, it's going to be exactly the same as how they got here.
एक ही बंदा बचा है 9 Lives का. He has to go and get his team back. छुपा हुआ इधर भाई गया. 9 Lives eliminated. First to get eliminated. 0 points, bro. कितना aggressive खेल रहे हैं लोग. They want those 50 points right now. They want it now.
Those Twerkaholics keeping those hips loose overnight. They're still looking good as we jump on board with Ankkita. This is just outside of the zone at the moment.
क्या BT team है भाई. है ना?
They do have ring console information on where they
Like,
need to
why
be
are you
to
here?
get heard.
It
Everybody
just
on the desk
started.
talking about how impressive that they have been. Strafing Flame obviously leading the line as the IGL for this team.
सब 0 पॉइंट से चालू करते हैं एफ्टर्स. नया दिन है, फाइनल्स है, तो उसमें कुछ कल का काउंट नहीं हो रहा है पॉइंट्स. सब 0 पॉइंट से चालू करते हैं.
For Alkkita, because this is one of the prime rotating positions as you go through quarantine zone, as you try and skirt around, not to get caught in the typical choke on the north. As we check in with NRG, a little bit of fire they're taking at the moment. Only white armors as well.
अगले मैच में नहीं रीव्स, उसके बाद कोई भी एक मैच में विन करना है उनको.
Of where this zone is going to be going, and that's why you're seeing it be so chock-a-block with everyone trying to get through a couple of these chokes. Fury going to have to use the Void Nexus and get Keon rezzing, knocked as well on the altar. They will be able to do so. So their first attempt at a rotation doesn't work too well. It was actually Cat who were holding them down in quarantine zone. So they've still got some traveling to do here before they get to where that zone is going to be pulling.
Speaking of Cat,
How many days does finals go for? One. आज है बस.
Newcastle. So depending on who wins this game, it's going to be either Catalyst or Newcastle banned for match 2, which again, we haven't really spoken about it, but legend bans in a match point finals is not something we've ever seen before. If we get to match 9, match 10, match 11, think of how many legends will be
Champion ठीक है. What about 2, 3, 4th position? वो 6 मैप के बेसिस पे होगा. 6 मैप के बाद उनके क्या-क्या पॉइंट्स है वो नॉर्मल जैसे अब तक चल रहा था ना, पोजीशन पॉइंट्स एंड किल पॉइंट्स, उसके बेसिस पे होगा सेकंड प्लेस ऑनवर्ड्स. फरहान S8UL लूट रहे राइट साइड में. देखो जो राइट साइड वाली स्क्रीन में चल रहा है वो अपनी टीम अभी लूट रही है, अपनी फाइट नहीं चल रही है, तो हम इनको देख रहे हैं. NRG वर्सेस ओ शिट ब्रो. ग्रीन स्टैगो एक एचपी में जाता है बंदा, उसका एक और शॉट कनेक्ट हो जाता ना, लास्ट के उसके 2-3 कनेक्ट हुए, एक और कनेक्ट होता ना तो हो जाता था. नितिन विद 29. 6 मैचेस मिनिमम हो गए, उसके ऊपर जितना टाइम लग रहा है एक टीम को जीतने के लिए 50 पॉइंट्स के बाद, तब तक चलता रहेगा. मैक्स आज तक 9 मैप्स तक गया है, ऐसा फुराइटेड बोला.
Trying to find a route away. You can see that they know exactly where he is. They're trying to chase it down. We'll keep an eye on our kill feed to see if it will be the end of their game. But elsewhere, you can see Babo. What an incredible story it is to see these gentlemen in our finals lobby. Green Stego have been eliminated. Dexter wasn't able to survive, so we're now down to 17 in a few seconds' time. Even though Pinky is doing everything he can to survive a few seconds longer. This could be the end of Babo too. It's just so compact, so dense here with all the teams.
उसका टीममेट जो नॉक हुआ है वो अपना नॉकडाउन शील्ड ऊपर करके उनको बचा रहा है.
It's going to be very difficult to escape and rat out and even find a single placement point. You can see S8UL actually trying to find an angle here from Shopify Rebellion and will spot out Pinky. And Shopify Rebellion just saying, hey, this could be one extra point that could get us closer towards that match point threshold.
It could be one extra point, but they're obviously so nervous about giving away their position in core as well. Don't want to overextend too much.
Babo eliminated.
It will be Koiful with that scout who will
कितना फास्ट हो रहा है ना फाइनल्स में. अब तक ऐसे हो रहा था जैसे कि मतलब सारी टीम वैसी की वैसी बैठी है और लास्ट सर्कल में 12-12 टीम आके फाइट कर रही है, और अभी एकदम मतलब चालू होते ही कितनी सारी टीम्स ने फाइट ली. भाई 4 टीम ऑलरेडी पूरी एलिमिनेट हो चुकी है, 4 पूरी टीम एलिमिनेट हो चुकी है ऑलरेडी. S8UL के बाजू में 100 थीव्स वाले हैं, हम जोन के एकदम एज पे है, ये वाले जोन के नहीं नेक्स्ट वाले जोन के भी काफी एज पे है हम लोग जोन के.
On the Twerkaholics because it's always fun to do. You can see over at Dry Gulch on the left-hand side of your screen.
And you can see कितने दूर से placement points, कितने दूर से Alliance और JS Boom खेल रहे हैं, एकदम JHS Boom रोटेशन खेल रहे हैं उन लोग. हम आराम से जोन टू जोन खेलेंगे. Twerkaholics भी some reason के लिए इतने दूर है. Stream like this सब लोग.
They instantly moved to that building. I mentioned it right off the drop, but the question is how healthy are they? How much loot do they have? What weapons have they got?
We have to कुछ नहीं स्विंग, सबका प्ले स्टाइल होता है, तुम कभी भी फाइट ले सकते हो. We are choosing to play a little bit safe. If we see somebody, we'll fight.
Towards core, Envy might struggle. Now Furia, they've lost Knocked, but Madness and Keon still back to back, looking to see whether they can get him back up with the Void Nexus.
Yeah, we'll be able to.
हाँ,
There's no one
Void
else
Nexus
really
क्यों
near
नहीं
Fury
कर
here.
रहे
They're just
हैं?
trying to
अच्छा,
find a
Knocked को
way
उठा रहे हैं.
towards zone. Maybe Noct was looking to move forward and get another Void Nexus down a little bit closer to zone for them to try and port 2, but it'll work this time around. They will be able to reset. Falcons taking a little bit more of a scenic route here. They're over a stasis array, crafting their way and looking to get some more Evo to approach this zone with purple armors for sure. There's going to be a tough rotate for them. They've got Alliance who are holding them out towards Cliffside if they decide to try and go that way.
It will be an interesting match point finals for Falcons as well, having that 11th seed for the pick in the POI draft, but
statistically, they've actually performed better when they've had a worse POI draft position in this tournament rather than they having the #1 pick. So maybe that's something they can use to their advantage.
Well, Falcons have managed to get a little bit ahead of where Alliance's position was, as you can see on your screen here, so shouldn't be too worried. And now they're ahead of Alliance. It's a case of, do they want to try and hold them out, or do they want to try and find their way into zone? The problem is for Falcons here, they've got ahead of Alliance, but now they've got 100 Thieves and S8UL in front of them. So all of their rotates are going to be very, very difficult. Twerkaholics, safe for the next zone. No one really near them, but getting in from this position going to be tough.
S8UL बोला.
They're safe for the next zone, but they're thinking about moving south because they're trying to work out where would teams be that are still rotating late. And they're assuming
सुना ना मैंने बोला था ना अभी S8UL पूरा बोलेगा सुना ना सबने
they are actually the latest to the zone, but maybe they can come across Fury, who are currently holding that choke. As now we're going to see a push here from GHS. Boom.
Empire versus GHS. Boom.
Love that.
Eva 8 magic happening. Oh sheesh! I thought he would get him.
Evening up the numbers momentarily, it becomes a 1v2 on the side of Riley.
1v1.
Riley Mechanic trying to do what he
GHS boom eliminated. Damn bro. जिस हिसाब से GHS वाले वो ईवा लेके गए थे मेरे को तो लगा था हो गया है.
The only team in the lobby who have not won a match so far this entire tournament, but it could come soon if they play that way. Interestingly, Empire actually were one of the best Broken Moon teams throughout the tournament as well.
Close from like inside.
Now we are fighting.
Good.
First.
Bro, that just cancelled my thing. You just keep holding it when it's reset.
Empire though, it's funny, isn't it? You mentioned they haven't won a game yet.
Yeah.
But now we're match point finals.
Imagine.
Doesn't really matter. Just win one game now. Just win one game throughout a tournament and you become the champions here. But I am very interested in the way that these games have started, especially some of the teams who have played a certain way to get to this position. I love the fact that Twerkaholics still turn up here. Championship Sunday, match point finals, first time that they would have made it here. Nobody
नहीं नहीं होने वाला था फाइट वापस जा रहा था ये शार्की देख के आए उधर क्या सीन है टीपी मार के इधर अभी ऑल्टर के अल्ट करके अपने बाकी के टीममेट्स के पास जा रहा है.
The way that they're doing it, it just throws everyone off.
He's resetting and going with his team. स्ट्रीम लाइक करने के लिए पॉज है. हाँ पॉज क्या है ताकि तुम लोग को टाइम मिले स्ट्रीम लाइक करने के लिए. जितने लोग सब्सक्राइब नहीं किए वो जल्दी सब्सक्राइब कर दो.
Of course, there are many fans watching around the world may have never experienced match point finals
इसको
before.
देख लो भाई.
It is a very easy way to
इनको देख लो भाई. ये देख लो क्या हो रहा है
You
इधर.
just have to wear as many hats as you can.
And then you qualify for the finals. It's
He's wearing 3 hats.
How the rules have changed.
It's going to be first to 50 points, gets you on to match point, and then you have to win one match after that, and that's how you will achieve a victory here at this LAN.
Well, we see the 100 Thieves Ultras. They're out there, Envy fans as well.
He's wearing 3
From
hats.
the talk of the Falcons run, you've got to remember that Envy did something very, very
Guys,
similar
किसको
yesterday.
S8UL का देखे तो मेरे को बताना हाँ.
Between both Falcons and Envy, I think they were just happy for each other that they'd managed to make it through that elimination bracket and, of course, into our finals. But 100T, they didn't have to worry about the Lim finals. They went straight through the winner's side, straight to this finals, and you gotta say they look pretty darn good doing so.
जयदीप जी पकड़े गए अभी सब्सक्राइब किया है मतलब अब तक नहीं किया हुआ था ऐसे क्यों? After 50 points क्या होगा? After 50 points आपको एक गेम जीतना है and you will be winners. Place 1, first place, champion. Yes, placement points भी होते हैं.
They ooze that confidence, and I would not be surprised if at some point in these match point finals they get the opportunity to win this whole thing. The real question is, will they take it?
It's such a
fascinating
thing when we look at the match point format because
वाह
so many teams
वाह
get
भी
there
समझी मैं.
to 50 points. They get the opportunity, but when it arises, it feels so different.
एक पोस्टर होगा उसने नेशनल कम्युनिटी पे डाला था. किसने डाला था?
You see the nerves, you feel the pressure, and they aren't able to convert on that opportunity. But for now, looks like we're moments away from the match being back on pause.
3 लोग 50 plus points हुए. First to win a match out of champions. Yes, तीनों में से जो भी जीत गया वो champion. Let's go. 3, 2, 1.
Pretty sure that drone is like.
आ गए वापस.
Yeah, we got it. Where might be 20s? Where are they? I might be able to walk a
Yeah, the next rotation has to be
TP like all the way across.
Yeah.
Like if it's pulling, I might look for it early, but
wait till
honestly,
come back first.
if you guys get pushed, like just tell me to set it and I'll just drop it.
Yeah. Might go to you, honestly.
It might be better.
Yeah, I think it would
It's
be.
definitely just pulling left side, right? We all think that.
Yeah.
Better find out.
We're not fighting. We're in the zone.
Lots
We
of nukes
are
going off
just
to the
waiting for
side.
something.
I'm
Yeah,
going
yeah.
now.
You look for it.
There you go.
Why is the game pause? Unpause हो गया है देवज्योति.
Someone just ash boarded to ping.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
here.
They're walking
Got
left.
fun peeking.
They're putting
Go
drone
really
out. They
quick
might
dev
look
drone
to
out.
send us. They've
Very-
already ash boarded.
If I died.
They're physical immune.
Bro, holy fuck.
Yeah, they're on that ramp we went to the other game.
He's going to
If it's
check
good
what's
shotgun, we go to you
happening.
now.
Yeah, I placed one. Oh,
Is it
there's a
good?
drone on me. I think you can.
Is it
Take
good?
some.
Good spot.
Yeah,
Taking.
it's safe,
It's a
it's
good
safe.
spot. Okay, ये बोल रहा है it's a good spot.
We can keep going like right a bit more, but like I don't really know.
That's good, yeah.
Yeah, well, like,
Like just pick a side, I think.
I think we just go like.
मैप देखने दो guys
That's
क्या
not like
सीन है
that.
अपना.
Yep.
यहाँ पे है हम लोग. यहाँ पे है
Still have
zone.
that. Hold south
Yeah,
east.
okay.
Careful older queues.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll take you through wall and like maybe if someone there's a couple crates here, so they can
आ
stand right
सकते हैं
above us.
Workaholics
Like,
Alliance
yeah,
और
but
100
also-
Thieves zone के तरफ आ रहे हैं.
That'll be late though.
हम हैं तो सही
Yeah.
यहाँ पे. Let's see क्या सीन है.
I've only got one frag grenade.
Something
They're
in our
fighting
building.
back in those
Nah,
old buildings.
they were shooting at our TP.
Oh yeah, shooting the TP. Rude, bro.
Peacekeeper. How's going to have to use the mother load.
Falcons versus Shopify Rebellion.
Trying to force their way into zone of taking
अपनी टीम की फाइट नहीं चल रही इस टाइम ये देख रहे हैं. Okay.
Have now spotted Empire, and behind them, the Twerkaholics are starting to arrive. By the way, if this fight lingers too long, the Twerkaholics might just join in.
I think they will have to. And floating doesn't need to be asked twice. This man is always ready to engage. Takes a little bit of damage on the cross here, but on the Wraith, we'll be able to take a few seconds. Just to pop that battery. If he needs to, he can jump into the void to survive. Empire
कितने
trying to
teams
hold
है
down
भाई
this
अभी?
position.
16 टीम का फाइट होने के बाद 15 की 15 टीम लास्ट जोन के लिए रुकी है अभी.
And they've been able to force alliance to the
इतने
other
सारे
side. I
टीम
think they
छोटे से
noticed the
सर्कल में वापस
Twerkaholics
से.
there as well. So they're more than prepared. They back off slightly. They
TP
are not
meaning teleport.
over-engaging here. But you know the Twerkaholics are looking to fight. Now the zone is starting to force a couple of other teams into the equation.
जाओ अंदर जाओ. इसका बहुत डैमेज होता है आगे जाके. हाँ.
Only blue armor to work with. They do get the cat wall down to move in towards core from their southern side, but they've got Furia. They've
ये
got Falcons,
कैटलिस्ट की
they've got
अल्ट है
VP
जो इन लोग कवर बना के
surrounding
जा
them.
रहे हैं इससे.
The cat
इनके
wall
राइट
is
में
good
दिख रहा है
enough
पूरा
to
Falcon
block off
versus
the
Furia
fighters
चल
going
रहा
down
है.
to their right. They could be able to rotate here without taking too much damage. But as I say that, Waltzy will manage to turn one. And even though there's two members
Shit.
still alive here inside of the building from Falcons,
क्यों? क्या था ये?
but so
Why would he do that?
influential in this fight. Waltzy will find another one.
Falcons
Why-
are fighting two teams at once here, and somehow
still alive, bro.
Twerkaholics will be eliminated in the
And
end.
he's
Empire
about to
got the
recall
better
his
of them.
teammate.
Cat down to one. Furia are eliminated, and everything's popping off here on Broken Moon.
13 squads remaining. Taxiton the last alive here for Cat. You saw Zero as the last alive momentarily for Falcons as well. 100 Thieves start to tiptoe a little bit.
105.
I'm carrying it back.
I'm batting
Carrying
back.
it back.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
we need to third that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We need to third that. Yeah, third party legends.
there's a few still there.
I got my
Okay,
ticket.
I don't think
Okay.
we can third.
Didn't hear you.
Nah, Ash and few still there.
Crack dash.
We need to look to
Do
move
we go
forward.
back?
Yeah.
There's bodies on us.
Bodies,
You can-
yeah. Grabbing loot. Then we have to look for like the front corner.
Yep.
Like literally right here. Maybe even the game we won, fucking Pro League.
नहीं कर रहे हम
That's
third
one.
party.
Okay.
They're resing on my ping.
Might be forcing them and forcing like the outer wall.
We might be better just walking
One shot.
together, honestly.
To walk where?
Just walking together.
Yeah.
I might
Revive
take the
here
same
is
line.
As well. I don't know where I can get a TP.
We're going for that corner.
On the yellow, maybe?
Someone's on the yellow. You have to go like further right, I think.
On our back,
Is that
keeping
team
it to
out?
it.
Is that team out right?
I don't see anyone.
I don't see them.
No-
They might have kept
no
going
one on
like,
your
all the way
ping?
around. No one's here. I don't see.
Whole team on my ping in the middle core.
We need TP soon.
There's no one outside
Yeah,
right.
we're
We
going
need
on
TP
zone.
now.
We're
We need
going
TP
on
now.
zone.
We need TP now.
I placed it. Someone behind me, I think. Just come, take it.
Yeah, go up to the corner.
Okay, they're going to be on.
Take it
no,
and
behind,
fight.
behind.
Fight. एक
Yeah.
अरे
70.
Ah!
They're going to. It's a fucking
with you,
15. They're going to look to push us probably.
Yep.
Yeah. Try to drone.
Break the drone. Break
नहीं
it.
तोड़ा.
Yeah.
Break
Break
it. Birds. I'm birding them as
Fuse
well.
out on us.
Yeah. Take him fast.
Fuse to in पे shit.
Nice.
Yeah, the crime
Two.
file.
क्या हो रहा है ये? How is he going to live through this? Nope. Bro, जो corner किए इन लोग.
respawn with some KPL. Now the launch comes in.
क्या कॉर्नर में डाले भाई?
With the hip fire, but this could be the end here for Falcons. They will be out next.
The minds were twisted indeed by Hal, but sadly they'll fall in 7th position. But Falcons put good points on the board for match 1. But that does leave things open now for 100 Thieves, Shopify Rebellion, and do not forget
corner
about
tha
Envy,
bhai.
who have been in that building this entire game, right from the start, waiting for their moment.
Hack is popping the ult XL on the Crypto to get that EMP back. That could be a huge influence. As could shots like that from Unlucky.
Nice
He's
shots,
only hit
bro.
heads here.
He is not missing. I mean, there wasn't much else to see apart from the head, but you still have to hit that pinpoint accuracy. Maybe Alliance looking to get aggressive onto 100 Thieves, but they see the Void Nexus is going to be used by Shopify Rebellion to go central zone.
Alliance just had to take a second there because of the
Kraber
fact that
chal rahi hai,
effects
bhai.
did go down momentarily. Shopify Rebellion will retreat through that portal. And Pricey from Ankkita threads the needle and manages to avoid connecting with 3 or 4 players who are locked up there.
6 squads, round 5's closing. Shopify Rebellion have just lost 2 by the looks of it. They might be soon to be ended on Broken Moon. Alliance could potentially clean them up. And this is a very patient approach from Alliance, by the way. They are not forcing themselves into the zone because they know they don't have much to work with once they get there.
Well, the catwalk comes in from 100T. That's going to allow them to move a little bit closer towards the zone.
Oh, क्या nades है भाई?
So much damage being done. Unlucky gets
Oh, भाई.
As Pricey starts to shatter some shields.
100 Thieves are being pressured from a lot of angles right now, but the Newcastle wall will save them for the time being. And
Missed
it's a win
it.
from Pricey on the 2nd attempt.
Straight from Flame though, it's alongside his teammate.
इसके लेफ्ट में शॉपिफाई रिबेलियन का बंदा does he know? Newcastle Algs.
Towards zone. It's only a duo though.
Shield कितने shield है? Safety first, man.
Pricey now turns his attention a little bit closer to zone. It's a
Woo! सीधा down भाई, headshot.
Rebellion have been eliminated in the meantime.
100 is eliminated. क्या हो रहा है इधर?
Alliance
Guy, look the guy.
Alliance into the top 3.
Dropped, got dropped, but Envy will be okay. They'll be able to get him back up. Now suddenly it's VK Gaming, Envy and Alliance, your last 3 teams. It's south, it's west, it's north, it's 3v3v3. This is Apex Legends. This is now when you look to your IGLs to say, what can we do here to try and win this
What
game?
can
The
we
worrying
do
thing
here?
for Alliance, his effect is a little bit separate from the rest of his team, and I think he's a bit trapped behind that truck. A little bit pinned down. Envy trying to force VKG into Alliance. Trying to force them to fight where they can become the third party. Missile Swarm comes in from Zap on the Valkyrie in game number 1 here.
I mean, Alliance are the most
40
warmed up
goal
when it
है
comes
इस
to
पे.
fights in this game. They're already on
I
19
wouldn't do
points
that
as
if
it
I were
stands,
you.
whereas Envy and VKG have kind of been waiting for this moment, hoping to get a victory.
VKG are taking
Placement.
damage.
Oh, and it's going to be an absolute shred of shields, and it looks like Alliance will be able to take him down alongside Envy. Now it's just a straight 3v3.
Hackers with the Kraber in his hands put the last bullet to use just to influence how that
Double
fight
P
plays out.
2020.
In our first game,
That guy has a double
here in
P
New Orleans,
2020.
our match point finals. It's a 3v3. Alliance taking on Envy. Hackers saves the high bar. Lucky's down.
Trade 2 for 2 though, and now Hackers, maybe he can get some shields off?
2v2. Zap is down. Dropped his very, very low HP. Don't think they're going to be able to get the reds here. They're going to slide in instead. In fact, he'll find 2.
अकेला बचा है वो Envy का.
Hack is trying to survive, trying to buy the time for Effect to come and join the fight. Sykes is going to be next. But
What? What?
Sykes is the last alive.
What?
That's what he
No
can do.
way. अरे इसका ये बैटरी लगा के आया भाई, वरना वो बंदा निकाल सकता था.
Game number 1 here on Broken Moon.
There are only 2 EMEA
Knock
teams
कर दे
in
रहा है
this
उसने.
lobby, but one of them who knows they've got what it takes to win is Alliance, and they put up a huge amount of points to kick us off here in New Orleans.
What a
फ्राइडे लिंक भेज चल लिकुपिडा वाली या ALGS अपने वेबसाइट वाली लिंक भेजना ALGS वाली.
Twice. They pull straight to the top of that building that Envy had held for so long. And then if there's one man that doesn't feel pressure in endgame situations, Effect gets the call, 2 weak inside the building, slides in, does not second guess it, gets those 2 knocks. And then the 2v1, even though Sykes gave it his all, was just too much to overcome.
I love the aggression from Alliance. Don't
Chal
give
link
Envy the
भेज.
time to think about how they're going to play this endgame. Also, what was important, because Affected already used the Mother Load, they knew they were an ult down in that fight. So how do they take advantage of it, catch them off guard, and take them by surprise? And not only do they get a victory, they get a victory with 16 kills.
Wow.
They are already
Shit, we only have 1 point.
way towards match point.
That is a monster first game coming
28 पॉइंट्स हो गए बे इनके. इनको ऐसा एक और गेम चाहिए. इनके 50 पॉइंट हो जाएंगे दो मैच में. लॉल.
from the EMEA team, and it feels
ये
like
चीज
they're
का स्लो
taking
है
the
तो लिक्विड वाला
responsibility
भेज
of
जल्दी
the region
भेज.
on their shoulders. Next man legend will be Newcastle. No Newcastle available.
एक ही
for
पॉइंट
quite
है भाई
some
अपना.
time. I won't say for
लॉल.
the rest of the series because we don't know how long it's going to go. There's a good chance that Newcastle
इनके
could
ऑलरेडी
become available again.
28
Yeah, you
पॉइंट्स
never
हो गए
really
हैं.
know with what's going to happen because, of course, with legend bans in match point, if an entire class does get banned, essentially it starts to reset, and the first banned legend in that class gets put back into action. So if that does happen, it could be exciting.
Well, match number 1 was absolutely
We are
superb.
16
Broken Moon, though.
16 छोड़ो
We're
भाई.
gonna
एक ही
say
पॉइंट है
goodbye
अपने
as
को.
we're gonna
पॉइंट्स
change
चाहिए.
maps in
50
just a
पॉइंट
few
लाने हैं
seconds'
बस.
time as match number 2 is
50
coming up
पॉइंट
on
लाने
match
हैं.
finals. Alliance with a win in match number 1.
50 पॉइंट
Who's
लेके
gonna
आओ.
take match number 2.
एक इंसेन गेम हो जाए. फेड हाँ फोन के लिए निकाला था ना.
The return of Area 51, Alienware's highest performance desktop yet. Equipped with powerful Intel Core Ultra
ऐसे कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी भी लास्ट टाइम एक मैच जीती थी फिर 10th आई एंड में.
architecture designed for ultimate gaming.
कुछ भी हो सकता है. ये फॉर्मेट ऐसा है इसमें कुछ भी हो सकता है ये गेम में. ओके मई में ही है. स्टे ट्यून्ड रहो. अनाउंस होगा तब आपको बता देंगे.
The human body was built to move. Not trapped at a desk.
नेक्स्ट मैच किनेटिक्स देर में चालू होगा 1 मिनट में. इन लोग टाइम पास नहीं करते मैप्स के बीच में. इन लोग एकदम चालू कर देते हैं. They take a couple of minutes and then they start. मोबाइल एग्जीक्यूटिव था. एक्सक्लूसिव था वो. हेलो हाय. ये कोई टाइम है आके पूछने का? आपको शर्म नहीं आ रही? मैं रोज स्ट्रीम कर रही हूँ आके इधर पूछने का. हाँ इसका मतलब अब तक नहीं आए थे तुम स्ट्रीम देखने? चलो स्ट्रीम लाइक करो जल्दी. मेरे को भी मॉनिटर गिफ्ट करो ना गाइस. $1000 का है और इंडिया में नहीं है लेकिन $1000 का है. मेरे को गिफ्ट करना कोई.
of the Apex Legends Global Series.
क्योंकि वो रूल है प्रत्यक्ष के 50 पॉइंट होने चाहिए टीम के. हेलो वेदांत.
Kill this guy, kill his fucking ass! He's sliding down! Save like shield! I can't! I can't get back on! He's one of me, Hawkins, please! Fuck that! Kill him!
9th squad to be eliminated. हाँ तो हम 11th आए ना. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. हम 11th पोजीशन पे थे तो 11th पोजीशन का एक ही पॉइंट होता है. कोई नहीं प्रियंक तुम सुपर चैट कर दो. $100 मैं ले लेती हूँ.
Welcome back to New Orleans, everybody, and Red Bull are bringing the energy to New Orleans with the Red Bull Gauntlet.
Chalo,
booth.
chalo,
There are
let's
4
go, let's
stations
go,
where
let's
you can
go.
drop into solo lobbies to get your score on the leaderboard for a chance to win a Sony InZone gaming gear, as well as other premium prizes. So head on over to the Red Bull Gauntlet booth, grab a can of Red Bull, and throw your hat into the ring.
500 रुपीज मैं डालता हूँ. बाकी के डॉलर मुरान कर देगा. ठीक है चालू कर. चालू करती हूँ यूनाइटेड. चालू कर. चालू कर.
Have you noticed I'm never on the predictions? It's for good reason.
I think that
ruin it for everyone.
A little bit cheeky that you're not on the predictions.
चालू करती
I
हूँ.
do say so myself, but there was a time when you used to be a curse. Anyway, match 2 is upon us, and it does mean we are moving away from Broken Moon, and we are now moving into Storm Point, which of course changes everything here because we're going to have an entirely different set of teams that not only are good at this map, but
चालू कर जल्दी फ्राइडे चालू कर तू प्रोसेस चालू कर
drop spots, there's going to be different
जून
zones,
से करता है
different
चालू
compositions. All of this stuff is just going to make this probably the most fascinating match point finals that we've ever had in the ALGS. Just so many
Excuse me,
variables
Pratyaksh, क्या है ये?
as a team, a coach, a player, whatever it is, as a fan. Even like what composition is my team playing? Where are they going to be dropping? We got you up to date. Don't worry, we'll keep you informed of everything that's going to be going down. But I mean, game number 1, Alliance. We need to take a second to talk about that because what a run that was! 16 kills alongside the placement points. It's the perfect start for a match point finals.
And Alliance coming from Atmos Station as well on Broken Moon. That is not an easy rotation by all means. For a while, remember, they were trapped on the eastern side and we thought they were going to have a fight with the two Workaholics, but then they just slowly walked their way in. And you know what they didn't do? They didn't take unnecessary fights. Notice how they noticed Empire were there and they said, actually, we're just going to surpass them and play for position. Empire went on to kill the two Workaholics. A very intelligent play from Alliance, as you just saw.
Newcastle banned.
And there's confirmation Newcastle will be back.
ये कैसा नाम है प्रत्यक्ष? Hi
The
Arshad.
entirety of match point finals, unless the entire support class gets banned, which it probably won't. Probably.
Yeah, exactly. Just a good probably once again. We never know at this point. But as we head towards match number 2, it's going to be, like you say, Newcastle banned. We now move to Storm.
Newcastle banned. Hi Asleria. Hello,
Historically faster,
hello.
more aggressive maps for these teams to play on, where those KP start to
ये hater है नाम मत लेना.
kind of flow, and you don't see those big POIs with a lot of buildings in, where we have more of a kind of stacked end zone. So this is the POI draft. What are you taking away from this one?
Wall create करने वाले character का uses बोल दो please. वो wall काम में आती है. उसका use है.
From winners bracket, you're guaranteed at least one good pick.
Okay. Down beast है हमारा drop location. यहाँ पे देख सकते हो आप मेरे face cam के right ऊपर दिख रहा है आपको हमारा logo. वहाँ पे हमारी team spawn हो रही है.
Certainly teams here to look out for. Going to be the likes of Green Stego, Babo down at Pylon as well, VK Gaming at Sito Station, and GHS Boom at Cenote Cave.
अपने आजू-बाजू में Falcons, Alliance, 100 Thieves, here we are.
POIs, I would say that not first picks for a lot of these teams, and that's another thing to take into consideration.
कल हम लोग यहाँ land हुए थे
like
पिछली बार.
scrims and drafts where players are getting used to playing from certain POIs. There's a little bit of familiarity a lot of time with 2 or 3 different POIs, maybe even a few more, but some of these feel a little bit uncomfortable for our teams that we have in the lobby. One team that has got to keep their head on a swivel,
मैंने बताओ कि कौन से वाले
Alliance,
IGBC
because
का
if you
मैं
look
stop
towards the
करती हूँ.
northern side of Storm Point here, Alliance have taken Trident. Usually, that's a sign to the rest of the lobby that we want Northpad as well, and if you come here, we're going to fight you. Well, guess who's landed over at Northpad?
The Twerkaholics, baby. They'll be twerking their way over towards
EWC का
Alliance, I'm
completely
sure,
अलग format है.
and
Nothing to do
looking
with
for
this
a fight,
tournament.
but
Yeah, this is
really,
this is
you're smart.
ALGS.
Do you want to take a fight against the team that is
यहाँ
currently
के top
leading, just
4,
with 28 points on the
top
board,
4
is
ना या
already
top
over
3
halfway
mid-season
towards
playoffs
match point?
जाएंगे, right?
Usually, someone normal would probably say no. The Twerkaholics, however, you never know what to expect with these boys.
Yeah, like, let's show you something different. Anyway, let's talk about zone. Calculated
अपनी team लूट रही है.
It's sort of.
यहाँ पे देखते हैं तब तक. ठीक है.
I actually might need to come and hit the light arsenal.
Yeah, yeah, come flip mill.
I don't have a side
Prize
either.
pool इधर था ना. हाँ.
Is that on top? There's an
Top
above.
5 teams mid-season playoffs में qualify हो जाएगी.
Yeah, fuck. I
And ये रहे
maybe
पैसे.
grab it in a second. Two up.
It's not, it's gonna zip up.
Hey?
Top
Zip up
5
anyway.
teams mid-season
Okay.
playoff के लिए qualify होगी.
There's a 1 to 2 I'm carrying.
Yeah, I got 2x ready.
Yeah, dude.
I've just got now.
Yeah, we got mill.
Workaholics आए क्या
We can
fight
leave straight
लेने
away.
के लिए?
Mill everything. Yeah. It's burger there, so they should be fast.
What is it?
Burger.
Oh, yeah. That's not their name, but...
Yeah.
Workaholics वाले देखो Alliance वालों पे आए हैं push
Has just
करने के
dropped
लिए.
28 points. They are so confident in their engagements. They do get an armor check though and notice
I wanna
that
see this
Alliance
fight.
are up to blue as
Let's
well.
see
I
this
think
fight.
that one player, probably Hackers, was able to go away, get an Evo Harvester
कितने
there.
दूर उसने alter के ult लगाई
The
देखो
Alliance are not
उसके
one to
teammate
be
के exit
shying
मारने के
away
लिए.
from a fight either, may I add.
I mean, just look at this.
उनके points हो गए ना इतने.
He has the sling weapon.
और यार 9 lives और rival की भी fight हो रही.
Rival esports inside of this building, a pylon. They've got a fight on their hands as well. It's 9 lines on the other side.
Rivals losing.
Nine lives का एक down, Rivals का एक down.
Got to put that R99 to good use.
Woo!
9 lives are struggling a little bit. The armor should be enough to take Rivals through this. And Rivals will
9 lives are
eliminated. And in the
eliminated.
kill feed, Twerkaholics have just
एक
been
और
eliminated.
team आ गई. Twerkaholics को eliminate कर दिया. Alliance ने.
Rival Esports trying to escape.
और Rivals भी eliminate हो गई. 9 lives से.
It's like who really came out on top of that one? It was maybe a little bit early to be fighting in that situation, especially this side of Pylon where.
Bro, Twerkaholics वाले Alliance वालों को push करने आए points के लिए. Alliance वालों ने उनकी team ही eliminate कर दी.
Teams there to third, so that's one that maybe a few of the teams involved in that might look back on and go, wasn't the smartest decision.
Alkkitagb and Babo currently squaring up against each other at the
Wow.
moment. Pricey's taken a lot, but of course is a potential for a Void Nexus just to get away. It looks like that's going to be the play to avoid Babo, and they will hold their ground.
Wow.
Just to touch on that fight once more, off screen between Alliance and Twerkaholics, what an important one for Alliance. If you think about as match point finals go along, if we get back to Storm Point later, they would have already had that one up over the Twerkaholics now and maybe can scare them away.
And also, you look at Legend composition, Legend bans, the fact that Effect was playing Ballistic and found himself a Rampage.
KP Farm Alliance वालों को आउट करने की कोशिश की ना उन लोग क्योंकि उनको already 28 points मिल चुके हैं. They are literally one good win away from 50 points.
They can loot. They got 3 more KP, and now they're on 31 points.
31 points.
Or should I say, to become match point eligible, is just 50.
It's 50.
That was going to be my question. How early can Alliance hit match point here? Because that early fight gives them the confidence now and the freedom to rotate. It is a long journey, but they have the Trident. You've won the fight, you've got the reward of the Trident, and now you can skirt all the way around the western side if you'd like to try and get to the southern side of this map. There is a reality where Alliance are on match point after 2 games here.
Yeah, it's possible.
JHS boom.
अर्पित अलग-अलग है सबका. कुछ लोग इस पे, कुछ लोग उस पे.
But not seeing a Trident. And because of that, they're going to move towards Jurassic and try and rotate a little bit themselves. NRG.
Prayer में मारी है, ठीक है, सही है.
Going to really frustrate someone who might try and find a Void Nexus to go back to, because that's going to be destroyed here by Guild. But they're in a pretty good spot, actually playing the...
Oh shit, we're getting sprayed down.
Eastern side of Pylon.
Do we have an altar portal somewhere to teleport to?
Should we grab car and just leave?
What the fuck are they doing? Yeah, come back, Barry.
I can't fucking... I'm driving?
Yeah. Yeah. Man. This is when you get...
गाड़ी चला भाई, इसको license कौन दिया?
The sitting spot a trick. Yeah. They just want to hit UAV. Yeah. We might actually meet Alliance here. We have to get back to like Cedar and top Jurassic side, I think. Yeah.
I'm not healing.
Easier fight in than the other hill.
Okay. Yeah, they might be Cascade side as well, though.
Yeah.
Or checkpoint for third. If they're...
NRG eliminated by Empire.
Eliminated, and it will be Lord of the Rings getting the job done.
Falcons versus Shopify Rebellion.
Falcons versus
Former
Shopify
teammates.
Rebellion.
Former champions.
Many a land champion in this fight.
Over to Fury, though. This is outside the north side of Barometer on the nut building.
Fuse alt के बीच में इन लोग क्रिप्टो alt and बैंगलोर alt खा के बैठे हैं एम्पायर वाला. क्या हो रहा है यहाँ पे?
Try and get that opening damage. They're trying to kind of, I don't know if they want to rotate here or if they want to just shut off one of the angles, but this seems
कितने alt खाए हैं ये?
I mean, a lot of utility used there by Empire. I think he was just trying to reset and take a breath. Remember, they were involved in taking down NRG. So they probably just wanted a moment to have
Fury
a good think about what they wanted to do, and Furious say, you know, we don't need to be taking this one, and as you mentioned, will be out of there. Now, Shopify Rebellion, we speak about LAN champions, there's a couple on this team, and of course MT, not a LAN champion yet, but one of the best IGLs around.
Waltzy yet to pick up that LAN championship himself. Take a look at our map.
हम जोन में
is going to be pulling towards
अपने पीछे से NV JHS boom आ रही है. Alliance वाले जोन के बाहर घूम रहे हैं
towards those triangle buildings.
Bro,
or is it going to go down towards the 100 Thieves side?
Yeah. It's one of those, isn't it? You've gambled on, fingers crossed, north or south building.
Yes, Priyanshu, then they will be first place. Then the others have to play for the rest of the positioning.
How much that could...
Yeah.
Second.
It's not really south side.
We are
There's one
getting
team barrier, that's it.
Very much.
Yeah, we're going barrier.
Yeah, we definitely.
Heal up.
Straight up the car. Yeah.
I'm 12-2, about to lose a few meds, so.
Make sure the team's not walking up on me.
I'm gonna get car, go get the Evo, and then come back to you.
Yeah, we're going around Barrow side.
I'm just gonna craft a bat as well.
We definitely keep the car, yeah. I haven't seen this tunnel team walk out, Jessica. They might be close to you.
Jumping out.
Yeah, I'll just drive.
Okay, I'm coming back. Just get me over here somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, we're literally just going like main Barrow.
Right in front of us. Ooh, getting out.
Turning around. Yeah, just come, let's go on Cascade side, I guess. Like, fuck me.
Oh, we're just leaving? Okay.
I'm looking up the hill.
This is gonna be fucked. Give me a second, I think. You just get back up top hill.
Okay.
There's no one up the hill right now.
Yeah.
Boosting up. Oh, wait.
Get in.
Loosen up, if you're in the door fight.
This is very fucking messy, holy fuck.
Yeah. We haven't even. You have evac.
Maybe we can go for console now. I don't know if they're still right in the door though. No, they're further up.
That's a not team.
Yes, Eftos, but max अब तक 9 maps तक ही गया है.
The car's moving Barrow.
Yeah, did they go now? I'm gonna walk around, bro.
Try and see where they are.
कितने क्या बोला था इसने? 16 teams थी 50 point पे एक
I can take
ALGS
my
में.
thing back if I need to. Pretty sure these guys are gone.
ये मैंने
Would have tried to get deeper.
I'm holding here.
Oh, do you reckon it's them evacing?
I see them. Evac from Barrow?
I'm coming
Yeah,
back.
They
that's
turned.
them, they've turned.
We're getting crypto drone from fucking Nut as well. So they know we're coming.
EMP at Nut?
EMP at Nut.
Yep.
I'm running out.
That can't be Alliance, can it?
I'm running out.
Like, Barrow team?
They fucking ballistic on it as well.
I'm ballistic.
We need to clear our right side though.
Yeah.
There's a team at the knot on right.
Yeah, heard. Still far.
I'm actually just sprinting at it, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got it.
We can TP back if we
Yes,
fucking...
yes.
If shit goes bad. Ballistic in front of me! Shoot him! Dead!
Sorry.
Nice.
I'm getting shot in the back!
Yeah. Walking through the wall.
Run up.
He's raising,
They're
raising! Ash one!
Oh,
One
finish.
I'm TPing him.
Nice, Alliance को eliminate कर दिया हम लोग ने.
TP.
Yep, I
TP out.
Yep.
Running up the hill at us, running up the hill.
I'm batting.
Nading it.
Who's ulting? I'm batting.
Very nice.
Fuse ult आई है. जल्दी heal
Back
करो.
down as well.
जल्दी heal
Yeah.
करो.
There's one guy, yeah?
I don't
We hold them on the door.
Is it?
जल्दी
I
heal
just saw one person
करो.
walking up when we're like in the TP.
Okay.
That's fine, okay.
Going?
Yeah. Ready? Walking up.
Ankkita.
Need to see them.
Oh.
I see them.
No. Chilling.
Oh, just careful, right? Picking?
Yeah, they might be running somewhere.
I see him.
See where zone pops.
Rats ढूंढ रहे rats.
Holy
चूहे
fuck.
जो
They're
इधर
fighting
बैठे
them.
होंगे.
Fighting them.
छोटे से.
Yeah.
What
One
for?
closer.
Anyone left?
Yeah,
Don't see anyone
pile on.
Zone is pulling back.
left. Oh, someone left.
Something left, there's left, yeah.
Do we
Wait,
go?
shoot,
We
shoot,
can
shoot.
solo on my ping. Okay.
Dead.
Nice. Test. Okay.
No, he's still solid.
Solid, yeah.
Okay,
They're in the
Still
building.
someone building. Is pulling
Finish किया
back.
एक और बंदा
We can
जिसको ने.
Do we wrap?
Get left somehow, right? Or like,
Can we just like
hold up.
get in car and just car straight to that, or do I just make a ultra run? Ultra run for
I
the
think you
car?
have to ultra run for it.
Ultron's
There's
better.
a drone on the right we have to kill and the left.
Yeah, just just stare at
They
them.
reported on the left.
Right. I'm gonna try and solo evac over there actually.
Yeah, give it a go.
Just yeah, do whatever.
Try and shoot them off.
Yeah. Nut Teams has a solo slide down to the building.
Shooting them off.
Get ready to pull me as well, someone.
I'm fighting
Yeah,
them.
I'm going back to the pool.
Charge Senti on crypto.
Spot करके आ रहा है.
Where do I go?
Can you get like on the side of the corner or no? Like pile on
Trying
side?
to. I don't think anyone's there.
Yeah, Q into it.
There's a death box, but
Call if it's good.
Woo!
I mean I'm here, but I've placed a TP.
Okay.
I don't know if they're trying to fight me. They're nading me though.
I'm waiting.
Waiting for nades then.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
They're like on me. They're on me.
They're
I'm
here.
coming.
They're
Okay,
here.
okay.
Leave!
Yeah.
Oh fuck!
Pull.
I'm pulling.
Oh, dead.
Fuck.
Fuck,
no
man.
evac.
Fuck. Didn't even hear him.
We just take cannon.
वो वापस आ ही रहा था यार
I
अपनी
don't
अल्ट
think we can run
लेके और फिर उसको नॉक किया तो उसको पुल कर ही रहे
Slide
थे
down.
वापस इधर यार.
I'm gonna boost to get one round cannon.
No
People in
craft,
that
right?
corner. No craft, no. We have to go to like inside
Murad, the
pylon
map
staircases,
is
yeah?
to the top
Like,
left.
where
Where
the
we
zips
see
are
the
on
map
the
is where
stairs?
they see the
Yeah,
map. Top
Okay.
left is where
Where's
the
Gotham?
map is.
Okay. Gonna go in and to the right instantly, I think.
Yep.
Like underneath this side.
क्या push है ये?
I'm climbing over.
Going right.
No, I'm not climbing.
Batting out. We need to go to the other side.
Doing it, I get it, running through. Altered it. I'm gonna keep running.
20 minutes, yeah.
क्या
I'm
जा
batting.
किधर जा रहा
I think
है?
it's all you.
I'm about to go to the top.
Are you gonna die?
No, I'm good.
Trying to get to you.
Yeah, run over the smoke there. Do you have a med kit? I need.
Drop you on. Think for the door.
Probably craft.
Do not come to me.
Recall कर सकते हैं?
inside, thank
है तो
Might
सही
be able
यहाँ
to
पे
craft.
banner.
Just don't pry it though.
Zone, we're chilling.
I'm not sure there's anyone this. Can you come clear this with me?
Okay. Pyramid,
We
we
need
need
to
look for the pyramid north.
Yeah, yeah.
Northeast. It should be
No,
free.
no one in this building. I'm looking for crafter.
Bro, is there anyone on the far side?
There's no one in there. I'm just gonna feed you the door just in case.
Dude.
I'm walking up to it.
Crafting.
Nice.
I'm trying to look over you. I got farm, not looking.
Nice.
Batting.
You good?
Yep. You able to get to me?
Yes.
Give him Moby?
Yes, I do.
Okay. You guys are good.
I'm looking over.
I'm gonna rip it like.
I farmed down with time to come.
Nice.
Ripping it backside.
Rip it whenever. Awesome.
Holding up.
Yeah, chin them off.
Have it off.
Blue armors. Only car's purple.
Okay, nice.
Good shit.
If you guys have like a spare light mag on a scout, you need to drop it.
Yeah, there's a light mag on the ground here.
They're looking at us from above
That's
still.
nice.
Blues.
Yeah, I'm just
Play
gonna land
bottom.
out back and I'll fucking kill it through
Going
when
down
it comes back.
I have a
Go-
bunch
I'm
of
on
shields
die.
for you. I'm
Already.
25-4.
I'm 6-1. Fucking full as fuck.
Yeah, we just key through.
I
Oh,
would
yeah,
roll
10
it.
seconds, 10 seconds, 10 seconds.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably
No, it's good shit. Good stuff.
That's not really looking. There's a lot of bodies in this, like front left side as well.
I'm just going to the back of the pyramid.
Okay.
Yeah, you can go loose that
Bro,
shit as
this
well.
game? What? Yeah.
Okay. Dropping meds first.
Zone
I
should, zone
might
should fill out like
just
right
loot them
here.
from here, genuinely. Like when
Zone
I'm
should be
running.
right here.
Respawn हो गया, yes yes.
Yep.
इधर हम लोग वही तो करने आए थे, पर्पल
Yeah,
वाले
no,
जितना वो
but it's still
रेप्लिकेटर था,
inside.
रेप्लिकेटर से
Yeah,
उसका बैनर क्राफ्ट
Can we,
करने आए थे.
Is there a way we just play the outside? And it's like not
Yes,
that
we,
bad.
yeah, we definitely can.
I
We have
need
to
to
get to
drop
like
in the hills.
so. I did. I dropped like 20 cells, some shit.
Yeah.
Shoot him in the back here. Flash.
एक
Nice.
knock,
Nice.
finish him. नहीं एक finish ही किया इसका knock नहीं वो finish है.
He got thirst.
Okay, nice. Okay.
I'm taking a flash, but they're not down there. Fuck.
Yeah, that's the one with the fucking Q in the second building.
Ah, fuck. Yeah, that's turn. Did you get any bats from there, Shocky?
I
have 2 bats.
I'm 10-1 now.
12-2.
Crypto. Trying to break turn. I can't see it.
Are they going to send us? Crypto team is.
I mean zone,
not
yeah.
next to us, is it
They're in
flanking
there.
me?
They're in there.
Okay.
Against set by right side as well. Zone.
There's no
Can
more.
we play outside?
No, now we're not in the
They might
zone.
not want to fight us actually, because
I
like,
think-
or maybe they do for just KP.
That's
Yeah,
just
look,
out.
we like.
Is it in?
No,
it's out.
I'm 80% on Ultra TV by the way.
the right
I'm
side
going
of it's in.
I'm going up back.
Yep.
Can I like walk along this without getting fucked tonight? Not really.
Shop पे वाले नहीं है इधर.
Is it behind that blue crate? Is that what like we're gonna end up
Yeah, I
going
think so.
for?
I don't think we have much
There's
of a choice.
still a team on my ping.
Unless,
side.
look, we might
Like,
be able to
like,
fight
on that behind the tree?
Just go.
What?
Wait, walking towards us? No?
नहीं
no.
480.
Yeah.
ये
don't know.
तेरा 480
Okay,
लिखा था ना इन लोग
I
ने.
don't
In
see
zone
anyone behind the tree.
M10.
Yeah, we
It's,
might.
it's, it's just this team out here has everything.
Yeah, 7 squads. Wait, 7 squads. Team
7
top,
squad,
us
7 3s
three.
are.
Yeah, I don't
There's
know.
no one on that side
27.
anymore.
There, Valk.
Three
We might
are.
be able to just like
Seven,
fucking kill this team now.
Yeah,
21.
Valkyrie.
सारे के सारे 3
Yeah.
man
Nades?
squad है.
I've-
कोई भी
I've
2
two
नहीं है
frags.
guys.
Yeah, I've nades.
7 के
Okay.
7 squad
is the
full है
team left
3
still
man.
there though? Like,
No, the
none of
Crypto team
them.
is not left anymore.
No.
Okay.
अभी standing
Still
wending
on
कुछ
high,
नहीं है.
still on high.
Furious
Probably
अभी 50
just
point
you.
चाहिए हमको.
So
Are you coming to me or?
Yeah, we're just going to go and go round
Yeah.
and we might walk up later. Can you queue us?
Yeah, hold on. Is that on? This might be on you. Just. Yep.
Okay, we just have to walk around outside. We can bomb them
I
around.
Yeah,
mean,
we can get
it's,
to that
it's
first,
like,
maybe.
it's like not so.
Yeah, hide is still in
hold on. I can kind of get a queue. It's not going to be perfect though.
That's good, that's good.
Oh, never mind.
Look right if you need. We look to fight him quick.
Yeah.
Where do we go, bro?
We're just
I
taking
think
a killing team inside, yeah?
I think the high team dropped as well.
Yeah.
I'm queuing the door.
Yeah. We can go
Bang on the door.
Queuing in the corner.
Nading them.
I can
Yeah,
kill it through. Nice.
Okay, can I?
Lots of
I'm
nades.
taking them hard.
I'm farming them.
मारो 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 मारो.
Go through. I'm going through.
Goner. Batting.
Sheesh,
Valk one.
Block dead.
And the nades in the room.
We're still going front side.
Enemy से fight हो रही है.
Go inside.
No, he's gonna get knocked.
It's solo.
Kill one, dead.
Shoot inside.
दूसरी team. How many fucking teams?
Give me one number. Take the fucking Q.
Nice.
It's following you.
Just shoot.
Cat वाले पीछा करके आए इसका.
Keep up with this with all the void passes eliminated in
Bro,
fifth.
कितनी
Void
तीन
Nexus
team आए
now
वो
used
छोटे
by
से
Algs
इस जगह पे.
Can you actually get away with this though? GHS Boom say
That was a
no.
good fight though. We got more
They deny the
KP
void
and we are what,
passes. They deny the
fifth?
void Nexus and they say, let's
We
get
came what,
back up.
fifth with
And now they
six
can use this low ground
KP
and
is
the
it?
PK they found on the floor to maybe think about closing out an endgame inside of this
6
building.
or 7
Once again,
KP.
Ankkita will be eliminated. We're into our top 3, but they might be next now. It's Twisted Minds. Albrelele comes in with that havoc. They clean up the downs.
Sheesh.
One more player left alive, I believe, on the side of Cat, and it's a 3v3 elsewhere between Twisted Minds and GHS Boom.
So GHS
Cat
Boom
का
will
एक
hold
बंदा
the
और बाकी
outside
के
of this
तीन
building, and of
बंदे
course that
GHS
single
and
solo
Twisted
player,
Minds.
Taxington on Cat will influence how this circle is going to go as well, unless Twisted Minds can quickly take him out before their fight. Otherwise,
7
depending on
KP,
what
7
Taxington
KP,
does,
yeah.
could really change who's going to win this game.
7 ही बोलते ना
I mean, the
मैं.
head
6
glitches here
KP
that
और फिर
Twisted
एक
Minds
वो
have
जो दो team और एक
would
जो
make it
solo
very
मारा था उधर
excuse me,
उसने.
that GHS Boom
7
potentially
KP.
have could make it very difficult for Twisted Minds to break this, but they do have a little bit of height to play with, and they do have a certain man whose name is Albrelele. He has that havoc in his hands, and he could change this fight.
Worth noting, GHS do have a ballistic though. Very good for these end game fights, just for the pure advantage you get out of everything in
ए
ballistics.
Albrelele भी बहुत पुराना
Especially those
player है ना.
whistlers can really
ये भी
hit hard.
इसका भी Twitch देखते थे क्या हम लोग?
I was just trying to
इसका भी
find where this
stream
solo
देखते
is
थे
at the
ना?
moment. He's going to check inside, see if he can find that free KP. Taxington still being a nuisance. Little reload comes in.
देख लिया.
And now he finds him. He abducts him
Sheesh.
through the box. It's 100 damage. Alp wants the KP. Alp will almost get the KP, but it's a...
What? He TP'd out and he died to GHS. उनको KP दे दी. Lol. पूरा damage यहाँ से खा के गया और KP उधर दे दी. Lol.
Enemy inside of this building though. It's been a little bit of a nuisance, but look at this.
GHS boom जीत गई. क्या ball थी?
The P20s. And it will be GHS Boom who win your match number 2 here in our match point finals.
How many booms for GHS? I think that's at least 6 from me. But Twisted Minds will put up big points as well. Sadly, they had to focus so much on.
We have 11 points. We need 50 points, bro. Alliance is at
just to ensure that he
33
didn't really
points.
change the game,
उनको
but
हमने
sadly,
eliminate
by
किया. अच्छी
focusing
बात
on
है.
them, he kind of did. But GHS Boom, a team that have been
Hey,
fighting so
Abriel,
well throughout this tournament, a team that would
Abriel.
not have had the chance to be on the main
ये
stage if
Twitch
this
करता था
wasn't
क्या
an
stream
ALGS
पहले
Open,
देखे ना हम
but
लोग
just
Fnatic
won a
का भी
game
streams
on
देखते थे ना.
here on the main stage.
And not only that, they got 9 kills alongside it as well, and the way they managed that end game was so impressive. I love the fact that when they got the damage, they pull immediately. They try and turn damage into kills. They don't play scared. They see the advantage, and they turn it into a win. I think that's the difference that we're seeing in these lobbies at the moment. It doesn't feel like there's a lot of nerves from these open teams. It doesn't feel like there's a lot of nerves in these end
पुराना
games.
player Twitch का पता नहीं. नहीं उसका नाम सुना है मैंने.
Alliance pointed to the top of that roof, and game number 2, GHS do exactly the same.
11 नहीं 10 पॉइंट मिले हमको इसमें.
21 points
11
on the
टोटल
board
पॉइंट है पिछले
for
इसके
GHS Boom.
1
And I
पॉइंट.
think what's important is that Alliance weren't able to back up their first victory with a big amount of points. 5 is still good for that consistent
5
amount
KP
to
निकाले
get
but
towards
फिर हमने
50.
मार दिया
But it
उनको.
means that the
Yay!
chasing pack were able to catch up, and Alliance are now not as far ahead, and certainly didn't reach match point. But Alkkita will now be halfway there as well on 26 points, and GHS Boom with the 21 points also find themselves well on their way towards match point.
Here's some of the stats from your top 3 of match number 2. GHS Boom on top, 9 kills alongside the
देखो.
points for that number 1 spot.
Close and low.
Twisted Minds,
50
think
point.
about that game with many kills.
50 point चाहिए
for
हमको,
Albrelele in
50
that situation.
point.
You can see why he was so desperate to try and clean up Taxington just to
Season
get
में
that
तो
extra
इंपीरियल
point
के
on
साथ
the board.
इशू
And in third place,
एंड
you
हाँ
can see
मतलब
the
देखा है
kills
मतलब
on the
करता
board, all
करता होगा वो भी
shared
स्ट्रीम.
between
इशू को
three
तो
players,
मैं बहुत देखती
Two
थी भाई
apiece,
पहले.
but these are how the series
फेवरेट
results
था
are
मेरा.
looking
उसका तो
after
YouTube के
2.
सारे वीडियो
Alliance
देखे
on
मैंने.
33, Alkkita 26,
उसके
GHS
सारे
Boom on
YouTube
21,
वीडियो देखे
Shopify
मैंने.
Rebellion and Falcons follow it up. So a few teams now getting
Power
close to
bank
the
खरीद
halfway
भाई, power
point
bank.
after 2 matches. And I will
Extension
say,
cord
I think
खरीद भाई.
Alberelli may have got that kill if it wasn't an altar. Well, he doesn't have to worry about altar anymore.
एक मैच kinetics minute का होता है, around half an hour.
Altar is gone. It's time for us
मजा आ
to
जाएगा
jump to
Hades.
another break though as we change maps
पर
once
शालिनी के लिए
again.
shout out
Match point
मारने आए
finals will
हो.
continue in just a few moments time. It's
Where's
JJ's
AC right
boom
now? Does he
who get
not
the
stream
win in
anymore?
game
I
number 2.
have stopped being active follower. But I still watch his YouTube videos. बीच में उसके सारे YouTube videos है, पर मैंने सारे binge watch सारे देख लेते एक ही बार में. उसका breakup हो गया था ना बीच में. That's why I know all this. करता तो है stream. Last stream 2 days ago. वो fuck Apex ही खेल रहा है क्या ये stream पे? वापस देखना पड़ेगा. एपेक्स ही कर रहा है भाई, देखना पड़ेगा. वो जब खेलता है ना तब ऐसे देख के लगता है जैसे कि मतलब सामने सारे बॉट्स हैं. वो अकेले 12-12 13-13 जन मारता है बैक टू बैक. नॉट लाइक ओ यहाँ पे अटक गया, वहाँ ये हो गया. इंसेन मूवमेंट, इंसेन पोजिशनिंग, इंसेन एम. लूलू लवली का भी बस सारे स्ट्रीम देखती थी. अभी शी शिफ्टेड टू राइवल्स, शी डजंट प्ले एपेक्स दैट मच आई गेस एनीमोर. बट जब वो एपेक्स खेलती थी ना उसकी भी मैं बहुत स्ट्रीम देखती थी, बहुत देखती थी. अभी तो चेंज हो गई है. और ऐसा गोटेड अंकी जी भी इग्नोर करने लगे. इग्नोर नहीं कर रही भाई. गुड नाइट रत्नेश. क्या क्या इसने नेड को एरो से फेंका. वाओ, ये नेड को अनलॉक करना है, थोड़ा खेलना पड़ेगा मुझे एजेंट पॉइंट्स कमाने के लिए. स्पैरो खेलने नाम चेंज करके आए तो भूल गए. अरे अभी तो तेरे बात की थी ना.
The official PC of the Apex Legends Global Series.
पैसा दूसरा मैच भी हम लोग खेलते हैं यार. कल तो एलिमिनेशन में ई डिस्ट्रिक्ट था ही नहीं, फिर भी हम कितना अच्छा खेले. ऐसा नहीं है कि हमसे सिर्फ ई डिस्ट्रिक्ट में ही होता है. मैं ये तुम्हारा प्रेडिक्शन है ठीक है. डन सीन. Obviously डन कोई भी जीत सकता है, कोई भी.
It boosts a 480 hertz refresh rate with up to 0.03 millisecond response time, allowing you to quickly spot and track enemy movements. Combine that with 4mm small footprint base, and you've got a monitor that is as
What? ये rock paper scissor करके monitor जीता है?
ALGS stage. For those of you guys who came here in New Orleans, we had 2 people win one. That is what this land is all about. That is what you like to see when you're sitting on the crowd here in the ALGS Open.
We had Alberelli spot out some enemy movement at the end of that game, Vicky, but he got a little greedy with it, looking for that rat in Taxington. He sends it, and as soon as he does, wow, that was GHS boom. They identified the situation perfectly, come in with the cat wall, and it's all over for them. Congrats to GHS for the win in game 2.
ये rock paper scissor करके $1000 का monitor जीता है.
Stuff like this anywhere else. Love seeing our squads already come out of the gate swinging. Alliance with a dominating first game performance. GHS, as you mentioned, reevaluating what they had to do to be able to get that done.
और तुम लोग मुझे एक मॉनिटर गिफ्ट नहीं कर पा रहे हो ये वाला. मेरे को ये चाहिए यार, अच्छा मॉनिटर है यार. नेक्स्ट वर्ल्ड्स एज.
In between those two winners, as you can see.
आपको ही जाना चाहिए था. हाँ भाई देखना. भूख लगे जोमेटो से ऑर्डर कर दो कुछ. प्रत्यक्ष में इतनी लेजी हूँ ना, मैं ऑर्डर करूँगी फिर भी नहीं यार. वीजा बाढ़ में अभी निकल रहा है शेड्स के लिए वो लेना बाजू में हूँ प्लीज मेरे को ले लो वाला वीजा इसलिए वेन्यू से मैच देखना चाहिए हाँ भाई रॉक पेपर सीजर खेल के वो जीतता है मॉनिटर फिर कितना पतला मॉनिटर है कितना सेक्सी मॉनिटर यार बनाया वन दैट वन
something about match point finals that I absolutely love is implementing these new maps into our map rotation.
हाँ जी Denix
we've seen E District, Broken Moon, but now going back at home where some of our teams may feel more comfortable.
And you got to remember, this is a 4-map draft, and what I do like about this, Vicky, is it actually levels out the playing field.
There we are at epicenter.
Right? So if you came into this with, you know, 20
yes, Nikhil, hai chances hai
in the draft, it means
Sadman,
you
this
can
is not
actually get
EWC
one
related.
or 2 priority picks across the different maps. Of course, if you're coming in on that bottom 10, it means there might only be slim pickings. Seeing Falcons run out of survey camp, that's not something we've seen from a while. And also, notably, not something that they've had a lot of practice on, right? They've been doing well in scrims. They run the POI draft in scrims, and therefore, they've been running it from power positions. Who knows how much practice, how much, you know, how well-timed their loot routes are on some of these lesser-known POIs.
Huge point here as we get started.
अकेले अकेले खा रहे पेट दर्द देगा बिस्किट खा रहे हुलू तेरा जब तू मेरी स्ट्रीम देखते हुए 4-4 बर्गर एक साथ खाता है तब मैंने कुछ बोला आने दे थोड़ा टेक्नोलॉजी आगे यू ऐसा तेरे फोन के स्क्रीन से ऐसा हाथ निकलेगा और ऐसा चुरा लोगे बर्गर
As we take a look at our squad that just won game number 2 GHS and seeing where the zone's going to be pulling next too, right? You highlighted Falcons before Genome, landing over by Survey.
अरे प्रत्यक्ष ट्रॉफी मेरे पास आएगी.
Right there as well, so they'll be able to split that loop before deciding how they want to play this, playing
मेरे को
more
एक
so
बार
by the
ट्रॉफी ऐसा
edge.
पकड़ने का तो
When they get that information, because they also do have a Survey beacon too, aside from the ring console, they'll see that they are right there by the edge.
Pause क्यों कर रहे हो? बोला मैंने pause
करने. Chokes, it doesn't seem to have enough of a southerly pull.
Zone's gonna be closed.
He's out here.
Maybe drag zone again.
बर्गर ही खा रहा था देखा पता था मुझे बर्गर खा रहा था कोई
Unless you want to go like into overlook.
4 में 2.5 ही खाया था पता था मुझे इतने बर्गर खाते हो तुम लोग
Let me see what monument does.
बढ़ने दो थोड़ा टेक्नोलॉजी आगे बढ़ने दो रुको तुम लोग
So in this one, I'm good. I'm like able to leave.
Nikhil level 40 पक्का yeah of course.
Don't know how I'm gonna scout monument there.
Bro already fighting.
I'm looking for overlooks balloon though.
I'm with you.
Might go top left field actually.
संभाल के
Just so I
पिंकी
can see.
Okay. Coming.
Because wherever they go, probably a good indicator.
Yeah, I'm running up to you now.
They just kind of fly like towards Franklin.
Walking towards Twerkaholics, we have to remember there are...
Yeah, they're on crafter right now. Do I walk? I'm kind of trying LOS and walk close to the balloon.
मम्मी ने मेरे को बिस्किट दी जैसे स्कूल में मेरे को लंच में मम्मी लंच का ब्रेकफास्ट में मम्मी हाइड एंड सीक की बिस्किट डाल के इतना काफी होगा इतना सा तो पेट है इसका वैसे मेरे को रात के स्नैक के लिए 2 बिस्किट दिए
Oh, he's going up the balloon already. Don't even see him.
Shoot him in the back. Just get some frags, come on.
Okay. Let's go down. Do you want me to show this ult so we can run in?
Yeah.
Just ulting.
They're gone. They're gone pretty far.
Yeah, it's gonna be monument
Zone.
side.
Get into the buildings.
Another team flying
100
into
पे जा रहे हैं हम लोग.
Yeah. Okay. Do they get train? They go further.
Train.
Okay.
Alright. We're 100 off, but unfortunately.
Need to keep moving. Yeah. Keep on building.
They went streamer, I think. Don't streamer.
Okay.
Train.
Pretty good train. Right?
Yeah.
हम लोग white shields हैं.
I'm just going.
Yeah, wait, in train. Someone's in train.
Okay.
Take it back. Oh, we can sit here for a bit. Look to maybe the south buildings.
There's another evac here as well.
Yeah, we need to get fucking blues before we leave.
You can make a port whenever as well, probably. Oh, okay. They know we have white.
Yeah.
चलो प्रत्यक्ष डील मॉनिटर खरीद के मेरे को ऐसा फोटो में टैग करो गेमिंग हाउस बुलाओगी
We need to
What's the
get
banning
blues on
process?
port.
Asian
Play
bans?
zone, probably one of these buildings.
Max use of previous
Probably
maps
still on,
will be
Well, you're gonna be
banned in
fucking
the
one
next
shot by a
map.
charge senti. I'm pretty sure they have that in mid, like a train.
In train?
Yeah, I saw a charge senti somewhere.
Yeah.
I heard it as well.
No ultic cells. Fuck, I'm gonna this port for this now. That way I can get you go. We've just gen there.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I'm sending a port there. We don't have to go.
I need to, yeah, go. I'm staying doing out. Looking.
Vicky, but we've actually had a reduction. It's gone down from 10 to 8, I believe.
That's interesting. Considering what you were mentioning before with the crypto EMPs playing a hand into it. Now Katsuya moving all the way up on top of the high ground of this building.
दोनों
They know
बिस्किट
that they
खा
can't
लिए,
go
अभी
in
और
through
चाहिए.
EKG's
कोई
building,
बिस्किट भेजो.
whereas on the other side of Landslide, you have Tworkaholics. Looking at Babo, they've been
मैं तो
trailing
देखती हूँ
behind them
प्रत्यक्ष
since
के
they were
आधीन
following
में
them
एक स्टोरी
after
में टैग
coming
तो
out
होती
of
हूँ, बस
thermal
देख लेती
station.
हूँ.
Babo were coming out of Mirage à Trois when we saw them disengage away from staging. It's been so interesting to follow Tworkaholics' story.
But आज मैं टैग करना है, आज मैं दिन में सोने वाली हूँ.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest.
कल से मैं वापस से इंडियन टाइम में आ जाऊँगी ना.
Quite before, but you can't really get too overzealous
फिर
with the
इंडियन
cryptos
टाइम
that
पे
are in
मुझे
this
टैग
lobby,
करना.
trying to scout ahead to see if their pathing is safe.
Overall
No
पोजी,
sneaky plays here
overall
as
पोजी वैसे
Alliance
कुछ नहीं
playing
है,
with
हमको
confidence.
50
Yeah,
पॉइंट
is that why
चाहिए.
GHS moved back there? Was it the drone from Alliance that spotted them out?
Yes, it was Hockey's drone. They just destroyed it right now. So they already know
फिर
that
क्या
they're
होता
right
है,
there. So
Danny?
GHS understanding that because they were holding grandma's
इतनी
up
अच्छी
for
memory
beacon,
नहीं है
9
मेरी.
lives, losing out McLovin, Cersei. Trying to get in. Oh, his team is blocking it. He's got to scatter over to the other side.
It's the other drone. One of the lesser used abilities of the drone is to open and shut doors, and they're actually just memeing him, blocking him in and out. And it was almost enough. It was almost enough to get him killed.
Wow, उसने क्या
I think we all did seeing that.
दरवाजा बंद
9
किया
lives
था
are going to be able to
ड्रोन
get the
से.
res. Safe for now, but a lot of open angles in this building. Kind of get a little nervous when I have to play off of here, because then you have teams that can shoot at you from the train tracks. You have another team from right behind you. Of course, the Ash Chathers on top of it. But I'm not expecting any of these teams
We
to
have
really
Watson,
fully save it
Wraith, and
just yet, unless they
Ballistic.
want to commit to an Ash portal, because there's so many squads already in this next zone, coexisting with one another in these buildings. You could expect a lot of these squads to be living up to like round 4 or so until that next zone collides.
And doors are less safe than ever, Vicky. I mean, you've got 7 ballistics in the lobby. Almost every single one of those will be angling to find a rampage and put it in the sling. And if you didn't know, when you pull it out, when you pull the ultimate rampage out, it will be fully charged, right? And that means it breaks down doors immediately. So it's a good way to push in, potentially as an alternative to the crypto EMP.
Also, a way to try to cut off the rotation for the teams that were running the Catalyst.
With
We'd be
milk
forced to use the
chocolate
catwalk,
notes.
trying to cut them off on the other side. As again, you can see where this zone is going to be pulling right in the middle between Monument and Fragment East.
Chances of winning? Yes.
Right
फाइट हो रही है अपनी, नहीं हो रही है, हम होल्ड कर रहे हैं. देखो मेरे को दिख रहा है इधर से. मैं देख रही हूँ एक्टिवली. वो दूर से एक दो गोली चला रहे हैं हम, और कोई रिटर्न में एक दो गोली चला ले, वैसा वाला चल रहा है. Also we are in the zone, are we? कहीं तो है यहाँ पे हम.
You have to wait one more zone, I think, to get this one. I think even the best IGLs will
कहीं
be
तो है यहाँ पे
struggling to
अंदर
call
हम,
this
right?
circle, even if they grab a late ring console.
Our shield is white, yeah, that's why we are peeking from windows and trying to pew people, no, so that we can up our shield.
To get that ring console
Ballistic is one bullet away from a blue shield. Jesco also probably one bullet away from a blue shield. Legacy का already blue shield हो गया है, I suppose.
Everyone's going to be shooting at you from the safety of their own buildings here, so you try to
How do I get to send it? See, that's a good question, Karan. Because my address is so private, so public, so hidden, no one in the universe knows it.
But if we think a little further afield, we're watching Tworkaholics potentially try and rat Landslide. There's not many teams around, though. It's not like there's a void nexus there that they can camp. GHS Boom might be going that way towards the middle of the map, but there's plenty of other choices that they can choose as well,
From
to be
GH
honest.
here, it will take 12 hours
that choice for themselves right now. Alliance, they're a little bit more keen on getting into the fight here.
देखो दे दी डैमेज हमारी टीम ने इधर-उधर गोली चला के. अभी हो गया सबका blue shield.
Gets the knock onto Riley. We also saw, I believe, an NRG in the feeds also getting a knock onto Strafing Flame. Alliance close in the gap. Empire forced to drop down from high ground. I really like this position too for Alliance.
Parley, only take it or leave it.
On where that next zone pool is
I can't take it or leave it because you can't send it only. If you can't send it, then how can you tell me to take it or leave it? Science.
Ooh, what? Off the stick here too, the Arcstar is nice control.
Hello,
over the space.
Tether, Good morning. Damage से shield बढ़ता है? Yes.
There were other options for GHS here, but they seem to just want to go straight through Tworkaholics. They try and get the EMP off, but floating, he's too good with it. He snipes the drone before it can even happen.
Oh, but Umlik's going down first and floating, getting beat. Workaholics get eliminated in 19.
Again.
Have a little bit of time to reset.
Workaholics eliminated starting with again.
With 75 less shields, by the way. That was triple blues versus triple purple, and if there is
मैं जब खेलता था last zone में जाके shield blue होता था.
who you would trust to clutch that
प्रत्यक्ष, Escobar, Flux, Beto, Harsh. Shout out to you.
This tournament for GHS Boom.
Bank ही होता है हर मैच के बाद. Variety.
A highlight here. Coming out on top, getting some KP. That's what's crucial in a match point finals. Having to try to obtain those 50 points first so you could feel a little comfortable VP. Get eliminated in your feed. I did see that Yanya had gotten that initial knock onto Zach Mazer. Furia also eliminated.
Hi Timmy. Share skincare routine.
Yeah, looks like that was a pretty YOLO send into the zone there, but so many teams already occupying the buildings that VP just cannot find a home, cannot find a place to go, and other teams are going to struggle with that too, Vicky. GHS Boom, sure, they won the fight, but they're going to be on the outskirts of Monument.
चलो मैं तो खेलती हूँ जब भी मेरा मन करते रहता है keep playing, but I'm not sure
doesn't get punished for this.
कब आएंगे
He manages to get
बाकी
back
सब
safely
मुझे
to the
join
rest of his squad.
Yeah, I think he wanted to go to the building, but sometimes you just get caught on those street lights and yeah, he only gets halfway. But Timmy fans, breathe a sigh of relief.
Oh, trying to get a little desperate here, taking over this bottom floor, but even with the thermites, even taking on that extra pressure, they knew that it was not a good idea. They're forced to back away. Energy also having him in their line of sight too. VKG successfully hold off AnkkitaC. 17 squads still left. The calm before the storm, and wait until these teams see where that next zone's pulling.
Exactly, it's going towards the park. You know, if you've played the mixtape modes, there's the crane around the train station. That'll be in for a little while longer, but it's the park with the bins to the north of that train station where this zone will be.
Slow start for many teams, Yash. Let's see how it happens.
A little room for teams on both sides. A little team for rooms on Fragment and some for the teams coming from Monument as well. But that's why it was so important that AnkkitaC needed to make that push into the next building, because there's still about 2 buildings they need to push over to leapfrog into the zone. NRG's building, that's good. VK's and AnkkitaC's not so much.
GHS Boom now with the Ash Portal. Get up into the high ground inside this building for free, but it doesn't look like they have that next ring console information. Since they had taken their time after winning that fight like we saw against Torkaholics exiting out of landslide, but at least they do not get circle kept in this situation until they see where that next zone pool is going to be, and there's no ring console for them to work off of here in Monument.
I mean, there's plenty of drones going around, so an interesting strat could be here if teams haven't pinged the survey beacon already, the one over in Fragment East. They could have waited for this zone, wait for the pull, ping.
Where do you even go? I mean, at least they were able to safely barricade that door with Pinky being on the catalyst. Yanya's still getting knocked
नीचे भी इनके उसकी बॉडी पे स्टिक किया axe tag.
For to fight here, Babo being on the low ground. Let the Mozam sting this. P2020s maybe not
Ooh,
in their
ये भी
hands.
down.
Pricey getting set down.
VKG वाले भी आगे इधर फाइट लेने.
He goes all the way up onto the high ground. VK
What a mess.
Knowing that they're chasing that solo. 16 squads left. It looks like he was able to get away, but Player K now having to play this out as a solo.
Oh, 2 good games for them. Doesn't look like they'll be able to back it up with a third unless something very, very spicy happens, but oh my lord, the zone
प्रत्यक्ष दोनों टैब
has
खोलो
pulled
भाई,
east,
टेक्नोलॉजी
and
एडवांस हो गई
who
है
would
अभी
it
तो.
be holding out that high ground but Alliance?
What a call from Alliance, and that's why they want to be able to hold that high ground. Great call
सारे
to
लो हैं
positioning
इनके
from the
और ये
IGL
9 lives वाले
Hawkies.
इनके सामने ही है.
Taxiton's going to be able to pop that shield, but I was worried a little bit through the windows that squad from across from them were able to take some shots. 100 Thieves now. Phony taking it slow. In the streamer building is shooting blindly through the cat wall. Takes a raid portal.
Yeah, well, I was about to say, he was pretty split from his teammates at that point. He was completely alone by himself in the streamer building while his other 2 teammates were trying to hold out S8 in the diner and also hold down home ground in the train station right now, because that's a good spot to hold. That will be in next zone.
That's what you do when you're the Wraith, right? On your team. Just trying to scout ahead, try to see what you could do.
Ooh.
He just slides in with the EVA 8. By the way, goal
Eliminated.
on that. Looking
Algs.
fantastic to allow the rest of Green Stable to just walk up. Put
Is he gonna fight a 1v3
and they completely
alone?
wipe out GHS
No.
Boom in a clean fashion.
A couple of the top teams are going out, but Alliance sitting pretty. 35 points. Are you smelling that? I'm sniffing a match point eligibility here from Alliance. If they convert this like they should be able to, I think 15 points is super achievable.
Smells like money.
एडिटर की नीड हो तो बताना. नहीं, नीड तो नहीं है. मेरा एक ही एडिटर है बचपन से.
Sitting all the way on the north side now with the zone closing in right behind them. They're looking to engage on Energy, who have been getting some knocks in the feed, but not being able to fully commit on those knocks.
Loyalty-based program.
With the catwalk coming up, they know the Energy are trying to swing. They try to isolate Zero, but Walksy's holding a different angle. How now moving up, being on the cat, fully alive and healthy. You can see the EMP coming in, slowing them down slightly. That was Falcons EMP with those two knocks out. See, Timmy has managed to try to get away.
But he has the push.
Evo.
Yes.
What the fuck? He was 1 HP! Hello, Imperial Halji, hello?
If anyone could clutch us out, we know we've seen it time and time again. It could be Timmy. Sends out the nade. Forced to play off to the other side here. It is barricaded here, too.
Once you got the res on Zero.
What a reset. I cannot believe this from Falcons.
I'll come if he makes it. I'm just gonna sit here.
Oh shit. Jessica
I'm waiting. Picking, testing me. Bro, you're not real. Bertrand. Bro.
Damn, 13th eliminated, no KP.
Can't do anything about it. He knew with another team shooting at him in the distance. Furious can't even get a full reset.
Oh my god, if NRG lives longer than Falcons here, they are going to be filthy about it. It's a solid third party here from Furia, but Waltzy, who has been demolished
No HP,
this
bro.
can't clutch it out.
Even with that shield swap, what can you do? And it even looks like Timmy was trying to greet them. You can see the tether through the window.
अकेला बचा है टीमी, देखते क्या करता है. Deliver to beacon है इसके पास, मोबाइल रिस्पॉन beacon भी है वापस से और दोनों का बैनर भी है.
Now that round 5 closes in the next 5 seconds.
अरे बहुत टाइम है प्रत्यक्ष, कर सकते हैं अभी भी. We need like 2 good games. Two really insane games, and it's possible.
At 21 points. Got a Peacekeeper. Alb is looking for the next place to play as the zone closes in here. He'll go across the lava and try and meet VK and Rival, who are currently inside.
Oh, Timmy के पीछे आ गया वो.
Right behind Timmy. He can't turn around. His priority is just staying alive with all these teams collapsing in your feet. Look how many knocks. Furia take out Twisted Minds. 7 squads left as VKG meet them back in the lobby. But currently Furia playing this out as a duo. They don't
किधर है
have
Timmy?
here.
कभी बुलाने वाला है वो अपने बंदे वापस.
As the teams try and cross the lava, but the most important fight was Alliance versus 100 Thieves. I can see.
Cheers, the biscuity very well deserved. Thank you, Karan for the 200. मैं कल खरीद दूँगी biscuit.
Alliance, despite
Bro, how is Timmy still alive in that corner wherever he is?
Actually managed to push them back, and at this point, Alliance pushed closer to 40 points. Can they add 12 more?
With another knock, they absolutely could look for it. Unlucky managing to back away to the rest of Alliance, knowing that 100 teams are holding on to dear life before
Timmy
they
kar
get
recall
eliminated.
kar Timmy.
By the way, still alive as a solo.
Oh my god. Well, he had a chance there. They had a chance to take Godspot off Alliance, but they just don't win the fight.
बुला दे Timmy, teammate वापस.
Alliance 8 points away from sitting at match point. After 3 games alone, what a performance.
TSM was 17th. After that, they won 3 back-to-back to become champions 2 years back. That's what I'm saying. We need to good games.
Still not calling out where Timmy's positioning is because they're focused on Green Stego and 9 lives.
Yeah, I mean, with 8 points,
Timmy
NRG
bhai,
is
bula
desperate for
le.
every single one of those. Zicky has to be worried about the oop timer as he's finding some spots that they can't actually sit up there and just get peppered with nades. Surely Alliance
Bula le, Timmy.
9 lives left and Timmy.
With that arc star, there was not much you could do here. With Green Stego getting taken out, the way that we're seeing 9 lives hold this, Alliance not moving in.
3 points left.
Bula le, Timmy.
I think Alliance will be on match point for match 4.
They realize that there is another team in this lobby, but looking at 9 lives, still holding up as a duo. Alliance don't want to get overzealous, but Alliance have so much KP now.
बुला ले.
He has sat completely
बुला ले
still,
टीमी.
completely silent this entire time. He's gonna get second place.
Silent but deadly, but works into the
बुला
favor
ले
of
टीमी.
NRG. Alliance had lost out on Honkies before, but now Timmy, who doesn't have a medkit, who has no syringe, Alliance with that knock, with that finishing blow, have officially hit.
Bitch, what?
With 50 points, Timmy drops down. He can't
50 points हो गए Alliance के.
And now Alliance, after 3 games, have hit match point. Make some noise for Alliance. I don't know what they ate for breakfast, Gino.
What an incredibly smart play.
55 points हो गए
From
इनके.
Hackers. What beautiful
Match
execution
point
from his
E,
roller
match
duo
point
to hold out that
eggs.
spot against none
क्या
other
बोलते
than
हैं इसको?
100
Eligible game. Match point eligible game पे आ गए इन लोग. ये जीत गए तो हो गया GG's.
Like it was a walk in the park for Alliance, but that was the turning point.
We are at 12 points. How many points we need? 40 points.
His calls have been impeccable.
कर दो भाई कुछ.
Open and he makes the right call that his team is the one that folds.
Finish कर दो इनको, पहले ही finish कर दो.
First match point eligible status.
बाकी देखो 29 तक है बे, उन लोग 55 पे. इनको finish कर दो. सबसे पहले जो भी इनके आजू बाजू में जाके मार दो इनको स्टार्ट में ही. 2-3 गेम तक तो एटलीस्ट. इतना छोटा नहीं कर सकते भाई गेम. मैं होती तो टारगेट करती.
And that's with them forcing that team off that high ground. I believe it was Empire originally who wanted to get the scan on.
Diego Soares, वो he had like blonde hair, ऐसे आगे की तरफ बाल रखता था. RGB full purple color पीछे रूम में, right? I used to watch his stream also. Very thin guy, right?
Shout out to Timmy.
I used to watch his stream also.
Oh yeah. Let's just put
By
this in
thin, I don't mean like in a bad way.
Right there in that fight with Falcons.
But I'm still subscribed to them on Twitch.
One placement point, 8 placement
I still follow them on
simply
Twitch.
for ratting.
I just don't watch Twitch anymore. But I used to a lot before.
Hard to contest when you take a look at these stats. Unlucky with 9 KP, but loving the spread out on the damage here. Off of that third match alone, 9 KP in that third match.
That's incredible. I mean, you know, Effect gets a lot of the love out of those two as being the aggro one, the one who can get the job done. But this just shows to have a championship winning roster,
वालों को इसी काम के लिए रखे हैं लोग. भाई मर गए ना पिछली गेम उन लोग जाके पहले ही.
Just yet.
कुछ करो यार. Oh, Workaholics, I expected a lot from you guys. To kill Alliance specifically and not let them win.
And that's why Alliance are sitting on 55 points. That's why their name
इधर है Workaholics नीचे 4 point पे.
on the scoreboard right now.
क्या है ये?
I need to highlight the stakes here real quick.
Look at these guys. Twisted Mind वाले भी क्या खेल रहे थे उस दिन? Oh, Falcon वालों. क्या हो रहा है ये सब?
As we go on to E District. One more.
Yes, loving
He
it.
says it. He feels it. Got the Alliance love for the Nessie, but
No,
just
Diego
to
esports
highlight,
में
now
नहीं है ना,
teams
वो तो CC था
understanding
ना.
where Alliance stands
I'm not
as
sure
we
esports
transition
का
now, I
scene
believe,
इसका.
in E District
But I know
next.
that he was into streaming.
That's going to be something that a lot of
He's nice
squads
to
are
watch.
going to wonder when it comes to these rotations, knowing where Alliance
Target
lands
कर
with
दो
their
भाई.
POI draft. What can they do to keep this match point finals going?
It's a third round pick for them on E District. There's no altar. There's a lot of things to think about there. Why don't we hear what the desk has got to say as we
English
go into
instructor.
our fourth game with Alliance on match point.
Thank you so much, Gino.
Thank you
very
much. Thank
It
you.
is time for us to take a little bit of a break and break down the action. Rain Day here, joined by Glitter Explosion, Zephyr, and Graceful gracing us on the desk this time around as we get to talk about After 3, where our Championship Sunday stands. Big win from Alliance.
एक गेम में 40 पॉइंट के लिए कितना विन 12 पॉइंट फिर उसके बाद कितने किल लगेंगे 28 किल गेम.
Usually messing up on our expectations or over exceeding. Well, this is a team we know can get the job done. They've come to play, and it's a scary proposition that one more win throughout the entirety of today for Alliance, and this tournament's over.
Yeah, of all teams to end up on match point already after 3 matches, if I were the rest of the lobby, I would be keeping my eyes on them, especially because me, when I was talking about them beforehand, saying that Broken Moon was one of the matches we were struggling on, we come out the gate and they they do what they need
Kya
to
Delulu?
do right away, they clearly fix those issues.
Yeah,
Huh? What
doing
Delulu
these maps
Salulu?
in this
Nothing
way,
like that.
It's different. It's
All
new.
we
1, 2,
know.
3, 4. We're not getting a lot of consistency, so the teams have to be the consistency.
इन लोग के
right?
kills
Especially
देखो
with the
ना,
legend
10
bands,
kill
that's
win,
kind of been the
16
theme
kill
of
win.
this tournament, especially
पूरे
with
लॉबी
the
में बाकी
ALGS
के
Open
kills
format.
देखो है
Let's
ही
take a
नहीं
look
किसी के और
at those
कुछ
final circles
कोई
and have
double
our
digit
analysts
नहीं
break
है
them
HT
down
के
for
green
us.
strike को
Grace,
इसलिए
I'll
था
start with you because you
but
picked
you're looking
Alliance
at
to
the
do well. You're feeling
one-sided
real good sitting in that corner.
domination बाकी देखो ना 0 0 0 0 1 1 1 1 0 0 0 0
all the way from the east side and then
ये
on the top
एनर्जी वालों को देखो
they've been nothing short
3 पॉइंट इसी में आए पहले तो इनको पोजीशनिंग पॉइंट्स भी नहीं मिलते पहले 2 गेम में एक ही गेम में सेकंड आके 3 पॉइंट निकाल के 12 पॉइंट पे हमसे ऊपर आ गए इन लोग because he just played for the position.
There's somebody for Hawkins and says, hey, you should probably pick up that armor. He is still so disciplined at this point to where he says, I'm going to pull an entire bat to make sure that I don't peek even an inch to give him that chance of making this a
Thanks for
one-way
extending,
that we could have
United.
won.
Thanks.
And seeing this presence of mind this early into the final is crazy because this double swing here, they're in a 2v1. Hawkins gets absolutely shredded, and here he gets almost down, just holds crouch and says, I'm just gonna bat. Hey, I got a thirst for you. No, I'm gonna bat to make sure we can win this. As the effect goes down, Hawk is committed to that bat, drops down and cleans up the zone.
वो ही उसने वो बैट कमिट किया ना इसलिए वो जीता पता ही है वरना ये और वो लास्ट बंदा सेम एचपी पे थे he could have gotten him and Alliance could have come second that game. Who wants feed
Yeah,
picks?
absolutely. And this was a topic of heated discussion in the
Wait, what? Late? What are you saying?
final circle moment. Based off of some positioning and then the choices going alongside those positioning. This was a big fight right there for GHS Boom, able to clear out a heavy hitter in the lobby. But as the zone
Late, what are you saying?
And all of these teams were fighting on the pylon side of things. You saw GHS Boom on the outside, watching all of this go down. We did have Alkaxis underneath them, like you were saying, and Graceful kept saying that they had Godspot. All they had to do was hold it, and they end up leaving it, going to fight on the pylon side, coming back wounded, which is when GHS Boom have the opportunity to just drop down, take them out, and take
What
the
are
position
you
from them. And then
saying?
it
Like
ends up in the
seriously, उसको
final
kidnap किया बे वो
Twisted
portal से
Mind
उस तरफ से इस
and
तरफ.
GHS Boom, but you had that rat
Honestly, so
Taxington on Cat that kind of baited Albrelli out of position just enough for GHS Boom to really move in, start changing up their position a little bit, and absolutely decimate Twisted Minds.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, at the end here, it was a great cleanup, but ultimately GH Boom playing it well from the outside. In a
EWC, I don't know Warrior
capitalization,
shots. I
I'll say,
don't.
about
Is this
Katsia
related
in
to
a moment where they
EWC?
knew they were
नहीं.
weak. Touch on that EMP, of course. But for match 3,
Good morning,
this is where we
Krishna.
get a little
What
bit
are
of a
you
deja vu
saying?
scenario. Fragment
Late.
can always be one of those stacked zones, especially with these major
F1
exits
ढूंढ क्या?
out from the buildings
Research कर.
early in zone
सच्ची में
3
क्या?
to 4. And then with this highlight, of course, towards
That's so crazy,
that crane
bro.
there,
I
there's
used to
not a
watch him
lot of
play
playable
Apex
space.
too.
Alliance had done such a great
Apex के
job
मैंने
clearing
काफी
out this
streamers को
eastern
बहुत
side,
dedicatedly
notably
follow किया
against the
था.
100 Thieves who we do not showcase in this particular highlight. Once they completely capitalized them, they were in the driver's seat. I love the utilization of the Ashport to get up to high ground and to completely deny any kind of reset or alternative positioning, especially around this fence line where you can get a little bit of safety to cross that difference. They don't allow it, come in, capitalize, send 9 lives home, and Timmy, you gotta give credit where it's due. After some poor survivability out towards Fragment, did manage to rat this one all the way to the end here and at least finish with a second place.
It's gonna be tough for Timmy to pull that rabbit out of the hat. Yeah, their coach, long-time player, was on a iteration of one of these teams over in Poland, now coaching his way to a potential match point finals.
Bro, I did not
This is a
expect
little
that
bit of a
somebody that I
breakdown of
used
how
to
well
watch
we've seen Unlucky dominate.
would do
Someone
that.
had mentioned that Effect usually is in that role, but maybe what's happening is this team is just finding
Wow.
where they mesh best, and it's letting Unlucky be that guy. And Effect doing a traditionally amazing job in that secondary position while Hockey's controls the narrative of where they go. 15 assists. That's a really, really good share of all of the action.
Isn't she
going
doing
on there.
esports,
Again,
Lutera?
Alliance doing incredibly well, already on match point. NRG starting to wake up. Alkaxis, Envy, Twisted Minds getting into final zones quite often, but not able to really capitalize.
feed, Roshan?
And GHS Boom. showing a little bit of support for obviously our
20 बनी लेट हो गए ना इसीलिए देखो अभी हम 12 पॉइंट पे हैं हमको पहले 50 पॉइंट चाहिए अलायंस वाली टीम ऑलरेडी 50 पॉइंट पे पहुंच गई प्लीज भगवान जी सब उनको टारगेट करके हरा दिए टूर्नामेंट और हमको जिता दे थैंक यू वेरी मच
because we're all community here, we're all family. In fact, when you get to come to these lands, there's a special opportunity to see the family that is involved in making
मेरा पेपर है कल गुड नाइट एंड गुड लक ओके बेस्ट ऑफ लक
Thank you so much, Rain. This is literally my favorite part of the event, is getting in the crowd and seeing exactly how everybody is feeling. Now, I have probably one of the biggest Phony fans sitting right next to me, or standing, I should say. This is Phony's sister. And it's a pleasure to have you here with us. Now, I'm clearly not going to ask what team you're going for, but you know what? You and how many other people of the family are here?
There's 6 of us here today. At home, there's 9. Well, 4 more, but it's 9 of us in total.
Yeah, that could almost fill a whole entire stadium. Now, obviously, you're the sister of Phony. Is there any like sibling rivalries you could fill us in growing up?
Yeah, and she said that could fill a stadium. Taller than the other, and I'm actually the taller one. So, but he doesn't want to believe it. But that's what we fight about.
You hear that, Phony? Okay, grow up. No, thank you so much for chatting to us. And of course, go sit down, cheer on 100 Thieves. I'm sure Papa Jen is going to start.
No, Lutera, she said she's going for esports. That's why.
For that. Now it's an absolute pleasure to be able to talk to the family members.
एक घंटा फोन चार्ज पर डाल जा.
And of course, the talent. I have Vicky, Kitty's mum, standing next to me. Now, this is your first event that you have ever attended. Is it what you expected?
चल जा सोने जा.
It is more than I expected. It's wonderful.
It gets a little bit crazy in here, most definitely. Now, when Vicky told you that she wanted to pursue a career in esports, what was your initial reaction?
Well, I always knew that she was wonderful with the speaking and very passionate. I was never one to 100% love video games, I must admit, but she is truly passionate about it, and she's always been very talkative and very outgoing.
Oh, is she crying?
So,
अरे यार pause क्यों कर देता है
she
बार-बार?
extremely proud of her.
ये रहा points table. Alliance needs 1 win to be crowned number 1.
Is there something you'd like to say to her? I want you to stare nice into the camera.
50 point चाहिए हमको 50.
Well, I know she was a little
40 चाहिए qualify
nervous
होने के लिए 50 point आने के लिए.
But I am extremely proud of her, and I always knew that she would excel at this. So I'm very happy to be here, and it makes me very happy to be here because I know she absolutely loves this. So I'm, 100% backing her up.
Yeah.
Intense बना के जाता हूँ एंड में अच्छा खेलेंगे.
Back over to you.
50 point पे पहुँच जाने दे भाई.
I didn't expect to be this such. Honestly, it's great. I'm so happy that we are in an ecosystem where there's so much support from the families of our players rather. My mom being here, it's an honor to be able to do this in front of you, Mom, in front of my family. I'm so happy you guys are here, and I'm so happy we get to deliver the best experience here in the ALGS Open.
Crowd's getting into it today.
Come on.
Easily the most full the arena has been.
हाँ विन चाहिए उनको प्रियन. एक जीतेंगे उसके बाद ही वो चैंपियन होंगे. Oh, she's crying. Oh, भुला दिया उसको कैन पे.
I didn't know we're on camera.
Sneaky cut back there. You know what we can both be happy about though, Vicky, going back to the first part of the interview, is that we're both taller than our siblings.
You know what?
Isn't that a fun time?
That is actually true, and I can't say that very often. So you know what? I'll take that dub. I'll take that dub for now. But you know who else is running away with the dub at the moment?
प्रशिक मेरी वीडियो देखो यार. How to play Apex Legends मेरे इसमें है. Apex Legends के playlist में.
So fresh in every
उसमें सब समझाया मैंने. How to play, what are the agents, what are the abilities, what are the weapons, everything.
So many points on the board. We've only had 3 matches so far. Like what even? I don't know, that might be the earliest match point eligibility
ALGS Championship the crowd is more crazy और इसमें जगह ही कम दिया public को. Isn't this like comparatively championship से smaller event because
we did have that close call with
open? I'm not sure how it works.
I think it was.
I'm not well versed with the esports
where
side
Optic
of
saved the day, but
oh yes.
Let's go E-District.
You just threw me back right there. You know what happened in
need a 22 kill win.
You may not see it here because of the
28 kill win
that we've implemented into the ALGS.
Let's go.
In a situation like that, I believe NRG were one of the few teams rocking a Loba. It was a final zone pool close to Sniper Tower on the other side of Trials on World's Edge, and that was the indicator that a lot of teams had noted,
yes.
hey, this team's at match
Let's go.
point.
We are landing at draft point. Okay, usually we go to resort, but Twisted Minds ने वहाँ पे resort लिया हुआ है, so we are going to draft point.
With the legend bands and a lot of different compositions.
Let's go. Let's see how Alliance gets targeted, guys. Let's see.
I also want to give a special shout
how
out
it goes if
people
actually going to be pushing them and stuff.
Easter eggs. So shout out.
एक मिनट थोड़ा पीछे और let me see Alliance का drop spot किधर है. Alliance का drop spot इधर ही है, NRG और ये है Alkkitagb के बीच में. All right, let's
that
see.
We get to really highlight how involved our Respawn dev team is when it comes to putting their heart and soul onto a map like this.
ऐसा कुछ नहीं सागर, our team is very capable of great things. I don't know how you're not seen it yet.
Hard to take a moment and look around when you're, you're looting at 100 miles an hour, but yeah, it is incredible.
इतनी मस्त बात बता आपने इग्नोर कर दी. मैंने पढ़ा, लेकिन मुझे नहीं लगा कि मुझे वो जोर से पढ़ना चाहिए.
At an ALGS LAN. And this is it. We're going to be
अपने
on the
मुंह
final
से वो
one
शब्द
you'll see
निकाल के
today.
मुझे पढ़ना चाहिए, ऐसे मुझे लगा नहीं. Hi Pytex. So we are at 12 points right now. We need 38 points to reach 50 points. Alliance is the only team at 50 points. So they just need one win. So we're going to see if people are going to be targeting Alliance this game or no. Alliance is landing next to NRG and Alkkitagb and Green Strego.
With this zone pulling over to the north side by City Hall, it gives me a little bit of deja vu. I gotta give a special shout out to my homegirl watching at home, Spike.
Yep. Anyone around? No. Thanks, maybe.
ये rewind हो जाता है बे.
We're around left? Yeah, left. That's any better. Come on. Be a bit behind you. I'm gonna grab B20s. I get up on light now. Just grab the 20s. But yeah.
50 पॉइंट पे क्या होता है? 50 पॉइंट पे तुम एलिजिबल हो जाते हो कि तुम एक गेम और जीत गए 50 पॉइंट के बाद, तो तुम फर्स्ट प्लेस हो.
Yeah, 10-2. Yeah, keep going. Don't have to wait for me. I have speed boost on you. Yeah. Right. We'll get above these buildings, so I'll hit next UAV. Keep going. Okay. We're just pulling back into city.
You reckon?
Not sure.
एनर्जी वाले आए हैं अलायंस के जगह पे. नहीं आए, बहुत दूर है.
Yeah, that's City Hall, like, pullback's kind of far.
Twisted Minds की fight हो रही है Shopify Rebellion से.
And where the zone might be heading, not exactly.
अरे यार प्रियन, देखो ना exclamation format करो guys, exclamation format. मेरे mod ने इतने मेहनत करके command बनाया है.
It's harder without the altar to make these rotations. That's why so many teams have been picking up the Wraith here in game 4.
यार कोई देख लो ना अलायंस का थोड़ा क्या सीन है.
Workaholics were babysitting that evil harvester and NRG desperately wanted to try
exclamation format. और ये क्या कमांड बनाया था इसने? और ये exclamation बनाया था ना United, और क्या था?
They prevent Workaholics
very much better. Yeah, he had to like copy and paste it.
That choke, getting information themselves, are trying to cut off NRG. So they're going to be wrapping around north side of Shipyard.
मॉड बनाओगे? नहीं, ऐसा एक बार स्ट्रीम पे आके मॉड बना तो नहीं होता है. कुछ तो आना चाहिए यार रेगुलरली. और क्या बनाया था कमांडिस्ट ने? एक और बनाया था ना ये फाइनल्स के बारे में, और क्या था?
They're staring down at SR now as well. SR just can't seem to get anything going.
मैं तो पहले दिन ही मॉड बनाता. You bring something to the table, which is a clip feature.
The auction hammer's already come down and it's been sold to someone else.
कितने दिन आओ रोज, ये बताओ. रोज आओ भाई. कितने दिन रोज थोड़ी होता है. रोज मतलब रोज होता है.
But we've barely seen from them since then.
That's kind of been the habit.
Is this all that I am?
We know that this is
you bring something to the table.
We've seen them clutch out and put themselves in a great position to get a win beforehand, but can
and
they keep
we
it
like
up
you now,
in a
so
match
you can
point
stay.
Format like this, where you need to get the dub after you get the initial 50 points.
You are welcome here. Ooh.
Gonna be able to get a quick little 88 here. What it looked like before he rotates to get the Evo Harvester. Remember, we saw them on that pathing. They do have that blue Evo shield, but getting it even closer.
If someone will bring food to a table, you will be mod. I love food.
Because they're landing next to
I
each
do
other
love food.
At Shipyard Arcade and Viaduct.
The zone is north, and that means they're essentially following the same path. They're identifying the same Evo harvesters and wanting to go after them.
Okay, unintentional. Furia though, back away. Don't get hit with their own nade. Keon incredibly low though before he takes the
शीश VKG ने एक knock कर दिया इधर.
Who we're trying to push onto VK Gaming, who now have the high ground.
Can we take the building? Yeah,
हम लोग सामने ही इनके जो फ्यूरिया वाली फाइट चल रही है हम उनके सामने ही हैं.
I'm looking for the Valk.
They have a port. Okay. Oh,
it's coming back.
They're back in.
Might look over me.
Yeah, I'm looking for you. It's fine.
But what am I? Nick the other side.
Yeah. Fuck. I don't see these guys.
2 करोड़ लगता है. हाँ 2 करोड़ भी तुमको पहले सेंड करना पड़ेगा मॉड बनने के लिए.
I should fucking ported for it, bro. That's actually troll as fuck. I didn't realize I had a back.
और थोड़ा मेडिटेशन भी करना
Yeah, I
पड़ता
got
है.
back.
मेरे को टॉलरेट करने के लिए.
Once the team's still opposite, we have to hold this whole building.
Yeah, kind of fucking hard though.
Maybe, yeah.
If a team does hard force, like we do have to just pick a side, probably just Gen side. But
yeah, Cat Watson team over here.
I mean, which side do you think is pulling? It's probably the best side to just fucking hold, really.
I mean, probably this side's better to hold no matter what, no? Because like pulls north, we can like port around these shops if need be.
इंटरव्यू भी हाँ मैं तुम्हारा इंटरव्यू भी लूँगी.
If it doesn't, we can like port up here.
I'm down for whatever, bro. Just
yeah.
Make the call.
Next jam will be the side.
Alright.
Yep.
Team on the UAV above the building.
Yeah. Someone does hit UAV, close. Energy dead.
मैं तो जमा कर रहा 2 करोड़ जिस दिन हो गया उसी दिन मॉड डन सीन अभिषेक. पता है ना बैंक से रोज थोड़ा थोड़ा.
Someone's shooting a Gen out from across, and Gen's gone.
Alright. Where's it from?
Can I walk out on that maybe?
Yeah, they're jumping on them. Blessing up, jumping on them.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm looking.
Going to look as well. You want to shot back?
This is very good spot.
They have
There. Pass. Going back.
Alliance eliminated.
Yeah.
हाय भगवान GHS good job. अब तो भी eliminate हो जाओ.
Get back.
मुझे भी चेस
If I
सवाल
couldn't
काम
get there quick
मिलेगा.
enough, bro, I would have saved the lines if I stopped them. Or were they the ones in team
Run over.
You should be resident of Monaco too.
My drone's just been tapped.
Do we change?
Monaco?
I mean, we can either play for the full
Biscuit?
pull back or the full pull in. So it's like pick a side, really.
इस पे चीज भी सब डाल के खाते हैं ना अच्छा लगता है.
I mean,
ये तो ना दे हाँ भाई सही भाई please thank you.
well, probably the side I'm on. But it's like,
क्या हो रहा है इधर?
you know, you're on
कितनी गोलियां चलाई इसने ये बंदे ने?
There's no ulti, so like if need be, we can just like gen underneath. Force like the whole here.
Yeah.
So you hold the whole building for.
Come on, guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, team back up here.
Monaco.
Might be the same team from Playground, not gonna lie. Might have walked all the way back up there.
Bro?
Have a look.
Monegasque.
Not entirely sure.
I've never heard that word before, Suraj.
That's what was sick. I went, yeah, it's potential.
कुछ नहीं प्रत्येक सारे कॉम्प्लान के डब्बे मैं रिटर्न कर देती हूँ.
My thing's been tapped again. There's a drone above it.
Yeah, okay, won't worry.
And like the shops team, I'm pretty sure has the drone.
100 ग्राम गोल्ड दोगे तो भी चलेगा.
I still have an ulti Jessica as well. Can you stack?
Yeah.
Pure. Monaco. Oh, जगह.
Yeah, just spot.
Just people like
नहीं मैं कभी गई नहीं हूँ.
literally above us, sliding down at us. They should go, unless it's late zone and they walk up this staircase, Jessica, and like your back door. They
Depending on
should
the
force like at bottom, like directly underneath me.
Depending on the pull as well, we can probably play the circle in the middle.
Yeah, circle is good as well.
And then board out again from it.
Yeah.
If we have to.
Any issues? Cryptos.
Conversation तो चल रही है.
They can't really send. We can't really get sent there.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get out angled. Nice.
I mean, minute might
I know
look
it's
for.
not good though.
Might look for a pod. I'm gonna have a look around this backside.
I can't scan that drop. Holy fuck. We're gonna try and peek to scan that drop real quick.
Okay, there is
I
a.
can't.
There's a port leaving this building.
Hmm.
What the fuck? Oh, he's coming for the drop.
That's true, Monkey.
I think we just wait the 50 seconds, right?
Wake up!
This northwest team.
There's two rates on the drop.
This northwest team gonna
India,
get ripped off.
Monaco,
Well, I mean,
Monegasque.
so maybe not actually.
Is that what they call people?
We could probably hold them from
No,
getting
man,
in.
it's not hurting. I,
Set a ballistic
you know,
behind
like
us.
I need to like get up and take like a walk or something, so I go to the bathroom. But I don't feel like peeing, so I've not gotten up to go to the
Yeah, it's
bathroom.
not above you.
So now
I'm just like
I'm
looking south.
stretching a little bit to feel a little better. Okay, we're missing all of the other fights happening in the game, so we are gonna come and watch a little bit. 9 lives eliminated.
Eliminated with some help from Shopify originally, sandwiching 9 lives on each side with Falcons being the other bread in the middle.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of gentleman's agreement they had there to sort of not worry about each other and just take 9 lives out, but I think both of them are pretty happy about that. Okay, let's get a little...
We are in the zone, and we are in the next zone. We are in the next zone. We are in the next zone. हमारी तरफ आ रहे हैं Cats की team. हमारी तरफ आ रही है Cat की team.
Very happy to play. Also with
ये हवा में क्या उड़
holding
रहे
the
drones
big
उड़ रहे
building
अपने
that
अच्छा.
comes out of resort, they'll have a lot of space to play with for quite some time. That said, remember they're running the Valkyrie. That gives them a lot less defensive options. They have to play big. They need to make sure they've got enough ammo to keep people at bay.
प्रत्यक्ष मेरा पानी खत्म हो गया बॉटल भर के लाना.
Exactly. Pepper in the pressure with the fuse, repositioning ability with the Valkyrie. Falcons are also in a pretty good position if they completely hold off Green Stego because they have a much more aggressive composition here. Over to the north side. Also making sure that other teams don't walk in from the east side of where that next
अच्छा है
zone is.
लेकिन प्रिया non-stop funny है वो वीडियो. अभी जाता हूँ.
Risky Mythic being down the bottom as well. S8 and Furia are quite close to it, but you know, without a mobile shield to hide behind, and a lot of angles with other teams around you, that could be a tough one to pick up. Envy, they're a little more north of that position.
Monica is the most number of billionaires and millionaire. इसलिए मैं इधर नहीं हूँ.
That's way up towards Green Stego there. So they're actually trying to take some space away from that resort building that we were talking about. Meanwhile, Cat portaling.
फिर से S8 बोला ये?
S8, they're playing the dish. I don't know about you. I always land there. That's where the Giga Loot is in City Hall.
You have to be a little nervous sometimes too, because if you go for a hot drop, you know there's so many different angles that people could take once you're forced to move away or try to get even more. But
shit, he's gonna get knocked for sure.
Taking a lot of that damage here. Burhos gets that knock. Torkaholics now losing out.
किधर है मेरे mods भाई?
This is just
अभी 3-3 मारते चैट में, अभी तीनों बेहोश हो गए. ये क्या नाम है, कोई डिलीट नहीं करेगा? ये भी मैं करूँ? फिर सैलरी मांगते हो तुम लोग? शर्म आनी चाहिए.
Maybe they can get them back in. We've seen crazier things happen in this land.
Absolutely, but you can see the pings. They see GHS, and GHS see them too with the crypto drone. Where can you run? Twerkaholics getting cut off, nowhere to go as they get eliminated.
It's a good lesson. Like, if you're going to full send it before taking 50 zone damage on each team member, right? Make the decision early.
अरे मैसेज डिलीटेड के बाद भी जाता नहीं है नाम क्या? जोक्स हो गया, नहीं डिलीट करना चाहिए था. पैसे मिल जाएगा ना मुझे?
The plethora of nades out in the distance, 100 thieves with their ping. Seeing that drill from GHS. I believe one of the only teams running the Mad Maggie, by the way, here in this lobby.
What the fuck are these heals?
Xtuvi's opening up a shop down here. He's, the shelves are empty. He's like, all right, better start stocking it with the bats.
अपना POV ये रहे हम.
Serves you their death boxes and a
Let's see how it goes. Come on, S8UL, let's go. Let's get some good positioning in. Let's get some kills this game. Some good points. There are 39 people in this lobby. We can kill 20 of them at least.
Just play outside for a little bit.
Jokes कर रही है. Refund होगा अपनी. यार. शर्म नहीं आ रही.
Staircase is still free. Go ahead.
मेरे $1,000 में से contribution चालू हो रहा था.
Yeah. They're getting shot by everyone.
Side, yeah.
It's 13 squads.
Yep. This is fucking shit call. There's no one underneath this side here.
Okay.
We can.
Is it in there?
Like no. Oh fuck no.
What happened? There was a team out here earlier. What happened to them?
Yeah, they're on top bridge. Okay. It's a fuse team.
I'm
getting hard
my
help
ult as well. Are they fighting right now?
No, they're shooting your drone. Shooting drones.
Okay.
We just have to care, like, City Hall side again, these guys jumping off.
Okay.
Yep.
Just, yeah, I mean, you...
If City Hall side's down, it's a bit, yeah. They're running down here. There's gonna be people in the open down here in a second.
Okay. Yeah, looking.
They're porting on it.
Porting. Is it one guy?
You knocked पहले stream करता था क्या पहले?
Took it back.
They might... Oh, they're going to
I'm not present if you want to come back
City
later. I lie to you
I'm
or your
staring City
presence
Hall
is a
side.
gift itself.
I'm looking for
Someone
skills.
go right?
To
Left,
the
left,
present
left.
Solo here.
30.
One.
Weak.
He's one.
Arcing him.
Yeah. Team, directly
Yeah,
above us,
from
directly
above.
above, directly
From
above.
above. Chill.
Did he die?
I can't kill that guy.
Can't
I'm
kill
saying
him.
it.
You're fine.
Here, right side,
Finish
right
him,
side.
finish him. Nice.
I didn't get it.
Both
Fuck.
kills.
Hyde is not looking at us.
Shit, उसको kill नहीं
They
मिलेगा.
can't. We need to get this side,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure को kill मिलेगा
Good.
इसकी.
Shooting him off.
They have red,
Red
red.
shield, red shield.
I'm looking for a rotate.
अब कर दो अपनी
three?
shield
I need
purple
to-
कर दो guys. Let's
Underneath
go.
bridge.
Bang on my
Let's
hip.
go.
I'm not gonna hit that. Bang on. Can I pork for anything? Like at all?
Like underneath bridge. Underneath here, maybe?
Now or?
No.
Okay.
You have to be like fucking late.
There's a lot of people dying, bro. Can we pork
fighting.
anything on the left
Look at the
side?
port now. Look at the port now, otherwise we're going to look down from above.
Okay, where am I placing it though?
Like literally on my ping. They're like,
On your ping?
yes. Yeah, like here we gen there instantly. You have gen, yeah?
Yeah.
We have to carry this backside
yeah,
though.
yeah.
Ain't anyone here. This is kind of skits, bro.
Okay, you can take it back. It's 50% on your port.
Is it here?
Oh, bro, we need to do this later. Here, shoot this guy. 27.
I'm in gen down.
Yeah. They're fighting staircase.
They're fighting staircase here.
Okay, just this
We
top
can
side
sit in
now.
this corner
Top
on
side
me.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
need to shoot behind us. I'm getting shot.
You can come to me.
Yeah, I have no
Yeah.
gen. No gen.
It's
I'm
not
batting.
great. Okay.
It's not a great spot.
Okay,
Yeah,
noted.
what percent is your port at?
30.
This is not a good
Yeah,
spot.
No, when it's
Staircase
like
again.
40.
Look at that.
Yeah. Sorry,
Okay.
wait.
Not that good of a
Sorry,
spot.
wait.
EMP. Dodge
Let's
it.
smoke the bomb. Let's smoke the bomb. Okay, this.
Wait.
I got
Ballistic
ballistic
dude.
dude.
Yeah, ready. 2, pushing us. Ballistic.
Yeah, going.
Dead.
I पूरी team की
wow,
पुशाई.
good.
Fuck. This was not a good spot. Got eliminated again. वो उधर अंदर ठीक थे यार हम लोग. Time था बाकी.
Surely someone's noticed that there's enough damage down here. Nice work by Falcons and 100 Thieves combining to take out Envy on the top of this bridge. They're fighting for God spot right now.
AnkkitaC get taken out, and they had a good amount of KP themselves. Now that Falcons have held the high ground, rather, looking at the fact that Burhols are neighboring them. 100 Thieves playing right behind them, but do they want to point on this?
But now it's Green Stego on the back. They try and make a sandwich out of Falcons, but they're not good enough to do it.
Falcons getting ahead of themselves, now playing up the slight low ground. Look back up at 100 Thieves. They have to pressure them here while Zero is going to reset. So does Hal. Zero's trying to hold their different angle. Jen gets beamed. The 3-2-1 with some help.
Just
as Hal
Imperial
gets a knock.
things.
Falcons
Oh!
get eliminated. They get looked at by another team in the distance. 3 spots left.
By the tiniest of angles, Hal can't keep it together while he gets the bat off. Shopify, they've waited and waited for the perfect time to pop in here. 100 Thieves, they're taking fire from the back. It's Empire, and now the Craver comes out. Can Empty hit the shots to win them the game?
With 100 Thieves eliminated, our last 2 squads, Empire, Shopify, Rebellion, and Empire have taken the heights. Playing off the positional advantage. This last zone closes in the next 20 seconds.
20 seconds left of the Tempest. It's going to run out from Empire, and they may not have this if Shopify wait it out. They do have a cat wall available.
That means they got to get aggressive here with the Rampage being on the sling. Coif already opens up as the entry fragger, getting that initial knock.
Shopify, they've got more firepower, but Empire have the
भाई
high
ऐसे
ground.
ऊपर आओगे तो
Sorry,
कैसे
guys, going
चलेगा?
up the zip. That's 2 down for Empire, but the res is coming in for SR.
But they were trying to isolate him originally there too, right? We saw them put up the cat wall. Shopify not having the cat themselves. Coif manages to come up. The piercing spikes putting in the pressure. And Shopify together. They take the game here on E-District. This skyrockets them here too to, I believe, the 39 points. We saw them playing that patiently there.
All the
इन
way
लोग भी
up to
पास आ रहे हैं,
second place, as you say,
Match point
patiently, and as we noted, it was a rough spot for Empire if they didn't finish them off there and then. I think the
Damn,
the
bro.
other thing we really need to note though, Vicky, is that
One more
high
game and
ground
I'll
to low
GG.
ground disparity
Why
was
don't we just, like,
ridiculous
go to
there.
sleep now?
I don't think Shopify should have been able to win it from that position. I
Yeah,
mean,
they were
you saw he was
supposed to, I
standing.
don't
Was that a
know
PK?
ऐसे
in the
ऐसे
hands
ऊपर
of
आ रहे थे
Empire?
उन लोग.
Literally staring down a zip line,
Rope
shot
लेके.
up PK. That should be 2 shots for 100 and see you later.
What's even more incredible is the fact that Shopify had
हाँ,
navigated
प्रत्यक्ष किसने
around
बोला उठने
Empire
के लिए?
having the cat.
किससे पूछ के गया था?
The end to put up the catwalk to try to isolate that
गलत
fight.
बात है.
But not only that, they had the piercing spikes to create that space.
World War Z कब खेलूगी? कभी
They had to try to take
नहीं.
full advantage of that, having that rampage charged up, being on the ballistic.
We got 2 points this game.
19 points picked up for Shopify. Empire, look, they fall over at the last hurdle, but they can't be unhappy with 18 points added to their tally. 100 Thieves pick up 13, and Falcons have been consistent ever since they dropped down in that second round in the winners bracket. It's been go, go, go for the Falcons, and they keep themselves in the running for now.
Gotta keep it going now, as we get to see the head-to-head of our top 2 teams after game number 4. Not only getting first place, but putting on the KP. Empire doing it with the ballistic. 9 KP to their name.
रोक लो बाकियों को.
3.2 damage coming, 3.2k damage coming out for Shopify there, but it was honestly a pretty even
मैं
spread
snack
of
लेके
kills.
आती हूँ guys.
No
The
one was
snack
super
needs to
popping
eat
off
another
there. It wasn't like the
snack.
first game where we saw Alliance get, I think it was 6,
so
5, and 5 kills between the team. This was a much harder zone to play towards the end. So this is what we want to see, the series results to see how much these teams just bump themselves up. No one is still coming anywhere close to Alliance, who are the only team remaining on match point. But with SR on 39 and Ankkita on 38, they are getting up there. If they have another one of those performances in match 5, we'll see them join Alliance on match point.
It's just the fact that after 4 games alone, aside from Alliance, you know, separating themselves from the rest of the pack, it's how tight the rest of the competition looks like for our teams that are just a point or 2 away from one another. As we swap map after map, they gotta keep up that consistency. We got more match point finals coming to you guys soon. Game number 5 on E-District on the other side of this break.
The human body was built to move. Not trapped at a desk in one singular posture for 12 hours a day. It's time your chair evolved. This is Secret Lab Titan Evo. Ergonomically engineered for you, gamers, hybrid workers, artists, backing your every move.
Sony InZone, the official monitor of the Apex Legends Global Series.
Play that force, let me win the game. Okay, take space, take space. Yeah. On the on, drop. Good. Ready. Going. Go up. Two on you. Crack. Listen, crack. Batting. All you guys. Listen, one. Kill busters. Batting. Place on. Kill. Batting. Going up. We need to go up. I need back. Resi. Sorry. He didn't rest. He did not rest. Okay. I'm resting. Can you drop? I'm batting around. Coming. I'm resting. Nice. Last. Batting. Yeah, we need to go up. We have to go up. Alright, can you go together? Yeah, go up. Yes.
Good shit, bro.
Alienware's legendary Area 51 desktop is back as Intel's highest performing desktop yet. Equipped with an Intel Core Ultra processors, the Area 51 was designed for ultimate gaming and scalable with next-gen components. If portable power is what you want, the new age is born. The Alienware Area 51 16 and 18 gaming laptops are made with silicon components and can deliver up to 280 watts total performance power. Try out the Area 51 desktop here in the venue or scan the QR code for more info at the Alienware Arena. Welcome back, everybody, to Matchpoint Finals here in New Orleans. Onset and Gaskin back on the microphones to guide you through these next games. And Dan, it feels like Shopify Rebellion just woke up.
Yeah, it did indeed, and not really surprised when you look at the players that are on that roster. When we look at the quality on this main stage, Shopify Rebellion, of course, have 2 LAN victors on that squad, and now they start to march towards matchpoint eligibility. But they're not quite there, and there is still only 1 squad on matchpoint, and that is still Alliance.
Well, here's your legend bands as we head into the next match. No Ash, no Alta, no Crypto, and no Newcastle. Now we stay on E District here as we begin our snake back through the map selection that we do have, and heading into game for number 5, like you say, only the 1 team still on match point, but there's a couple of them now, like Shopify Rebellion, like GHS, who might be thinking with a win here, we could be joining them.
Certainly when you look at E District, and you look at Alliance, for example, they've only been able to find 1 victory all tournament long on this map. So it wouldn't surprise me if we do go that 1 step further, but at the same time, you think back to Champs in Japan, how close Alliance were to winning the whole darn thing on this map. All they need is 1 good zone, 1 easier rotation. It was a tough old journey for them in the previous game. They took a fight, sadly didn't come out on top, but now they still have the opportunity as the only team on match point.
One thing I do like about Alliance, never afraid to take that fight though, even if it's early on in the game, they believe in themselves, they will take it, and if they win it, we're talking maybe about a different end to that game. But the end of that game belonged to Shopify Rebellion. Now they find themselves just 11 points away from hitting match point.
Still plenty of opportunity for teams to catch up as well and get to match point eligibility as we're starting to see some early fights here. Babo versus Cat.
I mean, this one's taking place almost immediately. Humbert Labs versus Old Town, essentially. 2 POIs that are very, very close to each other, as is indicated by the fact that both teams are next to each other having this fight. Nobody is going to be knocked for now, and it looks like a momentary truce may have been drawn
Already
up, but as I say, it's about as momentarily.
Babo versus Cat.
Disagreed, as you can say, because Calamitous will get that knock with a scout.
And now you've got the advantage as well. And I wonder whether Babo are going to try and back off. No, it looks like they're going to try and take the fight, or at least one of them is. Evens things up here. And actually, you take a lead.
Igarashi is going to use that knockdown just to pop a couple of shield cells. And all of a sudden, this one gets a little bit more awkward. Now they pop the Tempest as well. Pinky's going to go for that res to get them back to a full complement of 3. And I think Igarashi's going to try and stop and deny that on the other side. He's going to get around this corner. He's going to find one, and that is Cat eliminated. Babo will win that one.
Yeah, Cat unable to put more points on the board then when it comes to E District. Now, teams who will be looking to put points on the board, who have done all tournament long, Twerkaholics and Furia, averaging around 13 points and 11 points, respectively, between the 2 of them. Definitely capable of having those big games here to try and catch up the Giants of Alliance.
So if you're wondering about the Giants of Alliance, as you put it so beautifully, they're dropping.
What do we want?
Landing 4 star.
Okay.
Like that.
Landing bottom. What's you?
Don't hear anyone.
Neither.
Yeah, neither. Got another evac.
Don't hear anyone.
Oh,
surely doesn't go
possible.
Another P20.
Double P20, did you say?
1.
Oh, there's another one. I'll grab it.
There's been 0 blossom zones, so if it goes there, well... Oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can still rotate in.
Top
As
mid?
my PFP.
Hey, Beacon. They leave top mid.
They're gonna go all the way out the back, you reckon? Surely not.
I think we stay there.
Can we grab that fucking Evo?
Yeah,
quickly?
yeah, I'll grab.
Yeah. Oh, we've got time. Anyway, I can go and hit that fucking lighthouse one as well. I'm gonna try now while it's early.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Just call me off if it's fucked.
Team northeast. 4-3, I think. Yeah, 4-3 hidden scan.
Oh, yeah, there's no way.
Dude.
I'm not going for it.
It's a Valve.
This fight Unlucky is going to go back and try and get this banner through the portal. Uh-oh. But is he going to be ambushed here? Can he grab it and get back in?
What the fuck? He got it!
Just about.
He's in, he's out, he shakes it all about, and Alliance look like they are going to be able to be okay, reset here, and there's still a chance for them to win this one, but it of course slows down everything in their process. Speaking of slowing things down, one team that doesn't know how to slow things down and loves to shake it about, the Twerkaholics have taken down 2 members of Babo.
Pinky's out there though, he should be able to get far enough away here to at least survive, and thinking about getting 2 teammates back into the game. He's heading towards Stadium, where there is going to be a crafter available for him to grab those banners. And speaking of rejoining the game, here comes Hackis. Alliance back up to 3.
It is of course worth remembering Alliance know how to win a LAN. Arguably not an ALGS
Position
LAN, but they have won international competition. And boy would they love to add an ALGS trophy to that cabinet. But it feels like there's still a long way to go. Even though they are the only team there and available, you know how hard it is to convert these games.
We'll say Alliance also not someone who's unfamiliar with doing it the difficult way. Green Stego in our feeds right now. Great shots from the Eva. Asia, wow!
मेरी ईवा ऐसे नहीं चलती क्यों?
VP will manage to make it a 2v1, but look how low Zach Mazer is. The shield swap should be enough for him to at least be a part of this fight. And Ziki says, you know what, no time for me to be here any much longer. I'm gonna hit the Valcon, try and escape. But here comes SR. VP still down to 2. MT can't quite connect. Finally does, and VP will be.
अपनी fight चल रही. Let's see what
VP dead. Don't know who the other team was.
They're running on us. Are they?
Yeah, in our bottom.
No, they can't be in bottom. It's fenced off.
You went back?
Okay.
Everything is fenced at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, you went back. Bro, what the fuck was that guy doing?
They're gonna look for that. Ballistic Watson.
Velk.
Velk, okay.
Oh my god, bro, that was skits as fuck. He's out left. Over here.
Yeah.
Valk.
Cracked him.
Fuck, I didn't peek in time. Oh no, I think we're in a
We're not doing much.
क्या TV भाई?
We had some.
There's a 2 right now, but now he's going to push and get aggressive, and GHS Boom will be eliminated. So NRG live to fight at least another few moments here, unless they get pushed, but it looks like they're going to be all right.
Should be able to get the res. It's Algs here again, who are just overextending, trying to see if they can pick up a couple of those KP, which they managed to do. Envy, who have had very, very dead certain to potentially win that game, didn't manage to convert. Game 2, a very good position as well, weren't able to convert, and we'll have to see if that's going to be an ongoing theme for this trio, or if they're going to be able to find a little bit that's been missing in those endgames.
It's going to be very interesting here in the southwest, because remember, Alliance are kind of in this area. They're just a little bit further south down towards Street Market, their drop location. And people want ring consoles. People want this third beat console information here, because I think this is the hardest
50 टीम की फाइट देख के नींद कैसे आ सकती है प्रत्यक्ष?
Well, Alliance, here they go. Back up to 3. Only the 1 times here for Hackis, but it's enough for him to still hit a couple of shots with that 30-30 on the team he's trying to rotate in front of them. It's going to be Furia, who are close enough to them, the only team that are here at Street Market. Momentary bamboozle here, as the sling weapon will be out. Look at those shots coming in from Unlucky, though, with the R99 no less.
Yeah, both teams were looking to try and
दूर
hit
आना
this ring console.
से मार रहा है भाई. एक और KP निकाल ले. अभी तो उनको KP से क्या फर्क पड़ रहा है? उनको गेम ही जीतना है इसमें.
not getting knocked.
Yeah, they're going to scatter here. Fury, you saw both Madness and Keon taking different directions to try and escape from this fight, but Keon, even though he's healing, is going to be chased down as well. Unlucky will grant himself another kill here. They should get this finished pretty comfortably. And that'll be another KP here for Alliance, but points at this...
लोग invisible में कैसे देखते हैं?
So to speak for Alliance, not the main target. It's all about getting that win.
But Twerkaholics looking to pick up the pieces of the remainder of has to go wild here, because there's still one more player he's got to take down, which he will not. Twerkaholics eliminated. Babo lived to fight another day.
Just about. And Babo have been holding on. We've seen him in 3 fights so far in this game, and somehow they're still alive.
I mean, for the last place team, the team in 20th, to still be playing with that much confidence and still avoiding going down early, you have to give them major props.
Well, Chicken Beak is always open, and at the moment it's Envy who are occupying it. Down on that southwest zone, like you were saying, down the southwest side.
And I agree with you, this is very interesting, this side of zone, because we are going to pull up a little bit further north from where NRG, Falcons, Alkkita all find themselves at the moment, and of course Envy. There's 4 teams in this very, very tight space.
Well, with Alliance taking down Furia, they do get the ring console down at Street Market.
So blur ho raha hai
better idea of where they need to move to. Of course, there is a survey beacon down there as well, if they would like to use that just to get a little bit more information of how they want to rotate. But Alkkita, Falcons, NRG, Envy, they all have to move as Furia will get the respawn onto Noct and Keon. So they're still very much in this one as well.
Zone starting to close here, and it might be somewhat of a surprise to the likes of Alkkita on our screen when they see that zone pop up and where they will have to be going. And you're looking at the rotational legends now in the compositions. How do you get to this next zone? One thing that Falcons do have is 0 on the rate.
Watson नहीं ban होना चाहिए ना next game हर team में एक Watson almost.
Ballistic, by the way, an 80% pick rate.
Oh,
in this
ballistic.
lobby, 16 ballistics. That means we won't see ballistic in match 6 if we get there. Of course, Alliance will be looking to try and wrap this one up and hoist that trophy.
कोई Alliance को
But
मारो
it is a
Alliance.
long journey for them. Not only do they have to kind of get through this choke towards where the zone's going to be going, but there's so many teams that are already in that square. Shopify Rebellion on top of Blossom as well. All the good positions to hold for this circle are kind of been taken already.
Well, here is the rotate. You can see Hack is trying to get a portal down, but he's going to be under pressure. So that portal doesn't look great.
वो समझी मैं.
For Alliance, they will be safe, of course, when this zone does close, but it's about that next zone. That's where things are really going to start to warm up. There's also a Mythic bin that's going to be spawning on this southern side, which may interest a few more teams.
Yeah, Empire are the closest to it, and actually Falcons when they start to move in as well.
Not just got one on 2. Alliance once again, by the way, it's Hackett who did go down, and now they're looking to
मारो मारो Alliance वाले को मारो.
Well, well, well. Effect is down. Unlucky is trying to escape, but can he escape? That's the question. Alliance have been through it all in this game, but they're still alive somehow, and now, oh, look at this, it's Babo coming in for their 4th fight of the game.
Babo decide, you know what, we don't like being in last place. Let's start to take the fight to some of these teams. Pinky's taking a lot of damage though. Gonna have to back off behind that truck, and Furia, their days might be numbered.
Ignorassi on our screens right now, charging up that rampage. The ultimate's gonna be popped here by Keon just to try and survive, but the 30-30 gets drawn. The 30-30 hitting. Finally, Furia will go down, and Babo survived
Unnecessary knock था भाई, वो एक bullet में मर जाता था.
And NRG are closing in on Babo, and most importantly, Alliance did survive. Unlucky was able to get out of dodge, get into zone, and maybe, just maybe, get Alliance back on their feet.
Is he
I think
serious?
everyone was feeling maybe one more game was starting to be chanted here, but still a chance for Alliance. You mentioned it earlier. They do like to make it difficult for themselves.
It's stressful being an Alliance fan. Well, Falcons still on this bridge position,
Don't
which is
tell
going
me
to
वो
be a
recall
very,
भी
very
कर देगा.
powerful one to hold out any teams who are rotating in towards the zone. Hero How is going to be on the ballistic this time around. Rampage charged up, revved up in that sling.
So NRG finally closing in on
नहीं
Babo.
लड़ रहे प्रियन.
I think they were a little bit
दिख रहा है ना
hesitant,
इधर
but they
side
might
में.
turn around if they see this.
Second, they'll be getting shot down. Oh.
They're looking for
Yeah,
people.
get hard dirty by this north team. They're ballistic ultimate as well north.
From Babo.
Bro, Alliance वाले ने recall भी कर
What's
दिया.
going to be happening behind them right now?
I mean, even though Alliance have managed to get the res, it's deep into zone.
Yeah.
And they've got quite a long way to go here to even get by zone. One good thing for them is they are landing on a crafter, so maybe they can craft an extra med kit, but still, it's a long way to go. Speaking of zone information, look at the amount of zone information.
Yeah,
NRG have! I mentioned it was a long way to zone. Effect is down, Hackis is down, Unlucky's still alive again.
दोनों डाउन हो गए जोन के बारे
How
को खत्म
long
कर दो
can
यार.
he survive? Can he get his 2 teammates back in this game for the 3rd time, if I'm not mistaken?
Here comes Babo! And NRG! Unlucky just happened to use the ultimate to try and stay alive now.
He's just running around trying to bounce back.
Bro, yes! Timmy, my favorite!
We'll keep this match point finals going.
And I think everyone in the lobby seeing that in the kill feed, seeing Alliance eliminated, will just take
मजा आ
that
गया सबको.
moment to breathe and say, all right, we've
Next
got
Shopify
time
Rebellion,
now.
please. They are
We
also
don't have to
closer.
panic as much.
Next.
और अपना क्या फाइट चल रहा है? अपने सामने वाले बिल्डिंग में एक टीम है.
13 is out. Port? Is that
कॉलेज
underneath us?
सुसाइड क्यों नहीं आ रही?
Is
दूसरे
that
टाइम
underneath
पे
us? They just leave from under us?
I'll check with you.
I don't know.
I don't see them second floor. They still have a gen there though.
Okay.
If they were sitting like around where Sharky is, I wouldn't have been able to check.
Alright.
I mean, they would have to be triple crouching under us.
Like they're still under us. Just put players if they're under us, I guess, but I didn't hear them take the port. They definitely ported though.
Yeah, true.
Maggie. They are under us. We are not a Maggie, bro. Or is that this team across? Just like shooting it through the floor.
Yeah.
Or through the window.
13 squads.
Yeah.
Okay, rough quality.
Yeah.
Checking above. Going above. Checking second again. Yeah, no one second.
Okay. I mean, we need to like...
I'll check that in a bit. Like, first floor, I mean.
Yeah.
I don't know what we can probably
I just don't know where the Maggie is.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it was just like through the window, through the floor, but...
Yeah. Not doing anything. Fuck.
But this is very
we look for. We can't play roof for a bit, we can't, like...
So 179 का option है, भेज के try करो प्रदेश चल रहा है कि नहीं?
Next time these guys are probably gonna be out.
Noise आ रही है उनके mic से आ रही है, उसमें मैं क्या करूँ? ये छोटा सा आवाज उनके mic से आ रहा है.
Right porting like underneath, like east somewhere?
I'm slowly building. My gen's out.
Oh, there's shops under us. Are you walking under? Under us?
I don't know if it was under.
But प्रत्यक्ष 179 करके देख लो.
These guys are like having to move out.
Putting my gen now.
On that bottom floor.
Still in.
We're still in.
Punch my gen out then.
Yeah, go.
Shopify dead.
Actually, just fucking shot it. We can't play like roof again because the fucking other building's in.
Excellent.
We need to like try and look for kills west though somehow. Is there anyone fucking under us actually?
There shouldn't. I think
There's someone under us now. There's someone under us now.
Okay.
Fuck. It's like just impossible, bro. Friend zone, just can't kill anyone.
Yeah. Then squads.
आयुष अभी इतने पोजीशन में नहीं है अच्छे. मतलब.
So anyway, we just like stand out the front.
Says.
Yeah.
I mean, they should try and go crazy.
Is that above or below?
Below. Another port?
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to port out later.
Yeah, I don't know where you take us though.
No.
You definitely have to port out later though.
It'll be like on balcony or some shit.
I'm trying to get upstairs.
Yeah, you got that. I'm just trying to like look for anything, man.
How playable is that underneath there? Anyone know?
I have no idea.
एक टीम है. And नीचे हमारे नीचे भी एक टीम है.
Me.
Actual jump scare.
We need some kills.
The bridge team's porting here.
Yeah.
They ported bottom floor of this. They took it. I might pick that, maybe. Scare stairs, so I can't die.
No. I don't think there's anyone in the shop.
Maybe kill one through like windows.
No, that's bad.
Come on, bro, peek. They're chilling. They just took that building.
Ballistic Mirage on the rest.
Window पे आओ ना कोई मरने हमसे.
Or team up top.
On the back, Jesus.
Bro, did they guys just bully that fucking building? Like, what the hell?
Window
I'm getting
पे
on
आओ.
right now. Not looking at
Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
have.
That's fine. If they ballistic out, we're just nading staircase, yeah?
Yeah. Team's like out northwest porting still. We're gonna try and... I can't like peek anything, bro.
Back at you.
Queuing, looking.
Yeah. Stairs is out.
Bro, there's just nothing.
I don't know if they're trying to swing it.
Just go staircase, bro. They're fighting the building.
It's ending like really close to us.
Yeah, it is close.
This building is gonna be...
They're fighting in that building, bro.
Jump off the balcony of it.
Oh, holy fuck. They killed someone. On the staircase.
On the roof.
Team below us, come bottom floor.
Are
they fighting below?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop around, look.
Dropping.
No one second.
Bottom. Dropping bottom.
Yeah, knock, kill bottom.
निकालो केपी निकालो.
Right,
Take that. One. Nice, still one in there.
Dead.
Nice.
Dodging nade.
Playing slow.
Yeah. Walk forward. Another nade.
Nade in there.
निकालो केपी निकालो.
We still need to kill this guy.
I put a thing right there as well.
Yeah, I hit him 7 in the corner. Is it one guy?
I'm nading it.
Should be right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going
I'm picking it.
With you now?
Full three. Oh, back up.
Full 3? All 3?
On back.
Just fuck that.
Bro, go. Do we have nades?
No nades.
Okay.
I have nades.
Team double side.
Sharky has some.
Yep.
You like support
don't see anyone.
Zone's closing. Zone closing.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to rip
7 squads. There's 7 squads.
Alright.
It might be
Let's go
free.
sit here and try and shoot people.
Yeah.
Wait, fighting
One
underneath?
died underneath us.
Push it?
Hey, thank you for the XOA. किसी
What?
ने चाहे प्रत्यक्ष thank you for the
I
XOA.
don't know.
Just
These guys
checking.
drive everything.
Okay.
I think that someone just took the ball and they insta-killed him. I don't know what you play for, bro.
No.
I'll ballistic ult soon, though.
Team bottom.
Like, right now,
Can we
I
play
think.
like right here?
Okay, we're about to be in
Like
zone.
about these guys.
Like 3
Oh,
seconds.
you're fucked.
No, I'm very fucked.
Well, we just have to take it, bro.
We
Like,
need,
we can't do anything else.
TP, we need portal.
Dropping. I died. You might be able to
Shit,
survive
100 है यहाँ पे.
No. I'm just sitting there back and forth.
Oh, there's a fucking
भाई
grenade.
दोनों तरफ टीम है.
I'm on a knock on port.
I'm dead.
Yeah, knock me.
Fuck, ये क्या हमारी पोजीशनिंग हो रही है? Six.
Have just been destroying him with the grenade.
Look at Yanya, he's still alive though, and he could have a problem, but no! The interception pylon is
Fuck,
gonna be good enough
yaar.
to stop that.
Not having a lot of great games today
Empire eliminated, the
so far.
NRG fall next is 100 Thieves. It's Falcons, and it's Envy.
Falcons are back up to 3 though, they get the raise, it's now Falcons' chance!
100 Thieves have been eliminated. It's gonna be
क्यों आया ऐसे ऊपर?
alive on the low ground as Falcons hit match point. Falcons are your champions, and Falcons have a chance to win it all next game.
Falcons said to Alliance, well, if you're not going to take it, we're going to join you. It's been a heck of a road, a long old journey for Falcons.
50 points पहुंच गए टीम Falcons भी. अब दो टीम के चांस है ये जीतने के. Alkkitagb, Shopify Rebellion, 100 Thieves, not too far from 50 points.
Now on match point. Alliance, the EMEA power.
We are here. Bro, how are Twerkaholics doing so bad? सबसे ज़्यादा points तो यही निकालते हैं बे.
With an 11 kill win, as Zero throws up the wings.
अभी Falcons या Alliance दोनों में से कोई भी जीता तो वो first place ले लेंगे.
And we move to World's Edge, a map that Team Falcons have 3 victories on already, the most victories any team has
so
on this
great
map
right now.
at this tournament. Is it all starting to just lay out in front of the Falcons here?
Match 5 results are in. Ballistic, like you say, will be removed from the legend pool for this next game. It's an 11 kill win for Falcons that puts them on match point. In behind them again, another good performance from Envy. With a second place finish with a 4 KP alongside that. 100T, 12 points on the board as well. NRG with 13, and I'm sure
At least like 50 points पहुंच के ना वो qualify for a win वाला scene तक तो हमको पहुंचना है.
Multiple teams now jumping past 50.
Our team has potential. They have the
Yeah, there's going
potential.
to be a few teams that will be
Good
joining
fights,
Alliance
good
and Falcons
aim.
if they are not careful.
We're just
If
getting
they don't
unfortunate.
get
अभी वो
converted
portal बना है
in
zone
6,
से
but
बाहर
just a
निकलने
look
के लिए.
at that
जहाँ
match
तक
for
portal बना है उधर
Falcons.
दूसरी team
That is one
निकली.
heck of a way to jump onto match point. Again, Imperial How, the damage dealer. You take yourself back to Bridge when they were being pushed by Empire. When Waltzy, with his back to the wall, How made sure he laid down as much suppressive
मर गए
fire as
पैसे वापस.
possible.
क्या?
And were able to force Empire away and allow them to rotate into the zone to get into that spot to win the game.
We have 18
Alliance on
points,
58,
bro.
Falcons on 53. Confirmation of our 2 match point eligible teams.
दो match point eligible team हो गई है यार. बाकी नीचे इतने दूर नहीं है. 44, 42, 41.
Just 8 away, 100 Thieves, just 9 away. We could have multiple teams going on to match point if Alliance or
इनको जीतने नहीं
Falcons
देना
do
please.
not get it done
Alliance and
in
Falcons.
this next game. This is where match point really gets me going. This is where the excitement really starts to arrive.
I mean, when you talk about consistency in Apex Legends, you think about the names
I
that have
married
been
my
able to
Apex
win
duo.
lands.
Oh,
The fact
पीछे
we have
poster देखा, so
Alliance
cute.
and Falcons both with a chance to win it in 6. Could be done here.
Could be done here, but will it be done here? We're going to have to find out in a few moments' time as Falcons
No.
hit match point. We've got multiple teams still chasing them down, but it's Falcons who have given themselves a chance. Will it be Alliance? Will it be Falcons? Or will we have one more match?
Newcastle ban, Alto ban, Ash ban, Crypto ban, Ballistic ban.
Prodigy isn't easy. The pressure, the expectations.
just kidding.
मॉनिटर ले लीजिए 1 रुपये का नहीं आता है मॉनिटर $1,000 का आता है
I've got endless determination, a lifetime of practice, and a total lack of media.
तो आपको एटलीस्ट 90,000 भेजना चाहिए ना
Let's move.
Damn, bro.
Time to say ciao. More eyes on you means less on me.
कितना गोलू लगता है क्रिप्टो ये वाले शॉट में
I'm in the games, I'm on your screens, and now I'm on billboards. Oh, check this out. Que figata. It's looking like it's a blowout. Putting in all the overtime. Making my way up to the top. Coming in hot. The first in line, the next in line. I can't deny.
Later, champ.
Here I go. Do it again. Surprise. Woohoo! High five! I didn't know I'd end up here, but I do know how it ends. I've heard losing builds character. Let me know how that goes. Been waiting my whole life for this. Yeah. Been getting so right for this. Hey. Been waiting my whole life. Hey ragazzi, we did it.
ब्रो हाथ धो के आ रही हूँ 1 सेकंड रुकना इधर ही कोई नहीं हिलेगा लूटर मैंने देखा यू जस्ट मूव्ड
Red Bull
Stay
is the
still.
official energy partner of the Apex Legends Global Series.
One down, Red Bull. With the Red Bull, alright?
Yeah.
And then you go up.
Solar Ray, bang one! They're done in
Solar Ray underneath.
Right?
Medium.
One. Literally one shot, literally one shot.
Good, good.
Team here.
I'm killing him. Get it.
Go.
Locked it.
Go,
Like this, like this.
What the fuck? It's in the wall. This is really bad. I got you. We're good.
I'm looking for
I'm
kills.
taking this down. I'm taking this down. On the wall. Red pot. Cracked. One. Ballistic. Nice. Top two.
I'm jumping.
One. Watch out, watch in. Nice.
Hurry.
I got swamped.
Let's fucking go, baby.
Secret Lab knows the body was built to move, and their Titan Evo chair has evolved to meet that need, while the 4-way L-Adapt lumbar support system cushions your spine on a Y-shaped lattice of living hinges. The 165 degrees of recline and Class 4 hydraulics will keep you steady and ready while backing your every move. Welcome back, everyone, to the ALGS Open, where Team Falcons have just taken game number 5 and moved themselves on to match point.
So will we have a winner in our match number 6? Two teams now have that opportunity. One of them, Falcons, like you just mentioned, Dan, have crossed that threshold. Alliance, who got there even earlier, still have that chance. But we have to also highlight that chasing pack. So many teams now, with one pretty good game, have an opportunity to join those two and maybe send us, just maybe, for one more game.
But it does send us to World's Edge now. We move away from E-District after the back-to-back. And that's the lay of the land. And that's also the legend bans. We're starting to get through them here. Now, of course, throughout the entirety of this tournament, we would always be ending in match 6. We would only ever see 5 legends banned. But if we go further than 6, we start to see those extra legends banned away from competition. We've lost Newcastle, Alta, Ash, Crypto, and now Ballistic. So this is where you have to dig deep into your legend pool. Who is versatile? Who can just quickly change to something else for your team?
It's
Falcon lines
दोनों
है यार game point पे कोई भी
what teams have been preparing for 8, 9, 10, 11. You would imagine a lot of teams on the main stage would have thought about what compositions will still work for them, but they're not as practiced. They're quite simply not as practiced with those compositions, which
Ash
adds
ban,
another
Ballistic
element
ban,
of
Alter ban,
unpredictability
Newcastle ban,
to
Crypto ban.
today's match point finals. These are your legend bans. If you are just joining us, it's going to be Ash gone, Ballistic gone, Alter gone, Newcastle and Crypto not available as we move into match number 6.
Now, if we were to see any class get reset, I think it would be Assault.
उससे ज़्यादा भी जा
I'm not
सकता
gonna
है.
get too much into
8
that
का
because
limit
there's a
नहीं
long way
है.
to go just yet. It is worth noting.
Next में भी खत्म हो
Alliance
सकता
have
है.
already won a
अगर
World's
इन लोग ने
Edge
निकाल लिया
match
game
so
तो.
far in these finals. Of
ना
course,
10 मैप
back in
9 मैप
match
तक भी जा
3,
सकता है.
and it
अगर
is
कोई नहीं
also
निकाल
worth
पाया तब
noting,
तक तो.
Falcons
मार
are
दो
the
यार
most
Alliance और
winningest team
Falcon दोनों
on this
वालों को.
map throughout this tournament with 3 victories so far.
And World's Edge, the battleground that we've been playing for the longest in the Apex Legends Global Series. A lot of talk coming into this event. The first time that we see Broken Moon, first time that we saw E-District was back in Japan.
हाँ first वाला ना सार्थक.
But World's Edge is
कर
where we
सकते हैं हम
return
लोग.
to now with 2 teams who have pretty much been around for the majority of the time, especially the players who make up those teams. And they certainly will have the repetitions to know how to navigate their way potentially not just into a game-winning position, but a championship-winning position as well.
Well, if you are not one of those 2 teams, if you are not Falcons or Alliance, the easiest way to keep this going to 7 is by winning 6. Something similar to what we saw happen at the ALGS Championships when Na'Vi won the prior game, were able to keep things going, and of course they ended up going on to win the entire ALGS Championship, but they did not qualify for this match point final. That is how brutal the ALGS Open has been. We have seen some giants eliminated to this point, but now it's all about match 6, World's Edge, and we're into Legend Select.
Well, let's take a look at some of these compositions. We are seeing a little bit of Mad Maggie popping up on our screens, a lot of Mirage, which is very, very interesting. Who would have thought that we would have a potential Mirage ban after game number 6? Just
Mirage ban होगा?
It's very possible.
ये रहे अपने teammates Sharky, Jesco, Legacy, let's go guys.
Legend though, but a lot of Mirage and for good
Ooh,
reason,
S8UL.
because he is just a little bit naughty.
Well, here we go into match number 6. The players on your screen are ready. Is this the final game? Is this where either Alliance send the ALGS Open Championship back to EMEA, or will Falcons steal it away? Or will we, of course, be screaming one more game?
Will Falcons finally get that land victory that's eluded them for so long? Well, we're going to have to wait a second before we get there, as we've got a quick pause just getting into this one. Just to add to the extra nerves for not just the players, but of course the fans watching on.
The fans.
I always get nervous. I'm not going to lie when we see the pause come up, but it does give us an opportunity just to take a little look at the wonderful people who have joined us here in New Orleans. Sellout today, by the way. Every single seat is taken, and we give a huge shout out to everybody who's made their way down to New Orleans to be part of the crowd. You are one of the biggest reasons as to why these events are so special. And it started, you know, as I say, when we arrived today outside, the queue was going around the building. Yeah, give yourself a round of applause, New Orleans, wherever you've come in from. You deserve it.
There is something special about an ALGS crowd. I mean, I've been able to be blessed to work multiple esports, but ALGS crowds are always different gravy. Well, I think any problem that was there has now been resolved, and I've got some good news for you. We are going to be getting back into this game
let's get started.
very shortly indeed. And World's Edge always does provide
Let's go,
us
let's
with
get started.
entertainment, and I can't wait to see how match
Let's
6
get the
goes.
hype going again then, everybody, as we head back into the
Let's
game
go.
here on World's Edge. Match number
Burger
6.
pizza order कर लूँ.
And when we get the opportunity to look at this zone, there's going to be a certain
Jinx
group
मत
of
करो.
fans who might be smiling.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. I mean, Alliance are going to be dropping on the very northwest, of course, up towards Trials.
Let me see the drop
And they might
spots.
have a zone heading their way. They do have access to ring console as...
Well, at least be a part of this fight. And Ziki says, you know what, no time for me to be here any much longer.
Kai Alliance.
Hit the Valcon, try and escape.
ये रहे
But hit from
Falcons.
SR. VP still down to 2. MT.
Alliance का ये रहे Alliance.
And VP will be eliminated. Shopify Rebellion with a beautiful third party.
Nothing quite gives me anxiety like hip firing a scout. Every single time I'm like, please. Cake building as well. It could be something similar to what we saw Shopify Rebellion win when they were previously...
Grabbing. Can't finish my loop, I'm just gonna grab that instantly, and then come back.
Stay for 20.
Oh, I got double already. I'm sent to you though. Need to get rid of it, if possible.
Yeah, heading towards balloon. Up the bar on the way.
Workaholics क्या वापस first
got
get
that point?
eliminated?
No, front serve actually for
एक finish
now.
हुआ एक knock हो गया.
Is that smoking above?
Yeah, I think he's
Alkkita Alliance पे push कर रही है. अगर Alkkita ये fight जीत गई, then they are next in line to reach match point. Remember that.
Might be the climate thing.
Okay, sure, console so.
Remember they are next in line to reach match point. They need to get these alliance guys. Maro yaar, let's go.
That is a very well hidden player.
Ooh, he does not get spotted. 9 lies.
Let's check out that way.
You've missed an opportunity. Anyway, back towards the zone. One thing I do want to talk about is there is a ring console in Skyhook, but with so many teams arriving, I'm interested to know if Alliance did actually manage to hit it and where they're going to try and play, because where Falcons are playing right now, I was going to say, if you can play for that drill tower and the house at the back here, it's a zone we haven't seen in quite some time here on World's Edge. And if Alliance weren't able to hit that ring console, then this might be a game-winning position that Falcons have managed to steal away based on the fact that Alliance weren't able to get there first with that info. So both of our teams who are on match point right now have got themselves into great spots.
Yeah, this could be the best chance, if ever, for Team Falcons, and they'll know it. But of course, with moving fast, you won't have necessarily the loot and armor you would like. There is definitely the chance that you could maybe pick up some extra Evo just purely through damage, as teams are going to be arriving towards you as well. But so many are moving. S8UL now joining everyone up towards Skyhook. Empire are making their way. NRG, Rivals, they're all going to be there soon. Still 20 teams left in this lobby. I wouldn't be surprised when Ring 2, Ring 3 starts to close. As Hal was just on a scouting mission, there's going to be a lot of squads here.
Yeah, more than one way. Pull the G7 scout out there to try and just warn Alkkita that they didn't really want to give that space up. But look at this composition, right? You've got Hal on the Wraith, you've got Waltzy on the Watson. We are throwing it back old school here when it comes to the ALGS. We're already missing a Pathfinder to really take us back to Season 1.
Speaking of throwing it back, how are the Twerkaholics doing? Looks like they are still alive down towards Tree, one of them, and maybe they can get back up to a 4-3. Twisted Minds, 10th position at the moment. What a Saturday they had to send themselves into match point finals, but they're a little bit off the pace at the moment. They need 24 points if they were to reach match point, but we just saw from Falcons that can be done just in one game.
One game,
तो कौन-कौन है
like
Alkkita?
one game can change everything.
100
The
है.
fascinating thing about the zone that we do have right now, I think if we were to pick a zone
हाँ देखा मैंने Twitter आदित्य
that
देखा
we
था मैंने
wanted to
तभी.
see, a
नहीं यार,
Skyhook
ऐसे मत
zone is
करो
just so fun to watch because so many teams find a playable space. But I think this is pulling back towards the other side of Trials, and Babo at the moment, Babo at the moment, they have actually taken the drill tower position away from what we were talking about a little bit earlier, just that one right to the northern side of Trials itself.
Hello Sid, क्या करो तुम तो watch party करते ना?
Poking and prodding around this situation.
Welcome back, legend.
S8UL, they are just to the left of Waltzy as he stands right now in that cave area, the rock formations, and a lot of teams have gone deep to the north of this zone.
You have seen zones finish pretty much where Falcons currently reside as well, as the Twerkaholics have respawned floating in Cades, so the 20th place team, the most aggressive team in this lobby so far, will be back up to a full 3. As Envy are moving through towards Landslide at the moment. I think they were being chased, that's why they're just being a bit hesitant with their approach.
इतना मेहनत करके चढ़ के गया.
Job says, screw it, I'm just going to take it down.
उसका teammate तोड़ दिया.
Well, Cat were the team who are on the other side. Taxington looking about as relaxed as you could possibly get for a match point finals in his player camp.
I honestly thought the camera was broken for a second. I thought he was frozen.
That is not how I play video games.
That is a full-on lean as well.
For now, it looks like the decision has been made to not try and push through this tunnel, because we do have a couple of those fences down, which is going to just slow any progress, and with the time ticking away on round number 1.
Hello, कितने matches है? Cold Blood 6th match चल रहा है. Alliance and Falcon are at match point. If they win, if any of them win this game, then they win first point, or it keeps going on.
The cake building here at Skyhook.
Yeah, it looks like they get this nice and clean. No contest for it as well. And if there was to be a zone shift this way, they could be in one of the prime positions. The majority of the lobby has predicted it's going to be going northwest, but I think others are banking on a more random pull towards Skyhook because there's just not enough places to play in the northwest, of course.
VP have got a long way to go. In more than one way, not just for the distance that they have to travel, but also because of the fact that they are off the pace down in 18th position at the moment. Green Stego, again, 30 points on the board. Not too far off. A win would certainly take them
We are in the next
match
zone.
point, but that's what things look like at the moment. You can see what we're talking about, and it's not going to pull
somebody get
back
Alliance
to the Trials
and
side. It is
Falcons.
going to stay on the Skyhook side, so that makes things interesting. Look how now everybody is dispersed around the edge of where this zone is going.
Same edge पे आजू बाजू में अपने बस बाजू में
I think there's some
अपने
prime real estate
एक
that
बाजू
hasn't been
में
taken there. The building just
Falcon है
north of
और
Furia.
एक में Alliance,
If someone
right?
can get inside that, you can really set yourself up for success. But Alliance, who are over towards Trials, they are
Yes,
just kind of
cold blood
peppering
चलता
a few
रहेगा
teams
तब तक.
arriving late. Envy being one of them. An effect just raining down hell from above, but looks like Envy will be able to avoid that one zap just about by the skin of his teeth.
That was the target that was called out by the whole lobby.
आज मेरे को इतना tired क्यों लग रहा है यार?
Shoot the
रोज
Bangalore,
तुम्हें जाग रही हूँ
unfortunately,
इतने
for the
रात
rest of the lobby. There's a lot of them, unfortunately.
आज मेरे को ज़्यादा नींद आ रही है ना chat? सुनो
Well,
उनकी
Envy,
बोल
he
सीड.
is going to survive in that situation. Now they
Thank you
are
for the
inside
info.
of
Welcome.
Skyhook. This is really interesting. I mean, that map overhead that
आज
we saw
मेरे
a
को
few
क्यों
moments ago,
इतना
right,
sleeps आ रहा है?
tells you everything you need to know. I think everyone's not quite sure where this is going to pull. Could he pull up towards Alkkita, just under that bridge? 100 Thieves have got to make some choices on where they want to play, and they are approaching from a fairly busy side of the zone at the moment.
I mean, the whole zone just feels busy.
Everywhere's busy.
That's what happens when we get
नहीं,
Skyhook.
एक दो बारी बीच
As
में
we
on
alluded to,
किया था
still
मैंने.
20 squads
आज
left.
मुझे
No one's really been able to
नींद आ
have
रही.
those
कॉफी
early
भेजिए नहीं, मैं
engagements.
कॉफी
Even
नहीं
though there was a
पीती,
couple of
sorry.
teams looking for them, there are now only 3 squads outside of this first zone. Everyone
I'm
else
yawning,
has
but
actually
it's not
got
like I
into
wanna go and
zone
sleep
3.
now.
It's
I'm
not even
just
like they're
yawning for
within
no
zone 2.
reason.
They are all within zone 3.
रिप्लाई नहीं मिल रहा, मैं जा रहा सोने. क्या बात करूँ?
Well, 9 lies.
झूठ बोल रहा हूँ, मैंने कभी रिप्लाई नहीं किया.
They're probably trying to think about a way to get in towards
अभी
Skyhook
मैं
at the
बात
moment.
कर रही थी ना
You saw how
cold blood
difficult
से.
it was for Envy, even when you slide down.
आज मैं रिजल्ट एनी टिप्स देखो मंदार, मैंने दूसरे को भी बोला था, उससे बोला था 1 बजे को रिजल्ट आ रहा है. सेकंड वो वेरी गुड आइडिया कि रात भर अभी तुम जागे हो, मेरी स्ट्रीम देख रहे हो, तो दिन के टाइम पे सो जाना, ठीक है? डोंट गिव इन टू फोमो. आप 1 बजे अपना रिजल्ट चेक ही मत करो, शाम को मस्त आराम से उठो और फिर रिजल्ट देखो. That is my solution. क्योंकि रिजल्ट तो आप चेंज कर सकते हो नहीं.
Towards the train tunnel, I was going to say just outside of Monument.
रिजल्ट तो चेंज कर सकते हो नहीं.
Really in a position
तो
where
आप अपना ही माइंडसेट
there can
बदल
be
लो.
any kind of trouble. You can also see
जो
the green
होगा
stack
देख
just
लेंगे,
there.
ऐसा किसी ने नहीं
Ping
बोला
on the
है कि
survey,
अब भी
Beacon
काप भी
trying to
जैसे
see
रिजल्ट
what
निकला
might be
तभी
free.
देखना है, you know.
A little bit later as they try and dive their way
Chill.
in towards Skyhook.
Yeah, I think
Hello,
for the
make it
Workaholics, they're arriving so
green.
late. You have to play
Fatigue,
the
fatigue क्या
Evo
होता है?
Look
game.
at that
I don't
spot.
know her.
Yalari, man.
What
Spider-Man.
the fuck is this?
Yeah, you might walk into your doom if you find yourself within the cake building. The VP have been able to take that building I was speaking of earlier as well. I think this could really be prime real estate. It's a horrible building to hold at times just because you're very vulnerable to grenades, but if you can play Ring Around the Rosies, you might be
Yeah,
all right.
get him, get him.
Just a lot of space to try and command as well. Really have to be communicating effectively to make sure that nobody is flanking on to you. Just looking at the kill feed, Alkkita just lost
2
one.
plus 2
Pricey has
कितना
gone
हुआ?
down, but hasn't been finished off as yet. BKG, by the way, QQ is very, very close to Lou, and we might see QQ versus Lou. We might see VK versus VP.
Creates a ball. Just in case they wanted to get down and dirty with VP, but I
ये
don't
सवाल
think they
पूछने
will,
के लिए
considering
तुमने
the
chat
position
पढ़ने
they
बोला
also
मुझे?
find themselves in. A very advantageous spot for VK right now.
कमेंट नहीं पड़ा था आपके पोस्ट पे? कौन सा वाला कमेंट था?
I wonder if he was looking for a kidnap in that situation, just by the way that the fences were set up on the other side of that portal. But Workaholics, who are still in this game, who
मायरा
are
की
still alive,
फाइनल
who are
एग्जाम है.
still
मायरा की
ready to
फाइनल
cause some
एग्जाम है
problems
तो
in
फिर
this
तुम
lobby.
क्यों टेंशन
Finally
ले
do
रहे हो?
bump into Green Stego.
And it's a
मायरा
fight for
कौन
the
है?
mythic bin. Winner of this one will get
Red
quite a
helmet.
healthy reward. The Green Stego are far healthier when it comes to their armors.
They are indeed. Workaholics want to try and get this though, but he's just going to slide forward. It's going to be Dexter with the second, and Workaholics might have to think about what is next for them in this next game. Lunix has been spied out this time around. Can't run it away.
Workaholics eliminated, bro. It's not a very good day for Workaholics.
Of the mythic bin.
Not a very good
So
day
what
for
are the rewards for
Workaholics.
Green Stego? We'll find that out later because that's where the zone is going to continue to pull a little bit further northwest. So again, Falcons are still going to be
We are in
fine.
this zone and we
As
still
your
have the
back
corner for the
center,
next zone also if we play
S8UL,
from the
I kinda like
same.
that position on the northern side as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really, really good position because look at the traffic. Look at where everyone is built up. They have that side. They have their backs clear. And it's one less place they have to worry about teams trying to wrap them from. Whereas if you're coming from the southern side, I mean, take your pick. How many teams can you see on your screen who are going to have to move from south to north? Well,
हो गया इनका fight DHS versus NRG. What?
zone is going to be NRG.
इतना ऊपर corner पकड़ के बैठा था वो.
a man with Timmy on his back, but with the mother load going down, and with a very, very good catwalk, they will be able to reset here. 100 Thieves did not have the timing they needed there.
Yeah, 100 Thieves backed off because they didn't know if they were going up against a 2 or a 3. They saw healthy shields, they shot healthy shields, and decided, look, we should be backing off. This is not worth it in the fight. So instead, they now have to just wait for this
Your
ring to
fourth
close
last
before they
post.
get information they're going to have to move.
Fourth last post. अरे
building
prediction
will not
कुछ भी
be
हो
it.
सकता है यार अभी. ये Falcon और Alliance को कोई eliminate कर दो please, thanks.
The one team who's been center zone for the majority of this game is Alkkita. Under that bridge, you saw it from the point of view of Imperial Hal a little bit earlier on when he had that Wraith portal down and that position that was taken away. But they will be assaulted from multiple angles towards this endgame. But this is a tough endgame. It's essentially all open ground. It's just rock formations and natural undulations of the ground that are going to allow you to survive here.
Hack is being a nuisance with the charge rifle, but it's also going to be a nuisance for Alliance to get into this next zone. They don't know about it yet, but they're about to find out in a couple of seconds, whilst 9 Lions are also going to take the fight here against Envy. Oh no, it's Cat, excuse me.
9 Lions will be able to get at least 2. One player has escaped from Cat. He's still trapped inside of the building. There's not really too far you can go with so many teams that are stacked up. I think a lot of these teams down on the southern side are realizing this is a play for kill situation. Calamitous will finally go down and Cat will be eliminated. 9 Lions will win that one.
There are other teams here though. Green Stego now joining the party. They've just about got the res though, but of course you have to commit so much more without Newcastle in your comp.
I think Hackers was going for a cheeky kidnap there on a member of Shopify Rebellion, and we used to call this man the Kidnap King. NRG have just been eliminated in the meantime. 100 Thieves certainly involved in that one.
Yeah, Twisted.
Oh, let's end this.
And 100 Thieves, but now Alliance, they want to take the fight to Shopify Rebellion here.
Alliance has ended this. Unlucky gets the first one onto Koifel. They get the finish as well. What a ballsy play coming in from Alliance. It's a drop down onto Shopify Rebellion. Zainu tries to escape, gets the ball down. But are they going to be able to reset here? I mean, where does Shopify go in this situation? Nowhere. They've been eliminated. Alliance, they bully them out.
Well, Alliance knew they had to make a play. They are no stranger to match point. They're no stranger to, at times, knowing you have to be aggressive in that moment, especially when you have to make a move
Alliance,
towards zone. Because the zone is going to continue to pull towards the worst team it could possibly be for Alliance. It's going to be Falcons on that northwest, where they moved right at the very start of this game. Are the stars beginning to align for that God squad that formed?
A brilliant zone read.
Look at the spot, bro. Pura game Falcons वाले zone में बैठे एक जगह पकड़ के. They just have to win. They don't need any KP. They don't need anything. They just need to win.
Because so many teams were able to get their first. Envy kind of having their hands forced here. Sykes gets ripped out the skies. He's only about 15, 20 HP. But could Envy be about to make the play on towards Falcons? There is a little spot that they can land on. Just the left-hand side on that rock formation, but Alliance have got to still work their way towards zone here.
Nope.
But they've got to clear their backs first. McLovin is still there. They're going to spot him out, you would imagine, but there's so many clones down that it's difficult to spot who's real and who's not.
Well, Alliance just have to fight back to back in a little circle as 100 Thieves go down. Green Stego eliminated as well. And all these teams are trying to force their way in, and you can just see.
Look at the feed!
What the fuck is this kill feed, bro?
Falcons now. They've left the building. They're trying to clear out this side of the map.
What the fuck is? Look at the kill feed. It's like.
The traffic arrives. So many teams.
Shit! S8UL just go down.
Absolutely decimated. As they
just AFK, literally.
Isn't the God building free? They just left it. Just go back.
They're behind us now.
Fury वाले ने Alliance वाले को मारा, knock किया है.
Picking.
Please win this fight. No way. We had such a good spot. Leave, Legacy, leave. Shit, Twisted. Oh, Alkkitagb वाले ने मार दिया इसको.
Against 4 other squads here.
कैसे पुशोगे हम वो छोटे से कॉर्नर पकड़ के बैठे थे यार हम. No way. Alliance और Falcon दोनों हैं इसमें. किसको मारेंगे लोग अभी? ये Twisted वालों को बोलो ना Falcon वालों को मार दे यार.
They have not quite been able to get over that finish line. Could this be that moment?
Twisted के नीचे ही बैठा है उधर Alliance corner में. Somebody please tell them.
Towards the north from Falcons, clear out S8UL. And then look forward onto the rest of the lobby is brilliant.
And as I did mention, Alkkitagb are now on match point, but they of course have to stop Falcons winning if they want a chance.
PK for Hal. Waltzy's got some temporary red shields as well as the zone starts to close from that shield swap, but he's back down to blue now. Although, of course, with Watson's abilities, it's essentially a purple with the extra shields that you do get. God, this is nervy.
You can actually see the nerves, especially on Waltzy's face. Remember, he hasn't lifted that trophy yet.
Well, Falcons trying to make a play for this endgame, trying to close out a championship. Let's jump into the comms of Team Falcons.
My team seems to be fucked. His team, the team building is like, got triple perp, they're fused by the way. Simple. I stun them on rock, crack them, free ping out. Should put your next gen underneath. Yeah. They're funny, right? I can ult excel for it. Have to. They're funny, right? Kind of. No, they're picking back.
What the fuck? कोई इनको देख ही नहीं रहे Falcon वाले.
I gotta swap. I'm getting
Fourth
a,
last
I'm getting
post.
a gen and I'm gonna ult excel, okay?
ठीक है.
I gen in that corner.
क्या था comment?
They got us? No. They're just sitting there. The gen's not deep enough.
Bro, somebody get these guys, please.
They're fighting right side. They're hard fighting right side. I don't know yourselves. Plug in 7. We can't cross like there. They're just sitting there. Wait, one guy just jumped off. The third in. I'm selling.
Falcons now have to make their move, but elsewhere it seems like the
भाई अलकासी और ट्विस्टेड माइंड्स की एक दूसरे से फाइट चल रही है. बाबू भी एलिमिनेटेड, सब एक दूसरे से फाइट कर रही है. Falcons लास्ट में आके थर्ड पार्टी करेगी. ब्रो ये दोनों टीम्स की फाइट हो गई तो उन लोग लास्ट में आके थर्ड पार्टी कर देंगे. इन लोग सोच क्यों नहीं रहे?
Strafing Flame is on his back, but can they get the res? Imperial House going to get through that portal. He avoids the fence as well. A risky play here. How has to go back through the portal with just about managed.
He's trying to encourage the fight. He wants Twisted Minds to force it onto Alkkita.
Yeah, so they can third party.
Is this genius from Imperial House and Falcons?
मत करो fight please दोनों. मत करो fight. मत
If
करो.
they've been paying attention to the kill feed, they will know full well Falcons are still alive here.
Falcons walking is very, very difficult. Twisted Minds have the height of that building, remember, to the right-hand side of the POV we see from Waltzy. So walking out from this bridge is going to be so tough.
Please.
The smokes from Zero and how they are placed could be influential as to if Falcons could win this game.
Worth noting, Twisted Minds have Alkkita. They've moved towards them. They're fighting each other.
Oh
this
my
could
God.
open up.
Don't fight each other. Are you fucking insane?
Enemies trying to hold off the push here from Falcons.
Why would they
Players
push
down
it?
on either side. Falcons up on the high ground. Is this the moment that this squad was put together
no.
for? Zero, no bangle. Downs on either side. Falcons just making sure they're patient. Making sure they don't make any mistakes. Albralele, Alkkita down.
No way.
Falcons rising. Falcons champions. From the most insane elimination bracket run. 18 games through the elimination bracket. Falcons make it work and will be crowned your ALGS Open champions.
क्या खेले बे इन लोग.
The crowd begin to cheer for the Falcons as finally they have soared to ascendancy here in New Orleans and they have that magic moment that they were built for. And as Onset said, it was a grueling task. And quite rightly, Waltzy gets the chance as he will get to lift his first ever ALGS trophy.
This is what the team was put
Bro,
together
क्या
for.
खेले बे इन
This
लोग.
was what they knew that they could do. And if you watch the stream,
Yeah, I saw Priyanshu. I saw the tweet. I saw it, and I was like,
There's been clashes of
but they made it happen, bro. They said they would, and they made it happen. अब matches हो गया और no, it's done. It's
bring the
over.
best out of each other. And Zero, How, and
It's
Waltzy
done for.
have done exactly that.
For a while in Apex
It's
Legends, we were
over.
talking about who's going to win, Zero or Hal. Today, it's
Is he
Zero
crying?
and Hal, and of course, Waltzy alongside them.
He's crying.
Huge congratulations to everyone else who competed in these finals. And a commiseration perhaps to Alliance, who came so close in that second place. So we'll go through all of the results later, but that trophy, it's for Falcons.
What a performance. I mean, I think if you were to go back to day one, when Falcons go down to the elimination bracket, there's a lot of people going, there's no way this team makes it through the event. There's no way. Like, this is not Falcons. This is not what they put together for. This is not what we expected to see. But that is what they knew they could do. That elimination bracket run is
I married my Apex duo.
Gruelers. How many games did they have to play
Trophy
back to back
to
get into the position to just be a part of this lobby? And then in that elimination finals, I think the biggest thing for them was
abhi qualify पिछले game में to win the next one and they won it. No.
Still get good POIs in this final and really have an influence on if they can lift that trophy.
But I also think the fact that in that POI draft we
are
had 4 maps
14th.
involved as well, it meant they had a far better chance of getting a POI that they could work with, and they made it work with on several maps.
We won $12,000 and what are CS points?
I mean, it just seemed like everything was working out perfectly for them. A couple of risky moments just before this with AnkkitaC, but then when you saw Twisted Minds and AnkkitaC just
circuit points,
clearing the way, clearing the road to the trophy. It's oh so simple to clean up for Falcons.
And you can see Falcons wanted to initiate that. They wanted
circuit
to try
points
and start
होते ना
that
ये
time and time
total
again,
points.
but Howard's
ALGS
forced himself
open.
through the portal, taking a
Okay,
couple of shots,
ALGS
then
open
going
क्या भी
back.
यहाँ पे
And these are the
420
final
points
results for the
आएंगे, फिर
ALGS
split
Open.
1
Here
Pro
we go.
League, split 1 Pro League.
Your champions with the most
इधर आएंगे ना हम लोग
points in the
APAC
lobby
South
as
right
well.
mid
Alliance
season.
just
हमको
involved in
ये खेलना पड़ेगा
and it will
अभी
be AnkkitaC
split
who will
1
be equal on points, but taking home that third place
जो अभी जो
spot.
top 5 है
them.
उन लोग
Shopify
सीधा यहाँ
Rebellion
mid
in
season
fifth place
playoff में
overall.
आए हैं
And then you can
यहाँ
take
से
your time
हमने
and look through
420
and see where
point
your
कमाए
favorite teams ended up, but it is Falcons, of course, who
फिर
will
हमको
take the
split 1
spoils
खेलना
here.
है
We crowned
फिर
your
mid season
ALGS
जो
Open
first 5
champions.
teams थे वो सीधा mid season जाएगी I guess.
What a moment. I mean, I think that when this roster was first formed, there was the consideration of, are they going to win everything? Is it going to be just too easy for them because they're a god squad? And then we see multiple teams go on to beat them, and then you ask the question, will they even survive as a team? You heard the arguments, we saw the arguments, a butt of heads between Zero and Hal, but when it all comes together like that, and they're going to get their trophy moment, you can't really argue against it.
Yeah, I mean, I always say this, like, you don't know ball if you don't know what that is about. It's about bringing the best out of each other. It's about trying to fire each other up.
Okay, open खेला, अभी split 1 खेलना है, फिर mid season playoffs खेलना है, वहाँ पर से split 1 से qualify होके, फिर split 2 खेलना है, फिर जितने total point हो गए, ये दिख रहे तुम लोग को सारे points. Every time you win, whatever your rank is, उसके हिसाब से championship points देते हैं. Championship points के basis पे ये ALGS Open Split 1, Mid Season Split 2 सारे add करके उसके बाद उनके standing के हिसाब से top 32 points सीधा championship के लिए qualify होगी. Apex Legends Global Series Championship.
An emphatic round of applause for Team Falcons!
Damn bro, सीधा championship के लिए qualify हो गए. तो अभी अपने पास है 420 points. फर्स्ट स्लॉट जो ये Falcons जीते उनके पास है 1000 points. Wow! Congratulations!
Ladies and gentlemen, your ALGS New Orleans Open champions, Team Falcons! Congratulations to Team Falcons, of course, Hal, Waltzy, Droga, of course, the coach, and yes, Zero. Absolutely amazing performance from all of you. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. I want to give you guys the mic and have each of you individually talk me through your thoughts going through that final lobby. Here you go.
Honestly, like, the quality was just very different to every other finals before. Like, there's just a lot of inting. It's a bit of an interesting lobby as well, like some teams that have never made finals.
Well, like our first game, really hard zone. Like got some points out of it. Fourth game was like, or fifth game was really big for us as well. And then
Chappal and shorts में आया है bro ये.
All right. How about you, sir?
Chappal
Yeah,
and
you can take
shorts
the
में
mic.
आया है ये.
I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna lie. I don't actually know what I just played. We played how many games in the last 3 days? No, in the last 3 days, 48. So I was about to just start getting ready to play my next block. I can't lie. I was so faded when we just won. But just wanted to say shout out to my two teammates, man. They're the fucking goats.
Yes, Priyan, मजा तो आया. Not a great day for us, but they played really
I
well.
can't believe they ran the gauntlet. Full 36 games in Elite bracket. And to be completely honest with you, as soon as we made it through the Elite bracket yesterday in first, I knew they had it today. So very proud of the boys for pulling through. Good shit.
For me,
Chappal and
going
shorts
into
में
last
आया
game, I
ये
was playing
bro.
a race, so I feel like I had, a lot of control and pressure on me to make the right play. I haven't played a Wraith in a while, but, since I was not really IG on the team, I was pretty nervous of not making a mistake. But, I don't know. I manifested that we were going to be the first team to ever win coming from losers bracket, and
First team to ever win coming from losers bracket also.
and we did
bro.
it. So, I'm very proud of my teammates. Everyone knows that, we've been going up and down with the vibes. But, we're the best team in the world, and we just needed some time. So, yeah.
Amazing stuff. Sentiments that I'm sure everyone here also agrees with. Now, it's time to bring in Lace to announce the MVP.
Ooh, MVP.
Yes, thank you very much, guys. Obviously, give it up
Nice
for
dress,
Team
bro. She's looking
Falcons,
so
but today
pretty.
we're going to award the most valuable player. He is the man that got the most knocks, damage, and kills out of anybody in this entire competition. Congratulations, Imperial Hal. You are the MVP.
Most knocks and kills in the entire tournament. Wow.
Now, Hal. Okay. Now, Hal, what do you think makes a big difference between a good player and a great player?
Passion. This literally is passion. How dedicated are you to your craft? How obsessed are you? And I feel like I'm obsessed with Apex. So that's the difference.
I mean, look, you haven't given up yet, and you're doing an amazing job so far. Now, you guys kind of quickly wrapped it up very quickly with all the stats and all the craziness that you guys had to go through over the last 4 days. What do you want to say to your fans?
I appreciate you guys for sticking out. I know there's a lot of haters out there, especially on Reddit. We're still going to be here winning, with or without you. So, with the people that root for us, I appreciate you guys, even after leaving TSM. But I love you guys, every single day.
Well, that's it. It's been your CEO, Imperial Hal, the MVP, and from the Falcons. Take it away, Ryan.
Well, that is an absolutely phenomenal performance from you guys. Brilliant, brilliant run. One final question.
Please,
What does it mean
I
to
genuinely
you,
do not
Zero,
know
to win
anything.
The most stacked, the largest LAN of all time in the Apex universe?
That was kind of free. Looking forward to EWC.
A man who keeps it very honest indeed. Wow, absolutely incredible stuff. That's going to be it here from the stage, from myself, Lace, and of course the amazing Team Falcons. Ladies and gentlemen.
Take it away, Ryan.
Well, that is an absolutely phenomenal performance from you guys. Brilliant, brilliant run. One final question. What does it mean to you, Zero, to win the most stacked, the largest LAN of all time in the Apex universe?
That was kind of free. Looking forward to EWC.
Looking forward to EWC, bola.
Open here in New Orleans. Take it away, guys.
Thank you, Ryan. It was Falcons Day. Just
Falcons को championship points 1000 मिले 1000 point अपने को मिले 420 points 14 था ना हम $12,000 and $420 points
like they manifested
and
winning from the elimination bracket, but not playing anymore.
We will be playing.
Like, man, we got to get out of here early. We've been here all night. Come on, let me manifest dinner. I feel like
now we'll be
Falcons
playing
said.
Split
But,
1 Pro
Lauren,
League,
it was
right?
great to
And
see a
we'll be
lot of
getting more
competition,
points.
But the story from Falcons, it really is a story
यहाँ
that
पे
began
update
years
होगा
ago, or really about 11
ALGS
months
Open
ago,
के अभी सबके points
when
जितने हैं
these guys decided to
and
split from their teams and make
Split
this
1
super
के
team
फिर
that
championship
hadn't been
points
super
हो
up
गए
until
अपने
now.
ranking के हिसाब से then mid season playoffs के फिर Split 2 के फिर उसके basis पे जो top 32 teams होगी वो सीधा championship के लिए qualify होगी बाकी के 8 टीम लास्ट चांस क्वालिफायर से आएंगे एवरी रीजन से एक टीम आएगी एट लीस्ट सबसे ज्यादा पॉइंट्स वाली
should have been able to achieve this as the super team prior to this. Now it looks like they figured it all out and they've started off year 5 with a win.
It's an interesting way to kind of put it. Maybe
Pro
they
League
felt that
Challenger
this should have happened
circuits.
a long time ago, and that energy that they wanted to display right when they formed was what they
mid-season
finally
playoff
got to
में
show to the world.
ALGS
We all
Open
have seen the
mid-season
in-betweens,
playoffs
though, so
फिर
I was
championship
expecting a
ये
little
रहा
bit more of a
schedule
release, finally, but let's take a look at the moment that actually led to
mid-season
the victory.
playoff में पहले
Jamerson,
Pro League
this
होगा
zone
फिर
that
Challenger
they had
circuit होंगे
handled
4
from
wow
early on, it felt like they were in control and they never let it.
पढ़ला कमेंट मैं ट्राई करूँ आपका कमेंट ढूंढने के लिए आप मुझे बता ही नहीं रहे हो क्या है कमेंट सीक्रेट कमेंट है कुछ तो क्या करेगा इस अभी नींद तो आएगी नहीं मुझे अब तो मैं जाग गई क्या कर सकते हैं 1-2 गेम खेल के सोते हैं नो चैम्पियनशिप डज नॉट मीन EWC चैम्पियनशिप मीन्स एपेक्स लेजेंड्स ग्लोबल सीरीज का ही चैम्पियनशिप नॉट EWC क्या करूँ सो जाओ क्या जाके सो जाती हूँ भाई चलो गुड नाइट गाइस थैंक यू सो मच फॉर वाचिंग अभी नहीं खेलूँगी अभी खेलूँगी तो फिर मैं सुबह दोपहर तक जागी रहूँगी फिर दोपहर को सोऊंगी शाम को उठूँगी फिर आज का भी पूरा दिन वेस्ट हो जाएगा लेट्स ट्राई टू गेट इट स्ट्रीम टुडे इन द इवनिंग ओके thank you so much for watching hope you guys enjoyed the stream we'll be playing monster hunter wilds today members only stream पे तो जितने भी members हैं आ जाना alright thank you so much for tuning in hope you guys enjoyed this stream well played they made it to the grand finals of ALGS Open. Very proud of our boys. Not a very great day for us, but we're still proud of them. And next will be better. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you. Good night. Good night, Moron. Good night, JP. Good night, Mandar. Good night, Zyron. Good night, guys. See you, Sid. Good night, Nagesh. Good night, Pranav. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I hope you all had fun, and I will see you guys in the members-only stream with some Monster Hunter Wilds. We're going to be upgrading our armor and weapons with the Zoshia set. All right, let's try to get some wings because I hope people can fly in that game. See you. Take care. Amit, hum like 14th hai, I think. See you guys. Good night.